This is the first day we're taping our E-show.
Yeah.
You know, where you can tune in and actually see us on TV. The only thing I don't like about this is I can see it too well.
Hey, I didn't turn on the lights.
You're a distraction with your elegance. With your beauty. Your beauty is distracting me.
It smells to me like something's burning.
Yeah, doesn't it? Yeah, me too. Doesn't it smell funny?
Yeah.
Yeah. Meanwhile...
That's why the alarms kept going off, I guess.
Yeah. What we're doing is we're doing the radio show on TV. We're going to just figure out the best half hour of radio, you know, and then put it on TV. So we have, like, all new lights, and we have robot cameras in the studio. There's cameras all over the place.
Yeah,
let's see, I count.
See everything.
There's one on me here. There's one on you over there. That's two.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the one on you?
I don't know. Maybe they forgot that.
It's right in front of you. Oh, there it is.
This little thing. Oh. I could have missed that.
Yeah. For a while, we'll be self-conscious, and then we'll forget about it about halfway through the show. Fred's not even in here. They replaced Fred with a robot. It's not right.
Would you know the difference?
It's just not right. So let's see. There's one camera up there. Oh, Jesus. I'm wearing my regular glasses. I got to put on my sunglasses. People can't...
You forgot.
Yeah. People can't see me like this. You can't see me like that.
No, the world isn't ready for that. What are you talking about? You look fine. What are you doing?
Robin?
You want your glasses, your sunglasses. He's hiding.
All right. I got so much going on today.
You got something going on.
I got a really busy day today.
Yeah?
Anyway.
Oh, this is the weekend you're going to be writing the movie.
Yeah, and I got the producer of the movie here today with the writer of my movie.
The producer's here, too.
Yeah, I'll introduce you later, but
okay.
How do I look now?
Oh, you look fine before.
No, now I look cuter.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, it makes my nose look smaller to have on dark glasses.
You really believe that?
Yeah. I tell you, I'm so busy today with my movie, with my new TV show. I'm as busy as O.J. Simpson's defense team.
What didn't O.J. leave at the murder scene?
Yeah. O.J. really planned that out well, didn't he? Didn't... What?
Why didn't you just say that?
Yeah, why didn't O.J.
why didn't he just sit?
Yeah, why didn't O.J. just sit and wait for the cops to pick him up in the driveway? I have never seen anything like it. I turn on the TV this morning. Turn off this music. I'm having a headache. There's so much to talk about because there's so much going on, and I do want to do, like, you know, the whole E-show thing. And
sure.
Yeah. By the way, the E-show, the E-television show, for those of you who want to know where you can see this, if you get E-television in your home, you can see us. We start Saturday night, tomorrow night.
Okay.
It's a sneak preview tomorrow night, I think at 8 o'clock. Oh, I hope I'm right about that.
Well, I know the rest of the shows come on at 8. I don't know.
Yeah, 8 o'clock and 11 o'clock. And then our regular schedule begins on Monday. So what you're hearing today will be on the radio
Saturday.
Right. And then the show Monday will be Monday show, etc. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Even I don't know what I'm saying. So anyway, O.J. Simpson?
Mm-hmm.
I turn on the TV. Now they say they found a bloody black ski mask
right
in O.J.'s house.
Yes. But they also found skin samples and blood that matches his blood type at the scene of the crime.
Yeah, I heard the skin. Jackie told me the skin sample thing that actually there were hunks of flesh.
Yeah.
O.J.'s flesh at the scene.
Yeah, he just left skin at the scene of the crime.
Well, I discovered, I think, what is the biggest revelation out of this whole O.J. Simpson thing.
What is that?
I studied the facts, Robin, and I studied pictures in the newspaper, and I came up with a very revealing detail that I don't think too many people realize.
What's that?
Well, O.J. is a black man.
Oh, stop.
No, let me... no.
I knew you were going to say that.
No. Let me tell you what...
You know O.J. was black.
This to me... Now, this was a clue.
This is earth-shattering.
No. Let me tell you what I found.
What?
Pictures from 1980 reveal O.J.'s wife was very flat-chested, which leads me to believe there was major breast implants in her.
Or bruising.
Or swelling of the chest. God, was she a knockout.
She was very pretty.
Yeah, she was a real piece. O.J.'s wife, what a waste. If it had only been an ugly woman.
Oh,
we all could have dealt with it better.
We have too many of those.
Yeah. How come there's a billion ugly women and there's like 20 good-looking women in the whole world and O.J. has to go kill her?
He knocked one of them off.
Right.
If he did. We still
Allegedly.
have to say that.
Yeah, I think we
Even though...
I think we can stop saying it between you and me. You find hunks of flesh at the murder site. You know what? Screw allegedly.
Why is his defense team even bothering?
I don't know, but why? I think the defense team's whole thing right now is, hey, let's just...
It's posturing.
It's posturing, and let's see if we can get him, get him in jail without the gas chamber. Maybe we can just get him life.
Right, they're trying to reduce the sentence, I guess.
I think that's what's going on.
But turn yourself in.
Yeah.
Don't go to funerals. Oh, my goodness. Not with your skin at the murder scene.
Yeah, I understand there was wet cement in the area, and O.J. left his footprints and handprints in the wet cement.
Well, they also say that they have found what they think is the murder weapon.
Yes.
And I've never heard of anything like this before, but they say it is a military-style garden tool.
Yeah. Now, the military developed these garden tools in order to fight the enemy.
Is that right?
Yes, I used them in Vietnam.
I had never heard of that.
I killed many a gook with garden tools. A military-style garden tool.
Yeah.
You know what that is?
What is that?
I'm sure you've seen one of them. It's got a head on it, but it folds in half. And you put it on your backpack.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's a shovel. It's a shovel.
A short shovel.
Yeah, it's a short little shovel. I've used those. I actually have used those.
Yeah?
When I went to summer camp, I used to dig holes for latrines.
Can you stab people with that?
Oh, yeah. I stabbed like 2 guys with it. I don't know. I never thought of using it to stab someone, but I guess O.J. had considered it, allegedly.
They said, yesterday, the other piece of revealing information was that the wife had been so savagely, her throat had been so savagely cut that she was almost decapitated.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Like the Headless Horseman.
That's a pretty brutal stabbing.
Yeah. It really is.
And I'm just wondering about this garden tool now.
I'm going to get one. Because, hey, it's a good home defense tool. This is going to, revolutionize the market for gardening tools.
Yes, people will forget AK-47 and start running off for this gardening tool.
I heard
Things are investing in it.
Wasn't O.J.'s lawyer planning on using a defense where the garden tool was, it was an accident, a gardening accident?
Yes, he was out there weeding.
He was, she was weeding and slipped on her garden tool. But
how did the friend get killed?
They're working on that.
Oh.
He slipped, too, when he was trying to save her.
I see.
I don't know. But anyway, so we're in the middle of taping our new TV show. We got our robots going on in here. We got robot cameras. There's a camera back there. 1. How many cameras do you count? 1.
There's another one there.
2.
You see this one here?
Yeah, 3.
There's one behind you.
Where's that one? Cool. Wow. 4. I don't think it's obtrusive at all, do you? The cameras?
It's, different lighting is kind of hard to get used to.
Yeah, the purple lights. We have purple lights.
The cameras are so small, you really could miss them.
Did you do your own makeup?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did a nice job.
Why, thank you. I told you I took lessons.
I can't tell you how annoying the new E! Show is going to be.
Why?
Because, I said, hey, this is a cool idea for us. This will give us a chance to be on in the rest of the country, and, there's a lot of positives to it, but there's also negatives.
Which are?
Which are, first of all, you got cameras on you in the morning, so you have to look good.
Yeah.
So that meant...
That's a big negative.
Yeah, that meant bringing in Ralph, the dickhead. That meant bringing in Ralph to do my makeup.
Yes.
So Ralph has to pick out my clothes at night. In other words, he calls me on the phone and tells me what to wear the next day because I don't, I'm a fashion disaster. He knows what's in my closet. He says, hey, put your T-shirt on with this and that and the other thing. Even though
you can't even do that. I mean, if he buys you the clothes, you still can't put them together.
I can't. I don't even know how to put them together. He has to label them.
Oh, boy.
So now I have Ralph in my life like 24 hours a day.
I think you like that.
No, I don't. I really, really swear to God I don't.
Why do you keep getting more jobs for him?
Well, now that we have the TV show simultaneously with the radio show, I got to look decent because you don't want to look like a complete jerk on television. So the thing is, all he has to do is call my house during the day, leave a message what he wants me to wear the next day, right? Pretty simple.
But so you could do that so much more easily. He could come over one day a week.
That's what he's going to do. That's what he's supposed to do, but he didn't do it. He didn't do his job.
Okay.
He could have come over yesterday when I wasn't home, pick out the outfit, done the wash, and then left it.
Yeah.
But no, he didn't do that. So I called him up yesterday. I said, are you aware that I have to wear something tomorrow and you have to do my makeup? Yes, I'm aware. I said, what do you want me to wear? I'll call you later.
Oh, boy.
So I go to bed. I forget that he hasn't called. If he did call, I didn't hear the phone ringing. He claims he called. Meanwhile, why is he bothering me at night? I have 2 hours to myself at night.
His job is to make life convenient for you.
Yeah, he could have called all day. You know, you're a retard. I couldn't wait. I was so mad at you this morning.
You're a retard.
No, hey, don't you ever call me a retard. I'll throw you right out of here.
I called you twice.
No,
Twice.
No, dude, I don't hear the phone. Let me ask you something. Because you're so stupid. I want to point out to the world. Now I got a TV camera on this idiot.
Oh, yeah, calm down, man.
No, let me tell you something.
Hold that microphone in front of you.
Yeah, get the microphone in front of you. And this is the last time you're in the studio for the E-show.
Isn't he supposed to be gone already?
Yeah, he's supposed to have left.
Oh, sure.
No, Robin, I'm not.
All right, let me say something.
Ain't happened.
No, Robin, I'm not.
Ralph.
You're supposed to be.
Here's how it works.
No, I'm not.
Here's how I would work my schedule if I was you. This guy doesn't have a job aside from the fact that he works with me.
Yeah.
So he has all day free.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that now setting up that premise.
He is your valet.
He is my 24-hour valet. Listen, I don't pay him to be around 24 hours, but I know from personal relationship with the guy that he doesn't have a job beside what he does with
me.
I do things, though.
Yeah, he does things. He does rollerblades, and he does stuff.
He
Important
tape.
Right, stop moving your legs so much.
Anything else?
Yeah. So anyway, listen to this. The guy doesn't do anything all day. Now, what he could have done yesterday is come over and prepared. Got all the clothes ready for the week.
I can't call you and tell you to wear one shirt.
Okay, fine. This is okay.
Right,
all right, we'll get to that. But he didn't do that. All right, for whatever reason, he was busy that day. He couldn't get over. Okay, fine.
A lot of rollerblading and taping.
Right, so fine.
And I had to go to the gym.
Yeah. So
and brush that one tooth.
He could have called all day long. All afternoon when I'm not home, I have an assistant in the house who takes my phone calls. He calls up and says, Howard should wear the following.
Sure.
Boom, boom, boom. She leaves me a note, and I pull it, and that's it. He waits till late in the day. Now, I didn't get home to my house until about 5 o'clock last night, or 4 o'clock. I don't know what it was. So I was out from 4 in the morning till 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So I'm pretty beat by then. It dawns on me that I haven't heard from Ralph now. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I don't know what I'm supposed to pull. But I go to bed at 7 or 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
That's it. The day's done. So I got to know what to pull. Otherwise, I'm tired. So all he had to do was call the assistant in the house and take care of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I call him up. I go, what do you want me to wear? Should I fax you or should I, could I call you later?
No.
Like this, and it's like this. It's in a meek little voice. He's all confused now. Now the wheels are. Can I call you later?
No.
So I said, okay, call me later. I figured later's a half hour.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know when he's playing.
How long does it take to think up what you should wear?
I don't know. I don't know, but it seemed to be a very big problem.
Okay.
At some point here, should I correct you?
No, there's nothing to correct. This is the absolute fact. Go ahead, correct us.
Wrong.
Correct me. Correct me.
I called you back. You called me. I called you back. I said, you want me to fax you with what to wear, or do you want me to talk to you on the phone? You said, I'm going to take a shower. I'll call you.
No, I didn't. I said, call me back.
You said you're taking a shower.
This is what I mean.
You said you were going to call me.
Let me ask you
then
something.
When
Why didn't you do it all day? Why didn't you call Laura all day with what to wear? Why didn't you call all day, Laura, for what to wear? I'll tell you why. I'm going to give you the answer because you don't know the answer. The answer is you want personal contact with me. As my wife said this morning, he needs to talk to you.
No,
he can't talk to anyone else.
He doesn't want to go through a go-between.
Right.
He wants to be with you.
He wants to be with me. He wants to be at my side because you want to know something? Since I got famous, even guys, not even just women.
Oh, Ralph is your best girlfriend.
Guys want to be my girlfriend. And this is my
girlfriend.
this is not my best girlfriend. It's my ugliest girlfriend. That's what that is, right
it's the
there.
one you can have, actually.
You know what it is?
And
Ralph keeps trying to stretch this small, stupid little job I gave him like taffy. He's stretching the job into a big job.
He's done a good job so far.
Well, he thinks he's going to be John Peters. Like, he's going to get to take over a big studio or something based on this.
Hey, who knows?
Point out to the... By the way, this might be on TV tonight. This might be on TV Saturday night.
Let me finish. I called you twice.
Yeah, but I don't hear it. You understand that when I get home, I don't sit by the phone. I've got 3 hours to see my children, to prepare for my next day radio show, that I have a very busy life, that I have commitments. I am now producing movies. I am making movies of my own.
I understand.
I am
you're
a
very
TV.
busy.
I'm a very busy man.
And
I don't sit by the phone and wait for Ralph's phone call.
Ralph, it is your job. So whether he calls you back or not, it's your job to make sure that he's taken care of.
Yeah, and I was doing that, Robin. You have no idea what happened.
How were you taking care of it?
Why are you getting
involved? Why are you getting
involved? He didn't get a call. I'm asking you a question.
No, you didn't. What time did you call?
Before 7.
Before 7, but I am in the shower. I don't hear these phone calls.
I know, but I said you want me to fax you. You said
dude,
you said
call my assistant Laura. Do you know where Laura is all day? Where is she? Where is she? To answer the question.
She's at your house.
Okay. Where are you all day? At your house.
It depends.
Yeah. What you do nothing all day.
I don't do nothing all day.
You do nothing all day.
I do lots of things.
This is unbelievable. Ralph is twins. He's my second wife and my fourth child. He plays all those roles. No, this is a guy. The whole job that he had yesterday to do is find one outfit for me to wear for the beginning of my.
What's he gonna do when he has the whole week?
Robin, don't worry about what I'm.
What are you going to do? Tell her. Tell her what you're going to do when you have a whole week of shows.
You should be sitting up more so I can see your chest. Anyway.
Answer the question.
What? What was the question?
If I was Robin, I would slouch more so you can't see her chest.
If I was Robin,
what do I want you looking at me for?
See
I got to tell you one thing, Robin.
I looked in the monitor.
Ralph sure looks bad in this light. Show everyone your. Let me point out, since this might be on TV, I'll point out Ralph's face. Here, look at this. See the berry? Right there. Show him your berry. Point to that. And now smile and show him the tooth.
That malignant tooth.
Look at that. It's a wooden tooth. Look at it. And it's all black. Lift up your upper gum so people can see the blackness around your gum.
No.
Come on. Go ahead. Look at the blackness and red. What is that? That's what I think is decaying in his mouth.
That's his brain is seeping into that tooth.
I sent it to my dentist, Dr. Kaufman, but Ralph is like, oh, I don't want to touch my gums are sensitive.
I hate going to the dentist. Obviously,
your face is more interesting than a miniature golf course. Honest to God, it really is.
Fat bastard.
Anyway, the point is that Ralph is not doing his job properly because he wants it to. Now I'm going to tell you how you're going to do your job. Now that we have the
tell him how to handle the week.
Can I tell you
how you're going to handle the week?
This is how you're going to handle the week. Can I tell you how I was going to plan on doing it?
All right.
It's going to come to your house one day a week. Pick out everything, put it on hangers, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and you just have to walk in and get it.
Now, what happened? Why the first day did you go wrong?
Because it seems like a waste of time to come out and just pack one outfit.
So why didn't you pack 5? Maybe then you'd be prepared through Wednesday. In case you can't, and then you wouldn't have to bother me this weekend. Now he's like, I have to come over on Saturday or Sunday.
No. You know what, man?
So and he says, and then we can. I said, I am going to be writing all Saturday with my writing staff, my movie studio, Reicher Entertainment. I am going to be writing. I'm going to be locked in a room with that guy you met yesterday, Michael. And David Kirkpatrick, the great producer. Now, I said, I'm going to come home from that, and I'm going to see you there. I said, why do I have to see you at all?
It doesn't require you to see Howard to do this work, does it?
No, it doesn't, and I didn't ask
Why do you need to? Yes, you did. You said, I want to see you.
No, I did.
You're going to come over on a Saturday.
No, I wanted to go.
Come over. I am not in my house all week. Go over during the week.
Okay, I'll go over Monday.
Thank you. Goodbye. Now you're done. You can leave now.
But do you have an outfit for Monday?
Yes.
No, he doesn't have one.
I'll fax
No, I want it pulled. Why couldn't you go over today when I'm not home and do all your work? Why do you have to wait till Monday? Why would you wait till Monday if I'm working Monday and I need an outfit on Monday? Why would you go to my house on Monday?
I could go Monday, but I would rather. I mean, I could go today, but I would rather go Monday. Is that okay with you?
No, because that does me no good. All right, goodbye. I'll talk to you off the air. Goodbye. You're done. You've shown your intelligence once again.
Why am I unintelligent?
Because I just said to you I need an outfit for Monday, so you're going to be there Monday when I need the outfit.
But you can't.
It'll be too late.
Can you take one shirt?
You have to go to my house now and bother me on the weekend. So go do that.
No.
I told you Saturday the hours I will be around. You be there when I'm not there. Don't tell me I'm telling you what I want you to do. Monday I want to open up my closet and I want to see an outfit with Monday on it. You understand?
Yeah, I
okay, thank you. See if you can make that happen. You have nothing to do all day today. You have nothing to do Saturday, Sunday.
I have to go home and sleep.
Oh, all right. Thank you. Let me tell you something. You know what I have? I have a book with every outfit I own numbered. All he has to do is go in. Get out of here, you idiot! I threw something at me. This is what's going on with this new E-television
But
show.
it seems to me that your staff is out of control.
They are. And did you hear how he talks?
You have Baba Booey who comes in and calls you names.
Yeah.
And then you have Ralph who comes in and calls
I know,
you
because
names.
I don't fire anybody. I'm going to fire Baba Booey.
No. Fire Ralph.
He will never, ever come to your house and lay out your clothes for 5 days and not come back. I'll bet you anything.
You don't think he's
that
capable,
will
huh?
never happen. Ever.
What is it, Fafafooey?
I haven't called you any names. I think you're a great guy.
All right, please. I don't even care.
Hey, we got some...
What is it, Ralph? Wait, let Ralph sit down. He has something to say. What?
What won't I do, Jackie?
No, what he's saying you won't do is there's just no way you're going to be able to work professionally. He doubts that you'll be able.
Oh, and why is that, Jackie?
Because you have to be there with him.
Right. In fact, we've already had a... No, I know. We've already had a conversation.
You got to hear this. One day I had a test with him. I said, I'm going to be out for about 4 or 5 hours in the morning. Go over my house, get everything done. When I come home, I won't even see you. Came home, he was there.
Of course.
You know, I had a lot of work to
What?
get done. I came over when I said I was going to be over, and it took me like 5 hours to do it. I didn't bother you when you came home. You saw me for about 2
Does he work
seconds,
straight
and I
through,
left.
or is he roaming around eating?
He roams around, he talks to the kids, he goes out, he plays outside. He's like a 2-year-old.
Yeah.
I have a question for you.
This is why you can't allow people in your staff in your house. Yeah,
He's working on the book.
Yeah.
I have a question for you. Will Ralph be here till the end of the show every day now?
No, Ralph is leaving after he does my makeup.
Because we've had a conversation, and I don't dislike Ralph, even though he thinks I do. But I just don't want Ralph to be here all day because he can get in the way.
Yeah, no, Ralph is good. The first week we taped the TV show. I got to take a break, by the way.
I just wanted to get this established.
The first day we tape the TV show, Ralph will be here, and maybe through the first week to see what's going on. After that, he is out the door.
See what's going on.
Who knows? He's convinced me that he needs.
I won't get in your way. If I'm in your way, let me know. I'm going to stay.
He will be in your way. Let me be honest with you, Gary. I'm going to tell you what's going to go on. He will be in your way. He will. There's no question about it. Ralph will annoy you.
And this is his week to try to make you believe that you need him here all the time.
No, he doesn't even want to be here all the time.
I don't really, Robin.
Yes, he does.
I don't
Rob, you're already in the way.
I don't want to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning every day. I want to have a life, not like you.
You're already in the way. And I can see you're already messing up. I see your whole head is out of the light. I'm sure the camera can't even shoot you. So this is all a waste of my time.
Well, Gary's sitting in my chair.
All right.
Well, I have something to say, too, Ralph.
Leave 2 chairs there so Gary and a guest, Gary, leave 2 chairs there so people can sit down. I got no use for both of you. All right, both of you. You should look over and see the guys in the dark. You should wake up a little and try and anticipate. All right, very good. Thank you.
Yeah.
I told you to get out of the chair and put Ralph in there, but now it's too late. Both of you get out.
Thanks for saving me.
Both get out. Out, both of you, please. Yeah, right, good. Get out, both of you. 2 idiots. Mutt and Jeff. 2 dopes. Oh, already it's 100 degrees in here. I got to take a break.
You think you were complaining about the temperature before?
Yeah, I want to talk about O.J. Simpson. I have an agenda.
Okay.
I want to. I have to let David and Michael in here to observe me again.
Yeah, I was wondering where Michael was. He said he's going to be here for 2 days.
Yeah.
Did he learn something yesterday? Did he discuss with you what he learned?
The guy I'm writing the movie with, he claims he learned something. He wouldn't reveal to me what he learned.
It's a big secret.
Very good. Okay, we'll be back right after these words. I got to get used to having the camera in here while we work.
Yeah.
Fred, can you turn that off? Thanks. I think Fred's going to play that the whole show. Been working on an O.J. song.
Oh, yeah?
O.J. Simpson song.
2?
Old Man River.
You really are going to do that.
Yeah, I thought it was good. But I don't want to reveal it yet. I'll do it in the 7 o'clock hour.
Okay.
All right. Should be a jam-packed show today. Some of the Rangers are supposed to stop by. New York Rangers.
Aren't they supposed to have their parade today?
Yeah. Let me talk. I'm glad you brought that up. I'm excited that, okay, I'll be honest. I'm not even excited that the New York Rangers won because
it really has missed me. The whole euphoria, the enthusiasm.
Yeah.
I don't feel it. I'm sorry.
I get excited when I see my kid take the first step. I get excited when my boss says you did a good job. I get excited. Things that affect me personally, I get excited.
You sign a new contract, you get a movie deal, you get a TV show.
That gets me a little charged up.
Sure.
Because there's a personal thing. I don't know. You got to live a pretty empty life to get excited that the Knicks or the Rangers win a game. I don't know. This is my feeling. Now, you take our general manager, Tom Chisano.
He acts like he was on the team.
You would think that he wore skates. After he left his radio job, he got on the ice and helped the Rangers win the championship.
Right. You think he had personally done something to win the Stanley Cup.
All Tom did was sit and watch it with his son.
Yeah.
That was his contribution.
But he's got a grin on his face.
Oh, here he is.
Tom wants to be on camera.
Yeah, notice everyone has found the reason to come in today.
No.
Oh, come on.
There's a line out there.
I know. Yeah. Ralph got his half hour, now it's the Tom Chisano half hour.
Everyone finds me as soon as you start picking on them.
I'm telling you, I'm thinking of using you in the movies, Tom. You're very photogenic.
Tom, let me tell you something. You forget how good-looking Tom is. It is, as you say, when you're with somebody all the time, you sort of forget.
See,
how good-looking they are.
You are,
oh, thank
Tom,
you, Tom.
You are so handsome.
But the
on
other
TV.
day, yesterday, Tom was walking down the hall. He didn't quite completely get dressed before he made it to work.
Yeah.
And Tom was walking down the hall with the top buttons of his shirt undone.
I have hair in my chest.
And he had the tie was like under the collar, but just hanging down.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God. Can you imagine that coming home to you every night?
I have never said this to another man before.
Nor are you.
But you are gorgeous. You are a vision. You really are. If I had his face, oh my God. My brains in that head, there would be no stop. I would have been a movie star 20 years ago.
You'd be finishing your career now.
Yeah, now I'd be thinking of retiring from movies after a string of successful romance movies.
You've already made love to all the most beautiful women in the world.
No, instead with my face, I have to come up with a comedy to make people laugh. This is great. I got to find something so funny that people will have to suffer through my face.
Yeah, I looked at him just strolling down the hall casually with his shirt unbuttoned. I thought, my goodness, what must it be like to look like that?
Tom, give me your hand for a minute. Anyway, Tom, what did you want to say about the Rangers?
All right, you started saying that I thought I helped, or I felt like I was part of the team. No, I've been a fan for 40 years, and I think it's the best thing sports event I've ever been at. And it was just a great experience.
You know what's great about Tom, as good-looking as he is?
Yes,
he's still got that same boring way of speaking. There's no personality there. I still think it was the best event I ever was at.
I still think it was the best event I was ever at. I sat there with my son. It was very exciting. It was once in a lifetime.
Yeah, so at least I've got personality.
Do you have a feeling for the great time we had?
Yeah, it must have been great.
How compelling the event was.
But in all seriousness,
special moment
I
with my
think.
son.
Excuse me, Fred. Thank you for the impression.
I thought that was me. That was Fred?
Already I don't know what to put on TV Saturday night. Should we put me yelling at Ralph?
You gotta wait until the whole
thing
show
is done. Do we have Tom on, or do we have Ralph on?
Do you go with Beauty or the Beast?
Right. Anyway.
Yes.
God, you look good in these lights. Tom is really handsome.
He's a handsome man.
I hope I'm not embarrassing you.
Oh, no, you're not.
Tom, I've never kissed another guy, but for the cameras, I'd be willing to try it. Let me just try it. Maybe I'll like it.
You never know, Howard, unless you go there.
Imagine I leave my wife for Tom.
Wouldn't that be a
Boy,
scandal?
that would be a scandal.
Ooh, headlines for weeks.
You know what I could do? I could just take the garden tool, chop my wife up, and then run off with Tom to Jumbie Bay for a romantic week.
You remember to wash up.
Tom, I'll pay for the villa. Just bring your Speedos, pal.
I got the airfare.
Yeah. You are really handsome. God, if I had a face like you, God has dealt me the cruelest fate of all. I really feel I should look like Tom.
You really feel inside you're a handsome man.
Yeah, I really do. And, women ignored me. I'm sure Tom had no problem picking up women and meeting women because he was handsome. But I'll tell you something. I knew my great personality was not recognized by women because I was ugly. And no matter how great I am inside, they would never recognize me.
Well, I could just imagine you and Tom growing up together.
Yeah. Like Tom would have had a lot of girls. And I would have said, look at this guy. No offense by this man. Look at this empty human being. Look at this guy who really just has a corporate mentality, doesn't have a stitch of intelligence. And I am.
And I'm sitting over here alone.
Right.
He's got 50 girls around.
Right, and he's got 50 girls. And Tom, I mean that as a compliment.
And I knew growing up that I had your personality.
Yeah. You're not a man. You're a shell, and that I should be inside of.
Your beautiful, beautiful shell.
Your beautiful shell. I should be there. He is stunning. You are stunning. You are absolutely stunning.
Your shirt.
Tom.
I mean, as good looking as he is now, I can't imagine what he was like as a young man.
Oh, he gets better with age, though, Rob.
Oh, well, he does. You're right about that.
Hey, Tom, would you be my date to the gay games tomorrow? They are in town.
The opening ceremony.
I might have to cancel my writing meeting.
You and I pairs figure skating. How about that?
Hey, I should go to the gay games and photograph myself like with another guy.
Why not?
Yeah,
Another guy.
What?
You mean another guy?
Oh, he's cheating on you.
Yeah, a different guy than you.
Where are you fickle?
Anyway, the point is, let me get back to the Rangers.
It was the greatest thing in New York City.
The greatest thing
ever.
Yeah. So, okay.
Ever.
Yeah, good, Tom.
Until the next thing.
Yeah, right.
No.
Forget about it.
Because after all the years, 53 years of waiting, it's the best thing that'll ever happen in New York sports.
Okay.
I wasn't waiting.
Yeah, I wasn't either.
I was.
53 years. I haven't waited 10 minutes.
Waited 10 minutes.
But okay.
I'm not quite 47, but I feel like I've waited 53 years.
But let me tell you what's going on in New York. So now they've decided, New York City really doesn't have any money.
That's true.
They don't. They keep screaming they don't have money.
We always have budget problems.
One of the big reasons we don't have enough money,
I can relate to that.
we don't have enough police. Why don't we have enough police? Because our inner city, you know what I mean now.
What are you using?
You can't say blacks or Puerto Ricans.
City.
To say blacks and Puerto Ricans would be tacky. All right, I'll say it. Our blacks and Puerto Ricans are having some
You own some blacks and Puerto Ricans?
I do, but don't bring it up. I could get in trouble.
Our blacks.
Some of our blacks and Puerto Ricans are having trouble staying within the confines of law.
And nobody else.
No, there are various white trash that are having problems too. I'm not saying no. I don't want to seem racist.
Oh, no?
No. So the thing is, we need really now police for each individual citizen. In other words, Robin should walk with a cop.
We can't decide whether to give the police to the law-abiding citizens or the criminals.
Right.
Who should the police be with? We can't figure out which group is larger.
We don't know. We don't know at this point what to do. We're really confused. There is so much lawlessness.
Police life mates? Is that what you want?
Tom, I think I'm done with you.
Yeah, Tom.
All right, Tom, thank you.
I know you think you had Howard's personality, but you don't.
That's Tom attempting to be me. No, Tom, it just doesn't work. Tom, you're just good looking. Stick with that.
I'll see you at the game.
Sit there and look good. All right, there he is, Tom Chisano. That's a handsome guy.
I can't tell you the effect he had on me the other day as I saw him walking down the hall. It was all I could do to stay in my...
And really, I should have that effect on you because I have a great personality and I'm a dynamic guy, but
I hate to say it, I'm as surfacey and shallow as you.
He's as dumb as a white lawn jockey. He really, seriously, you guys don't know him. He's an empty-headed guy. And he's shallow and has no thoughts that are any deeper than surface value. And yet... he would get more women in a bar than I would. All right?
Go figure.
Go figure. Nobody understands this. Anyway, here's my point. And I don't mean that as a knock against Tom. He's a very nice guy.
No, as brilliant as you are, he is handsome.
He is. Exactly, Robin. All right, here's the point. Here's the point.
Okay.
The Rangers now, they're saying they want to give a parade to. And listen, I love a parade. I think it's great for the morale of New York. We have a winning team, this and that. But you got to understand something. It causes such traffic. It causes such a nightmare for people who have to make a living. Now, let me tell you what else is going on in New York as we speak. Today is the first day of the Long Island Railroad strike.
The first day of hell.
The first day of hell. There is a group of people. Now, I don't know how many people work for the Long Island Railroad who are having a dispute with their boss. And instead of having this dispute with their boss in private, they are now holding all of Long Island hostage with the trains. In other words, Robin, if you have a dispute with your boss, or 99% of us have a dispute with their boss, they have it...
Just like when you have a fight with Tom.
Right. You have a dispute, and you have to deal with it. Somehow you have to deal with it. There's no hostages. Now, if I was having a fight with my boss, and I grabbed someone off the street and put a gun to their head, I would have to hold hostage. I said, Tom, either give me a raise or I'm going to shoot this person.
Yeah.
All right. What they do on the Long Island Railroad, they take people who basically have miserable lives. Everyone on Long Island is miserable. They have to get up early in the morning. They have to come into Manhattan. They have to sit there on a train like cattle, but they got to get to work. The reason they're motivated to do this, they got to put food in their families' mouths. They've got to work. These Long Island Railroad guys are holding Long Islanders hostage. They are now taking the trains and closing them down. Now, If I was a government official, if I was the governor of New York, which I would like to be, if this
Why isn't there some immediate action?
Let me tell you what the immediate action should be. Remember Ronald Reagan?
Yes.
Ronald Reagan was a great president. I don't give a crap what anyone says. Ronald Reagan said, look, I'm not taking any nonsense. Remember the air traffic control strike?
Oh, yeah.
He fired all the air traffic controllers, and he brought in, I don't know what he brought in, the Guard, the National Guard, or the Army?
No, they had started training new people.
Immediately?
Yes.
What they should do, it's not tough to run a train. I guarantee I could learn how to do it in 5 minutes. I certainly could learn how to punch holes in a ticket.
I have watched that conductor. I know I can do his job.
Yeah, I know you can, too. A person with an IQ of 65, an eggplant, could run those trains.
They're mostly computer anyway, aren't they?
They certainly are. I'll tell you, Tom could run those trains, our general manager, all right? Now, I said it. All right? Now, okay, I know that's an insult. But Tom could run the trains.
Now, if you're saying Tom could run the trains, then Gary could run the train.
I didn't say Gary could run the train. I said Tom could run the train.
Okay, there's the distinction.
Gary's an ape. I don't know if an ape can run the train. My point is that if somebody wanted to do something, a governor, you know what? The governor, every official, from the president on down to the most minor official, I don't know what their schedule is. These are people who have lost touch with Americans. They don't.
Can you imagine what would happen if the president was affected by this strike?
Oh, boy.
Or if Governor Cuomo was affected by this strike?
These are people who have become so wealthy and powerful that they forget. Listen, the average senator or the average governor, I don't know what their schedule is. I think if they didn't show up for their jobs for 2 weeks, the government would run itself. If they
He
didn't show
could be off now. We wouldn't know.
You wouldn't even know the difference. So you got to understand that the people who run your life, government officials supposed to be servicing you, should be so outraged about this Long Island strike. They should say, you know what? Fine. All these guys are on strike. We're going to bring in the Army. Well, we got this whole Army we pay for. What are they doing? Bring in a couple of guys and train them and let them run the trains until this thing is worked out. This is a gross injustice. There are people, you should have seen the traffic this morning at 5 a.m. There are people who are going to drive in this morning on top of the Rangers parade. They are going to drive in and look for parking spots in New York. There are no parking spots normally. Now they're going to have to get to work or they're going to be fired.
Yeah.
They have nowhere to park. These buses that are supposed to be running are a complete state of confusion. There's nowhere to park normally.
The subways are already overcrowded. There are thousands more people today who are going to try to jam themselves on those subways.
These are all people who have committed themselves to living in New York and coming into the city and being productive, and they can't get to work. This is what's going on. Now, why does the average government official not care? He doesn't care because, you know what, it's not so hard for him to get to work. He either goes in a town car.
Or a helicopter.
Or he'll stay home for 2 or 3 weeks, and that'll be the end of it. This is what goes on. This sucks. If I was the governor, I would get on the phone to my president and say, I got a state emergency here.
My whole segment of my population here is being held hostage.
A whole segment of voters. The 11th largest market in the United States is being held captive.
This is the largest commuter railroad.
Right. I don't know whether the employees of the Long Island Railroad deserve a raise or not. I don't know. I don't work there. But I know I shouldn't have to be held hostage. This should be against the law.
You're willing to do whatever they say it takes to run the trains. You just want to ride to work.
Yeah, I just got to get to work.
And they want you to be dependent on these trains.
You ever watch Channel 13?
Oh, yes, every once in a while.
You ever see the show where the African natives, they're primitives, are going wild and they're cooking missionaries? You ever see this show?
I never saw that.
Well, I've seen it. And I got to tell you something. That show is less chaotic than New York City today. I got a microphone outside my window in New York City today. And listen to what I'm hearing. There are people cooking each other on the streets.
That's ridiculous.
That is truth. That is
Nobody
a microphone.
In New York is that rhythmic.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. That is what is going on right now as we speak. Very sad.
But tell the truth, you're mostly concerned because you have to drive in New York, and your life is already miserable, and you don't want it to be more miserable.
Listen, listen. I know I've got it made in the sense that, hey, listen, I got a guy driving me into work. But I'm going to tell you something. It isn't too long ago that I was on the subway trying to get into Manhattan. And even just driving around New York, the way I drive around, you can't get anywhere. This is obscene. I don't know what the governor does during something like this. I don't know where he is.
Has anybody called him?
I'd call him.
Why not?
Give me his number. I'll call the governor.
I think somebody ought to speak to him.
Well, I'm very busy with my movie career, but I would do it.
What is he doing at this time? This is a state crisis.
I don't know what he's doing. Anyway, let me take a break. I got a lot to do here today, besides solve the Long Island. Maybe I will call the governor's office.
I wouldn't mind.
Sure, they're not open yet. I'll call him during the 8:30 hour.
Fine, and if you can't get to the governor, get to one of his head people.
Right. Whoever that is.
And let's discuss this.
Yes.
What's being done?
I'm going to do that, Robin.
Because I haven't heard a peep out of him.
But there's something more important than calling the governor.
Uh-oh.
That's commercials. I have to stop for them right now. We'll be back right after these words.
You're listening to The Howard Stern Show. 97.1 The Eagle.
Oh, my. There's so much going on.
The Howard Stern Show.
I want to take my shirt off, but now we're taping the TV show, which, by the way, this show that you're listening to today will air Saturday night in a sneak preview on E. That's this Saturday night we start airing.
So what you're telling me is if you decide you want to get comfortable and rip your shirt off...
I can't.
You can't do it?
I got it, though. I'm dying of heat.
Isn't that doing something for the cameras?
Yes. Yes, it is. I have so much to get to. I don't even... First of all, there's a great Ku Klux Klan message we're going to be hearing today. The New York Rangers are supposed to stop by. We have... who was this on the phone?
One of your...
What is that?
This is one of your brothers. This guy calls himself King of all Vietnam veterans.
Oh, him, yes. Hi.
Hey, Howard, how you doing?
You served also?
Yeah, 69 to 70.
Right on. How many gooks did you kill?
Well, I don't want to talk about that.
I do.
But listen.
I love to talk about...
Well, see, this is the discrepancy. There are two kinds of military people.
That is
people
true.
who want to talk about the things they did and what happened to them, and people who don't.
Well, I'll tell you something, my friend.
Yeah.
For years, I didn't talk about it, and I'm going to tell you something. I feel better talking about it.
Well, you know what we said. A gook is a gook, you know. You call him a slope, you call him a slant eye, you call him Charlie, whatever you want to call him. They're all the same.
You're absolutely right.
Hey, listen, I want to explain to you...
Did we really say that, Robin?
I can't imagine these conversations.
That's why I didn't get along with a lot of my buddies. I never knew what they were talking about. Anyway, go ahead. What did you want to tell us?
I want to explain what that garden tool is.
All right, this is in reference to the O.J. Simpson incident where they say O.J. Could have perhaps used a garden tool, if he's in fact the guy who did it. But
well, what they think they have is the murder weapon. We're not saying who used it.
Yeah, everyone's afraid to say that O.J. did it because,
I don't know why.
The 1 in a billion chance that he didn't, you don't want to be sued. So we can say allegedly. But they found chunks of his flesh at the scene. You tell me if allegedly is still required.
I don't think so.
Well,
a tele-conviction has been reached.
Right, let's use it anyway. Allegedly. Well, like there's somebody else on the scene.
O.J. coming after us, should he, by some fluke, get off?
You know, I think about this case and I go, this is unbelievable. This morning I wake up, before you tell us about the garden tool.
All right.
This morning I wake up, I understand there's flesh. There's flesh at the scene. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's number one. They found a ski mask in O.J.'s apartment, according to what I heard.
Well, that's another report.
Yeah, that there was blood on the ski mask.
A bloody ski mask. O.J. really must have planned. If he had a bloody ski mask, gloves...
Yes.
And all of that, he must have been planning this.
Premeditated. That could get you the gas chamber.
Ooh.
I'm telling you. And the only thing O.J. didn't do was pose for pictures with the dead body. Otherwise, we wouldn't even have to say allegedly.
Is the investigation over?
Yeah. Well, police today report they found pictures in O.J.'s apartment where he posed next to the dead body. Jeez. Unbelievable. Sometimes I think O.J.'s as dumb as our general manager. I'm just kidding, of course. I'm just kidding. Anyway... You were saying about the garden tool. So they say that they say a military-style garden tool was used.
Yeah, that's called it's a foxhole shovel.
Right. I use those.
Yeah, but you probably don't remember because...
It's the ones that fold up.
Yeah, see, they probably saw you as a cold-blooded killer and sent you right over there.
Right.
Being you were from Roosevelt.
Right.
But myself, I had to go through 6 weeks of jungle training. So the shovel, the old style, was a wood handle.
Right, yeah. Wood handle with a metal end, and it collapsed.
And it was sharp and pointed.
Right.
That folded back. Now, if you wanted to use it as a shovel, you fold it 180 degrees, you tighten up the slip knot, and you're ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
But if you wanted to hack with it, then you opened it up 90 degrees.
Right.
Tighten up the slip knot, and you can hack anything you want.
Right.
Ah.
See, and it's pointed. And
now, where would O.J. Use one of these shovels? Where would he get this shovel? That's the mystery.
Well, yeah, you get him at the Army Navy.
Yeah, but why would he use that? Why wouldn't he, if he was premeditated?
He wasn't doing any gardening around his house.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why wouldn't he use a knife or I don't know. It's weird.
He's confused, probably.
Who knows if it was O.J.? We still don't know.
There you go.
When you think of this and you say to yourself it was a spur-of-the-moment crime of passion, you imagine grabbing some sharp object, you would think of a kitchen knife.
Yeah.
What I don't understand is what's with the ski mask. To me, that makes it premeditated.
Yes.
I know.
You know?
I don't know.
But a garden tool, that's an awfully interesting weapon of choice.
How many gooks did you kill, do you figure? Come on, let's talk a little Vietnam talk.
Not enough.
I know what
Not
you're
enough.
saying.
Oh,
that's what I say. Hey, did I ever tell you the time?
I'll tell you the truth. I don't really know because I was so drugged up over there.
Did you have a necklace?
Well, I like the ears, yeah.
You made an ear necklace?
Yeah.
I had an ear. I had a finger necklace. What do you think of that? How many guys you know had a finger necklace?
I wasn't into that.
Nam was hell.
You really had ears?
Oh, of course. Robin, you don't understand war. She don't understand. She's a woman.
Well, you know, I had a shoebox full, and when I was going through customs, they took them off me. They took them, and they took my Ho Chi Minh sandals.
Yeah, and what's...
They said it was communist goods.
What was
the ears and the sandals.
What's the most creative way you ever killed someone? Go ahead. Then I'll do a little bragging. Go ahead.
No,
All right, I'll go first. I can see you're uptight.
Well, I can. You know, you got to get pretty close to people to get their ears.
Well, one time I had to carve 101 into the breast of one because she wouldn't listen.
Right.
What?
101, 101st.
Ah.
Robin, you don't know anything.
I don't. You're right.
Let me tell you how hot it was in Vietnam, and you know this.
You had to wear long-sleeve shirts. That's how hot it was.
Let me get that terrible heat.
Howard, you are creative. I got to tell you that.
Let me tell you, you should have been with me.
He spent all his time.
Well, I was there in 69 and 70.
Let me tell you something. I had a good time over in Vietnam. You know, as bad as it was, I made the best of it. One time I was all upset. I was down. You know, I saw a bunch of guys get killed. It was a terrible.
Long time away from home, no letters.
So I go into this village, and I could tell they were VC. I could tell just by looking at them. You could tell by the smell. Am I right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So only 2 or 3 times I might have been wrong. I took a set of slant-eyed gook grandparents. All right? I pull off their arms and legs, and I juggled them.
They were living.
Yeah. And I juggled their arms and legs to entertain my fellow soldiers. I was entertaining the guys. Now, this is wild. The grandparents are laying on the ground without their arms and legs. They're watching me juggle their own arms and legs.
How long do you think a person can live?
Not long.
Rip off arms and legs.
How long do you think I could juggle arms and legs? It was 2 seconds, Robin. Then I took gook ass cheeks, and I threw them at my buddies and used them like water balloons.
Oh, that's silly.
Hey, Howard. Howard.
Then there was a time. Hey, this guy thinks he has stories.
No, my wife wants to say hi to you.
Oh, all right, I'll tell her my story.
Now, she comes on and has an Asian accent.
Oh, you know, it's going to be difficult because she's in the middle of brushing her teeth, so she got like...
Your wife still has teeth?
Yeah.
I punched my wife's teeth out years ago after Vietnam. I was all angry. Yeah, she got like 2 teeth.
No, my wife brushes her teeth 20 minutes every day.
Ever tie a gook to a tree and stick sticks in his eyes and play ring toss?
We used to hang them. Well, a favorite one was taking them when they didn't want to talk. Was you taking them, threw them up into the chopper blades.
Their heads and put them into the chopper blades?
No, the whole body. While they were, they didn't want to talk.
Why did he care?
Said, well,
boy, I got to admit, I never did that.
Their other 9 buddies were over there waiting, and they says, "Well, you don't want to talk. We'll talk to the next one." Shoot them up into the blades. Boom, boom, boom. You just got to watch out. You didn't get hit with nothing,
Hey, here's a good story. Remember, I bet you slept with your share of, VC, right?
No, I never did that.
Hey, let me tell you something.
I told you my wife's on the line.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Were you married then?
One time, I'm already a year into Vietnam, Rob. My first year there.
Excuse me, Robin. I've been married 25 years.
Okay.
Yeah. One gook broad was so good in bed, she seemed alive.
Oh.
Because we killed her about 2 or 3 hours before. It was
didn't even smell.
No, I didn't know. And I'm going, boy, this is great. She's dynamite. But she's a little lazy. I start complaining. I realize she's been dead for 3 hours. That's the kind of nutty stuff that happened in Vietnam. A lot of people don't understand.
Funny.
Thank you, honey. Oh, yeah. Hey, you know, we used to have fun, too. Hey, I bet you did this.
What?
One time I'm loaded out of my mind, right?
Yeah.
You know, we were high all the time in Vietnam.
Yeah, pot, opium,
heroin, everything.
How could you fight?
Oh, fight. We lost. Let me tell you something. Who could fight?
You forgot, Robin. We lost that war.
I shot about 3 of my own buddies. I thought they were gooks. I was hallucinating. It's all right. Listen, it's war. It happens. I remember the time I'm sitting around my buddies. We're bored out of our mind. Nothing's going on. We haven't seen any kind of fighting for 2-3 days.
It's very, very quiet.
Right. So we come across a village. We got to take out the village. So we cut 20 or 30 gooks in half. We throw them in a pile. I mix them all up, and I say to the guys, now try to match up.
Like a puzzle?
Like a puzzle. Try to match up the bottoms with the tops.
Yeah, put them back together.
The guys had so much fun. They forgot. They felt so good that day. I remember I felt so good for my troops. Robin, it was unbelievable. You had to be there.
I don't think so. I don't think I want to be there. Somehow you're not inspiring me to want to go.
God, Vietnam, boy, that was crazy.
What do you do when you see a Vietnamese now? Do you go to Vietnamese restaurants?
Listen, I don't. It's very painful for me, as I assume it is for you. Am I right?
Well, you know, you see that yellow skin. You got to watch out. If a guy might have a little liver problem, you might go off on him just because the skin is yellow.
Right. Hey, my wife says you got to get over this. She brings me to a Vietnamese restaurant. 2 seconds later, I'm sitting under the table. I'm not even... It was frightening. It was really frightening, Robin. It was wrong. It was wrong. I know it was wrong, but...
So you still have the night fright?
Oh, yeah, malaria attacks. Yeah. I'm in a bar. I was drinking... this happened several years ago, and malaria attack right at the bar. Every time I drink, I get the malaria attack. Yeah. All right, hey, thanks for the call.
Hey, listen,
it's nice reminiscing.
I've been listening to you for a while, man. I think you're great, and who cares what people say?
Hey, listen, they don't understand. They weren't over there. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
All right, thank you.
All right, bye.
All right.
Glad you got a chance to bond. I know every time you talk to another vet,
I wish I had served with this gentleman.
Better.
I would have liked to have served with that gentleman.
He probably wouldn't be here now.
He was pretty creative the way he took the enemy and took the chopper blades and threw them right into the chopper blades. What a guy. Hey, I got to tell you, what a nice guy. Hey, it was war, Robin. Don't think of it in terms of your life now.
I just think of the sadness for all of us.
Well, it was a tough time. Listen, I didn't want to go over there.
These kind of tragedies go on.
I had to give up medical school and become a disc jockey because of that war. I would have been a great surgeon today.
Because of that war, we got you as a disc jockey.
That's right. That's right. I had been accepted to medical school.
That's the worst horror of the Vietnam War.
Yes. Anyway, let me tell you, we got a lot of exciting things going on. I got to take a short break, but when we come back, more intrigue in Cleveland.
Yeah?
Yeah, there's a lot of...
You got some more information?
I'll make some up.
Okay.
And,
so many interesting crimes. O.J., Cleveland.
Yeah, Cleveland. I got the O.J. song. Let me try that out on you when I come back, too. I'll take some phone calls. We've got the Rangers stopping by, we think. Melrose Larry Green is even out in the hall.
I was wondering, don't the Rangers have to get to this parade? What are they doing stopping by here?
I haven't even introduced you to David, my movie producer.
No, you haven't.
I'll introduce you later. Michael's here, but you met him already. That's what I'm doing this weekend. We're going to write the movie. It should only take a weekend, right, guys?
The three of you are going to be?
Right. Yeah, it'll take about a weekend, and then we'll be ready to shoot probably on Monday.
Okay.
All right.
But the three of you are going to be holed up all weekend?
Yeah. From what I understand, it's a lot of fun.
Now, what will David be doing?
David?
Uh-huh.
David's the producer and also very creative. We're going to just talk about some things.
Okay, I just wondered if every time you bring up an idea, David wouldn't just say, no, that costs too much.
No. He's a movie producer. He's actually the guy who goes and gets you more money for stuff.
Oh, okay. He's the more money guy, not the no guy. Okay.
Yeah, that's why we're having a special meeting just for special effects. In other words, we'll be planning scenes with special effects. There's 2 or 3 scenes like that. I'll be going over that. Make sure that the budget is proper.
Okay.
And if it's not, he'll just go round up more money from Reicher. See?
I see. And now I'm beginning to understand how it works.
Yeah. No, he's on my side.
Okay.
Hey, David, will there be a Vietnam scene where I'll get to reenact my war days?
Well, Howard, that wasn't in the book, was it?
You don't have to be so literal.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah.
It was too painful to put in writing, but I think on the film I could do it.
That's his next book.
We got to do a scene, just a simple scene where I'm in the village.
Do you want a flashback?
Yeah, and I chop off the gook's feet, and I watch them run away on their stumps.
Oh.
That was my greatest moment in Vietnam. How much money would that cost to make? Simple. How much money would that cost?
We'll have to send it over to ILM.
Right. See, I don't even know what ILM is.
ILM?
You have to act like you know what he's talking about. Oh, yeah, right. Industrial Light and Magic. I know. Yeah, that's Georgie Lucas.
Hey, you just sign up Hang S. Nor for that.
Georgie Lucas's place.
Hang S. Nor wants that part.
Yeah. Yeah, let's get that Hang S. Nor. He's a cool Chinaman. Thank you. I'll introduce you to David more formally later. But let me take this short break and get back to the fun right after these words.
We're back with the Howard Stern.
And Jackie Platinum, Joke Page Martling. Big night tonight at the Comedy Cabaret in the Dover, Delaware Sheridan Inn. Still some tickets left?
Yes, a few tickets. big room, 500 seats.
Wow, it's going to be a big party of Jackie fans. Next Friday, June 24th, will be at the Comedy Loft in Nanuet, New York, and of course Jackie's Wild Comedy CD. $10 plus free shipping and handling. Call 1-800-323-5464. How did O.J. Simpson have the nerve to show up at that funeral? It's got to be weird.
That's a wild thing, and I even understand that one of the sisters read a passage of something Nicole wrote a few days before her death that said something about like a prayer that I just want to stop the fighting.
Wow.
And he's sitting right there.
Even if he didn't kill her, with all the abuse that he heaped on her.
Stay away.
Stay away, dude. It was weird, too, because they were showing the funeral on the news, and they showed O.J. walking in and stuff with his 2 kids, and he was, hugging some people. But it was weird who he was hugging. It looked like he was hugging one of the ushers.
Nobody else wanted to get in.
Yeah, it was kind of a weird vibe.
I understand the kids mostly are at the maternal grandparents' home.
Yeah, maternal grandparents, right. Yeah, that's a better idea. Not O.J.'s grandparents, because who knows where that influence came in. All I know is O.J., now this is another rumor. You know how many rumors are going around? This is one of those rumors that's going around. Actually, I know this part to be true. O.J. had a TV pilot he had just shot about O.J. as a Navy SEAL. And they had real Navy SEALs training him.
So that's where he could have gotten this military shovel idea.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a theory I'm working on, Rob, and I'll have more information as it goes on. The biggest theory I've come up with so far is O.J.'s wife's breast implants, because I've seen now photographs of her in 1980 with a short little skimpy top on, and she has absolutely almost no breast. And then you see these more recent pictures with giant breasts.
Don't you think it's kind of sacrilegious, battered, brutalized, and then murdered woman?
Yeah. And according to the most recent reports, O.J., of course, they found chunks of his meat, his flesh, at the... he left chunks of flesh behind. He left...
Why didn't he write his name in blood?
Well, they say that...
O.J. was here.
Yeah. Well, they say even at the funeral, he went a little wiggy and stabbed the body.
Took one more shot.
Plunged the shovel in.
Well, the police say they have found this murder weapon.
Mm-hmm.
And
they
as
have.
you said, the chunks of skin, that's another report, and the bloody ski mask.
Oh, they found the murder weapon.
Well, yeah, that's why they think it's this military tool. That's what they found.
Oh, I see. Where did they find it, by the way?
I don't have that information. You know, they're not telling me everything.
Well, no more. You're sitting here, Rob. You should be out scouring the streets.
I should be standing around O.J.'s house like all those other reporters.
Yeah, right. Why are you not in front of O.J. Simpson's house? Is that funny?
I should be reporting to you from O.J.'s house.
Yeah. Knowing the way O.J.'s operated so far with finding this ski mask in his apartment and stuff, I would guess they found the shovel under his shirt. You know what I mean?
Under his pillow.
Yeah, right.
In his suitcase.
I don't know how it got here. Found it in his medicine chest.
Oh, the one other thing I keep forgetting to tell you is that now, you know, O.J. changed his alibi yesterday. Instead of saying he was on his way to the airport at the time the murders occurred, he was saying that I was at home alone waiting for a limo to pick me up. But the limousine driver told one of the tabloid shows yesterday, I think it was a Current Affair, that when he got there at 10:45, there was no one at home.
Oh. Whoops.
He's a big guy. Where do you live? Where's my shovel?
And when O.J. did finally get into the car, he was kind of out of breath and looked anxious.
I'm working on this, so... O.J. Simpson, that O.J. Simpson, your wife ain't walking and you ain't talking. Did you go slashing her ass and bones? Thank you. Your wife was something, the way she dumped ya. Did she find a waiter? And was they humping when you came shuffling? O.J. came shuffling along. They found blood on your towel, in your pocket a piece of bowel. If this were the South, they'd string you up with a rope. You big dumb jerk, ain't you heard of soap? Seems so funny. You got big money. Go buy.
This is the slowest rendition of Old Man River I have ever heard.
Well, you'll never hear the end of that song.
The operatic version.
Now, what am I doing, a rock opera? All right, you want me to call the governor's office when we... Thank you. Thank you very much.
Are you clapping because he stopped?
They're clapping because they're trying to wake themselves up.
That was slapping themselves.
They're slapping themselves for signing me to a movie deal. Is what they're saying. All right, very good. You want to meet the guy who signed me to a movie deal?
Yeah. I want to know how this all came about. There's a book in there somewhere.
Yeah. David, what happened? You read my book and you thought I was a genius? Is that pretty much it?
Yeah.
This is David Kirkpatrick, probably the top Hollywood executive in the country.
Now, how do you figure?
Hey, David, give us some of your background. Tell us some of the movies that you were
that you've seen.
No, not that you've seen. Don't insult
Robin, that's low.
I'm sorry. I don't even know you. That was not personal.
David and I, and of course, Michael Kolesniko, will be locked up in a hotel room with 3 massage girls, actually, this weekend. No, we're going to be writing.
Hey, Howard.
Weekend. Yes.
I have to tell you, I had lunch the other day with an Academy Award-winning director who wants to do your movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Are we going to use him?
You can't use his name at this moment.
Oh, no. We don't have a deal in place. Yeah, Howard, you should meet him.
Is it Alfred Hitchcock?
He never won an Academy Award.
Yeah, no, actually, I know who David... Is it the one I know about?
Yep.
Yeah, there's a guy who I am really high on.
And he won an Academy Award?
Yeah, if I told you the movies he's directed, it would blow your mind. This guy wants to direct my movie, and
Let me think. Oliver Stone, Kevin Costner,
Crimes with Borsese.
No, you don't want to work with him. He's not a funny guy.
No. The guy who wants to direct my movie. There was a couple of actual directors who called, like, big names.
Yeah.
And, that's without solicitation.
Were you surprised by that?
No, you know why I'm not? Can I be pompous for 10 seconds?
Go ahead.
I haven't been pompous in the last minute.
But is this honest pomposity?
Yes. You got to understand something. Every movie that is made today is so derivative. It is the same garbage over and over and over again.
I said to someone the other day, Howard, is it me or have I absolutely seen everything there is to see in the world because I know how every movie's going to turn out?
Are you not bored when you go to the movies? I mean, even going to the movies is boring because you're not going to see anything new. It's the same people. It's always either Danny DeVito, Robin Williams, or Billy Crystal, or Eddie Murphy. It's
in the same plot.
Or John Lovitz, or Martin Short. There's 3 short comedians. Billy Crystal, Martin Short, or... who's the third short comedian they've always put in? Steve Martin or somebody.
Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito. And not that these people don't have... They have ability. Don't get me wrong. They're very talented. But you always feel you're going to see the same thing. You're not going to see anybody new. You're not going to see anybody refreshing. Even the new actors, so-called new actors.
Keanu Reeves.
Ethan Hawke.
Movies that are remakes of old movies.
Exactly. It's the same thing over and over again. What I offer with this face and this attitude and with this style of movie that I'm making is something brand new. People will be excited. It will become an event to go to the movie.
Mm-hmm.
That is...
and the directors recognize
Thank
this.
you.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes. The directors are recognizing it. My movie will be so different and so unbelievable. People will insist on paying on the way out. They want to pay extra.
Pay again?
This is what we're predicting. That they will say, listen, we see the effort that went into this film. Not only did we
give you a couple extra bucks.
We paid our $7 on the way in as a donation. We would like to give you an additional 7 toward the next movie. Make another one. Make the sequel as quickly as possible.
Do you know movies in New York City have gone up to $8?
Yes, I am aware of that.
Because I know you don't go out. I just thought I'd let you know.
No, I have my advisors who keep me posted.
People who do go out tell you.
People like Michael and David to go out to the movies and then report back to me on what they cost and what happens.
You never let David give his credit.
Yeah. Now, David, of course. David, first of all, tell a Robin.
I couldn't get any credits out of Michael, okay?
Tell him what studio.
Except that he was a school teacher.
What studio you ran?
Okay. Well, for most of my life, I was at Paramount Pictures.
Yeah.
And I ran that at one point.
You ran the whole studio, Robin.
What point?
Tell him some of the movies that you worked on. Better than tell you the years. Let's review the movies.
That's what I meant.
Do I have to, Howard?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Brag. All right.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Hard for me.
And don't say Last Action Hero or I'll throw you out of here. All right, go ahead.
Officer and a Gentleman, Witness, Top Gun, Wayne's World. Sorry, Howard.
All right. Is that enough?
Beverly Hills Cop. I worked
the original Beverly Hills Cop.
Right.
Right.
So you had the original Eddie Murphy contract.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah, contract.
This is what I wanted to hear.
David sees in me what we saw when he hired the original Eddie Murphy.
Now, how come he saw it in Eddie at 19 and you had to wait till you were 40?
Oh, be quiet. Hey, so it took me some time to develop. Go ahead. Mention more cool stuff that you've done.
Oh, gee, let's see.
Did you run Disney for a while?
Yeah, I ran, I was president of Walt Disney Pictures, and I was president of Hollywood.
He was president of all of Hollywood.
Not Hollywood. No.
You can say it.
Pictures, Hollywood Pictures.
He was president of Hollywood.
No? What were you president of?
President of Walt Disney Pictures and Touchstone Pictures.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Robin?
All right.
You know what?
But you know what? He sort of sounds like a Billy impression. Yeah, Touchstone. Yeah.
Top Gun.
Hey.
Robin's got it in for me.
A little jealousy there, professional jealousy.
Have we cast her yet in the movie?
No. Take her out of the picture.
That's right. That's why I'm so hostile.
I don't sense an acting ability over there.
I have to take her to lunch.
Right. Anyway, of course, the great David Kirkpatrick is...
No, those are incredible credits.
Yeah, and let me tell you why David and I are working together. David read my book. He came in, and he said to me, within 5 minutes, I had taken meetings with people for 2 and 3 hours, and they couldn't articulate what it was I wanted to do.
Okay.
They didn't connect with me. I connected with this man in 5 minutes.
What did he say that connected?
Who listens? I don't know. He just seemed to say he had the right tone.
Were you tired? You just had enough?
I just want to get out of there. Droning on. No, in 2 minutes, the guy sat down and described the tone of the movie, the way it should go, and the sequence of events, loosely in the movie.
So he's a creative guy.
He's a visionary. He's not a creative guy. There's a million creative guys.
Oh,
any one of those could have produced the picture. He's a visionary.
Excuse me. Visionary.
That's
that doesn't take any creativity.
Listen, the guy walks in, right? He says to me, I can get you out of your house every day for 3 months. Would you turn that down?
This is how I visualize your day.
Yeah, and you could, in a couple of the scenes, you could even be in bed with some strange woman. I said, okay, I'm there. guys. You gotta quickly sign me. No, actually, and then David.
Now, how does he see this panning out over the course of time?
Yeah, what is our schedule, David? When will we begin shooting, if all goes well?
The fall.
The fall?
Yes,
as in September?
That is correct, Robin. That is correct.
Wow. You plan to get a lot of work done this weekend.
We better.
Well, we're going to write the movie this weekend and begin shooting on Monday. That's what we're looking at. Is that the schedule?
Rewrites on Sunday, shoot on Monday. Yeah.
David's convinced me that we can shoot the whole movie on Super 8.
No, we're going full tilt on this, Howard.
Oh, really?
You really
we're
are
spending
going?
the money. Yep.
Yeah. It's
quality.
It's going to be a real movie.
On film?
Yeah.
All right.
And it'll be great. I already know what the movie is. And you should see we have the whole meeting plan. We're going to do it just like they do in Hollywood. We got big, what do we have? Big cork boards? Little cards.
Scenes,
now, what will you be doing? You'll be storyboarding?
Storyboarding, yes. Do any of you guys draw? In fact, we're on such a tight schedule, I'll be editing the entire movie during radio commercials. So while we're in commercial, I'll be in the editing room.
Editing equipment
into here, too. While we're taping the E-television show.
We're slowly filling up the studio.
And what do you think we're going to use on television tomorrow night? Now that we have the robot cameras in here. By the way, if you're just tuning in, we're taping today. We're actually videotaping our TV show. Will we use me yelling at Ralph from this morning? Me and Tom Chiasano, will we use the New York Rangers? Will we use David Kirkpatrick?
Well, we don't know how the Rangers are going to pan out. You can't second guess it.
I know. We'll have to decide.
I truly believe you have to wait until you see everything. And I think you have to go with the Rangers at least a little bit because it's so pertinent.
I know they won't air my Vietnam gook discussion.
No. When you started that, I knew that was off camera.
That was strictly for radio, and I'm not even sure that belonged on radio.
I didn't enjoy hearing it.
No,
I was right here.
The guys in the back room enjoyed it. Well, anyway, that is the great David Kirkpatrick. Now you can see why I signed with him.
Yeah, so you must have been impressed by the resume alone.
Yes, the resume blew me away. But you know what? Before I knew his resume, it was the man that I fell in love with.
So you found those things out
thanks,
after?
Howard.
Yeah, I found out that stuff after.
Oh, wonderful.
Didn't we click right away?
Absolutely.
You son of a bitch, I love you.
Great.
He always starts off this way, with people, David.
And then when it came to hiring a writer, David sent me Michael's over there. Say hi, Michael.
Good morning.
What? Do you guys have the same voice?
Well, I'm so far away from the mic. Hello, everyone.
They sound alike, don't they?
This Michael is so laid back.
You think he can write, David? You want to switch him into the...
We already made the deal.
All right. Anyway, no, seriously, David says to me, read this guy's script.
He found the script.
Oh, yes. I read it. I hadn't read a good script like this in years.
Now, this script is new?
Oh, yeah, brand new.
Yeah, this is the script that I sold to MGM last month.
Yeah.
That I wrote in 6 days.
He wrote it in 6 days. So
I think that's the reason I was hired to write this one.
No, I'm not looking for speed writer. If you could take 2 weeks on my script.
2 whole weeks.
Yeah. You got 2 weeks to finish that one because we got to start shooting next week.
We're shooting on Monday.
As a matter of fact, just write the first half so we can begin shooting while you're writing the second half.
You know how it's going to end, right?
Yeah.
Give me 8 hours, I can do it.
Did you write anything yet, Michael?
Oh, yeah. I've been... I actually won, while I was a student, I won a...
No. I meant about this movie, Michael.
Oh, on this one? I thought you wanted my resume.
Interviewing you.
Michael's resume isn't as impressive as David's. He goes back to high school. In high school, I wrote an essay. I won the Fire Prevention Award. It was about fire prevention, and it was really wonderful. Yeah, I mean, come on. Michael, if your credits go back to high school, David just talked about Officer and a Gentleman.
And I wrote that while I was in elementary school.
There you go.
You've seen my lesson plan.
No, let me tell you something. This Michael is some writer. If I gave you his script, you'd be down on your knees kissing his feet.
I'm not.
Don't insult this man. And don't you have something in turnaround?
Well, I've got a Robert Duvall movie right now called Botch, where he's going to play and believe me, it's going to sound depressing, but it's very funny. It's about an alcoholic poet. Who's, Duvall loves this.
Roses are red, violets are blue. I'm an alcoholic poet, and I'm going to go shoot myself in the back room.
But he's going to be great in it.
Yeah.
Who's ever heard of an alcoholic poet?
Right. Well, I believe in Michael as a writer because I've read his material. I don't care who's produced it.
I simply asked Michael if he had written anything about you yet for this script.
He's in a coma over there. I don't think this guy's done anything.
No, I've got a whole computer full of private parts.
As a matter of fact, I have done some homework for the big writing meeting this week.
Oh, have you? What have you been doing?
I have prepared a 3.5-hour video presentation.
Oh, that's right.
Yes, that I have been working on with the illustrious Michael Ganji. And
that other great
mind. So that will be the meeting this weekend. That will be the beginning of the movie career.
What is in this video presentation?
Various things, Robin, that I cannot reveal on the air due to the sensitivity of the project.
Okay.
All right?
It would let
In other words, I haven't put it together yet. All right. Very good. No, Michael's a very good writer. David's a very good producer. And there you will have the team.
Don't forget Keith Samples.
Who's that?
Who is that? I forgot him already. No, Keith Samples is the guy who's the president of Reicher Entertainment, who is a brilliant executive.
Now, why did David... Now, these might be sticky questions.
Yes.
But I have to ask.
Go ahead.
Okay, Robin, we haven't signed your deal yet.
Go ahead.
Why did David leave all those high-powered people
Go ahead, tell her.
to Reicher?
Because I wanted to be with an independent.
And tell her why.
You weren't fired, were you?
Uh-oh.
Well,
it's a lawsuit pending.
Oh, dear.
Robin, you would have to get into that.
Spoil sport.
I'm sorry.
You know what?
They were jealous of his talent.
I'll tell you, it's really exciting to start something new. You know?
David, you don't have to answer her questions.
Thanks, Howard.
I have a nude video of Robin we're going to put in the movie and fix her ass.
Janet Jackson.
No,
Howard.
let me just say, David cannot discuss this due to legal problems, but his trial's right after OJ's. And he will be seeing you in court, Robin. All right, very good.
Out.
Let me take a break. Now you've met the team behind my film. You got to understand, the independents can make moves that the big studios can't. These guys can get movies into production, and they can get things done. Reicher gets things done.
Fine, Howard.
Now stop with all the questions before I want to quit the movie.
Says he's been at Paramount, at Disney.
No,
and then
everybody
who
switches.
Reicher?
No, everyone. No, Reicher. He started.
Robin.
He started his own studio. Oh yeah, we'll see who you sign with. She's not in the movie, by the way. I'm writing her out.
Janet Jackson.
Right, we'll play Robin. Jackie and Fred have already been signed. You're the only one not in it. You guys kept your mouth shut, so you're in. Fred will play you, Robin.
Now, are we sensitive? He believes in his own ability.
Oh, just please. No, he's very talented.
Of course, he sounds like a very...
So he got fired. We've been fired, haven't we?
We've been fired, too. That's
right. We were fired from NBC.
Unceremoniously. I hope he was fired a little bit nicer than we were.
He was fired worse than we were.
Oh, no.
Couldn't wait to get him out of there.
Oh, boy.
That's right.
No, that happens in Hollywood all the time.
Yes, of course.
I mean, Don Steele has been fired. I mean, everybody's been fired.
Right.
That's true.
He wasn't only fired. He's not allowed in California. They threw him out of the whole state. That's why he's here in New York. They took away his pass to Spagos.
Put him on a boat.
Right. All right, very good. I got to take a break. You've met the team now on my movie. We are taping right now for our E-Entertainment. You know what I got to do here, too, is introduce all the cast.
What cast?
Well, we're going to have a whole bunch of new audience. Yeah, we'll make a little introduction. I'll introduce Baba Booey, people like that. We also have Melrose Larry Green waiting outside. The Rangers are going to be here. Are the Rangers here?
No, not yet.
Okay, I got to take a break. And, our gay intern is here, too.
Oh, that's right. We have a
gay intern. We have one of everything. We have a black intern, a gay intern. We have all kinds of interns.
I think this is the first gay intern we've ever had, isn't it?
Well, admitted. Gay intern. Stuttering John used to be gay. Yeah, the first openly gay intern.
Okay.
And I'll tell you one thing, he's better than all the other interns. He's not busy staring at girls.
Keep his mind on his work.
Staring at Gary.
I wonder if he's attracted to you, Gary. A lot of gay guys are.
He's their heartthrob.
I don't think I'm his type. I think I know his type, and I don't think I'm it.
Yeah, I don't think you're anybody's type, but it turns out that some people are attracted to you.
I would imagine, if I had to guess, I think he'd like somebody a little prettier than me. I'm not.
You're very pretty. Don't put yourself down. That mustache and teeth and big lips and ugly gums.
Haven't we done this?
All right, we'll take a break, and we'll be back right after these words. You rented any good movies lately?
Me? Is that a question?
What?
Is that a question?
What? You know how much I love the movie The Fugitive.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
So, you know how good that is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, now The Fugitive is ready to be released in your home, Robin.
You mean you can have it on home video?
Well, it's available on pay-per-view.
Oh. Then it's still not available to you in your home, I guess.
Yeah, well, it is available in your home, but on pay-per-view.
But on pay-per-view, okay.
Yeah.
Stars Harrison Ford. It is just like maybe... personally, at the Academy Awards, I don't think Steven Spielberg deserved the Best Directing Award for Schindler's List. I believe that the guy who directed The Fugitive deserved the award. What do you think of that? Hey.
It was a great film.
Hey, David, Mr. Hollywood, what do you think of that? What I'm saying right now.
Oh, Andy Davis did an incredible job on Fugitive.
And do you think that he deserved the...
No.
You don't?
No, well...
Why? Hear my rationale. That movie...
browbeat you.
That is a director's movie. That really is a director's movie. Harrison Ford, while, you know, he's good in everything, but...
Harrison's great.
Tommy Lee Jones is great.
Tommy Lee Jones was great. You know what I'm saying? But... Tommy Lee Jones was great, but Harrison Ford, it could have been anyone.
On the train that made that film.
It was just the way it was cut, the music. It was just an exciting movie because of the. I think you could have put a puppet head in there and it would have worked. You know what I mean?
Oh. Hey, well, Howard, but also the Academy.
Let's
really
face it, Harrison Ford slept through most of the movie.
As he does most of his roles.
Right.
Harrison was great. What are you talking about?
Uh-oh, there are people after me.
Oh, my God, I'm a fugitive. Someone killed my wife.
Tom could have done that part.
Yeah. So you know what I'm saying? Anyway, it's a great movie. I think the guy who directed it deserved the Academy Award. In fact, what he should do is steal the Academy Award from Steven Spielberg and then be a fugitive in real life.
Well, don't you think that Steven Spielberg deserved an award anyway?
No, he deserved an award for a body of work. And his other all of his movies were better than Schindler's List.
You haven't seen Schindler's List.
I don't need to see it to tell you what's good.
I see.
I know. I have intuition.
Don't let the facts obscure your opinion.
The Fugitive on pay-per-view this weekend and all week long. Check your cable guide or call your cable system for dates and times in your area.
We're back with the Howard Stern Show.
You know, now that we're taping the television show during our radio show, the lights are very hot in here, so I took my shirt off during the commercials, but I have to put it back on now because I'm going to interview the Rangers, and that could end up on TV. And we've all decided that my shoulders look very feminine.
Is that right? Is that the problem?
Well, I have very weak shoulders, Robin. As you know, I have almost no muscle.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, I might as well point out every little detail. Small penis, weak shoulders. I'm almost a woman. Thank you. So what I'm doing now is putting my shirt back on for the interview portion of the program, Robin.
Has David considered how to mask your flaws in the movie?
Yeah, we're going to shoot during the winter, so that I'm wearing winter coats, even indoors. Most of the scenes will take place indoors with me in my winter coat.
Even love scenes, you'll be fully dressed.
You'll notice in my movie it'll be, oh, it's cold in this room, and then I'll be wearing a coat. The only one who has expressed any interest in my weak shoulders is our gay intern. He feels that they look very nice. But we'll meet him in a minute. But now I have actual Rangers,
they
champions.
Really are here.
First of all, Gary informs me, since what I know about hockey will fit into a thimble. We have Mark Messier,
a very good player,
who is the captain of the Rangers.
Yes.
He is one of the...
in fact, he was instrumental in winning one game practically by himself.
Gary said we have the two best Rangers here.
And who's the other guy?
Brian Leach, the guy who won the MVP.
He's that a Connecticut guy?
Yeah, he's an American.
Okay.
An actual American who plays hockey.
Well.
I get them in here, but Tom is busy sniffing their seats. Our general manager is such a suck-up to any athlete, especially hockey players. Yeah. He is already in there.
You could have a camera following him to watch him drool.
They better have had the camera on this.
Over the sports guys.
Hey, bring in Tom. Hey, Gorilla, come in here and tell us how Tom sucked up. Gorilla already gave me a full speech what Tom gave. Sit down, Tom.
What did he say? Did he kiss their ring?
Tom, did you kiss ass? Like?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
where are you going?
Smell his breath.
Well, I assumed that they're coming in.
No, you could sit down for a second. All right, Gorilla, what happened when Tom met Brian Leach and Mark Messier?
I'm sorry, Tom, but it was too good. he walked in, he introduced himself as the general manager, and then he said, watching you guys raise the cup was so moving just to me and my son, and it was like you not only won it for yourselves, but you won it for millions of fans, and it's 54 years, it's over, and I was there at Game 7, and it was so moving to see you watch it, score the goal.
See you raise the cup was, so I said, a moment we'll never forget. Sorry?
He's in there, like, giving them, like, those guys care. They don't care, Tom.
You know what, Howard? You're probably right.
They don't. But they're laughing at you.
But you're wrong.
They're jocks.
You're right and you're wrong, Howard. How is
I'm right and I'm wrong. You're right, you're wrong. It's yin and yang. Be all that you can be. Gorilla, did you see Tom put his head in their laps or anything like that?
No.
I mean, did he get that? Did he get that much?
I have to admit, they did seem like a little, thank you, like they've heard it like a lot.
Yeah, it's like, thanks.
I'm sure they have.
Tom is such a kid. I get big ratings. I accomplish more than the Rangers do.
Tom never gushes over you.
I accomplish more than the Rangers do, and I've never received gushing like that from Tom.
You are so full of it.
Oh, come on, watch your language. What's the matter with you? You know we're on TV.
I have to run back. Excuse me.
And Gorilla, you have a way of describing Tom's actions that are unbelievable.
Thank you very much.
Fred, do an impression of Gorilla describing.
Then he said to the Rangers, and then I was sitting with my son, and then they said it was the greatest moment of our life, and it was the greatest hockey game, and there you go.
You got away with words, Gorilla.
Well, it wasn't that bad, was it?
Yeah, it was pretty weird. You were real nervous.
Yeah.
Were you nervous because the cameras on you?
No, I'm always nervous.
Wow. You're always nervous?
Yeah. I'm a nervous guy.
Hoo-ha.
Of course.
All right, let me meet the Rangers now, Tom, if you don't mind. Yeah, you can leave.
I can't stay?
Tom's already worked himself into the show 4 times. You're going to be discovered from this. All right, very good.
He's constantly thinking about his facial expressions. I noticed that.
Yeah, he thinks
I was working all last night.
He thinks he's Pat Riley.
I want to do golf.
I bought a book.
Hey, Tom, get out of here. The real heroes of the day are here. Get out. By the way, we have Brian Leach and Mark Messier.
There we
are. Take a seat. Hey, guys, the heroes of the day. The heroes of the day. Now, Mark. You're Mark, I know that much.
I am, yeah.
Actually, Gary had
an accent.
Mark, you got an accent, right?
I don't think so. I don't know.
Yeah, you do. What are you, Canadian?
Yeah.
What do you like from the French side?
A little bit, yeah. A little French.
But that don't make you real French, right?
Not fluent, no.
Yeah, but I don't like the French that live in France.
Those French.
Yeah, I don't get a beef with the Canadian French at all.
Canadians are okay.
Huh?
They're okay with you?
These guys are heroes, and yet they look scarier than villains, to be honest with you.
You know what? I was looking at a little bit of the celebration the other day.
Yeah.
And I want to know who was the guy with no teeth who was holding up the cup.
That was my grandmother.
Oh, okay.
And also we have the great Brian Leach here, of course, who is American. Which is unbelievable.
How many Americans in the whole league?
2. There's more and more every year, but, it's still dominated by the Canadians. But
Mark, do you guys laugh at the Americans? That they're weak and everything? Yeah, right.
It was like Brian came around. Then.
Now you dig Americans because Brian can play.
Well, MVP.
So now you don't think we're all pussies and everything.
Exactly.
Right, exactly. So I found out that Mark is like a big fan of mine.
Oh, is he?
Right, Mark?
I admit, yeah.
You listen all the time?
Every day going out to practice.
Yeah, he doesn't believe what I say. And Brian, I don't know about him. I don't know if you're big. You don't look
actually, I drive Mark to practice.
Oh, do you? So you have to listen to this.
Someone's got to watch out.
Now, both you guys married, or are you guys getting really top-notch broads from this championship? Are you guys married?
No.
Both single. Oh, you guys must get laid like crazy. You get laid like crazy, or
you
what?
Were waiting to win the cup?
Yeah, because, hockey guys generally, because the Rangers and everything have been losers for so long, now that you're winners, you're probably going to get a different caliber of woman, right?
Well, Mark's always had the top notch.
Oh, really? Is that right? Now, Mark, of course, here's what I know about hockey, and what I know about hockey can fit into a thimble. Mark is the guy they built the whole team around. Is that right?
Yep.
Like, in other words, they brought him in.
To build a franchise
around him. So he gets his ass kissed all the time. That's why when Tom was kissing his ass, it was like, hey, get out of my face.
You're not even doing it well.
Please, I've had my ass kissed by professionals. Why don't you just get off my cloud?
You're an amateur.
Yeah, right. Is that right?
Not really, no.
So you got a girlfriend?
No, I'm pretty single right now.
Is there a special bar you can go to like where you can meet groupies and stuff? Is there like a hockey bar?
Well, we have a buddy of ours that has a bar that we frequent quite often.
Oh, is that right?
You
What's that
want to
bar?
mention the name so girls can go meet you?
Yeah, maybe the girls will go there tonight. No, but I'm saying, like, when you were a kid, let's start with you, and then we'll go to...
Tom just put a note, because Tom knows everything about you guys.
Yeah.
Tom just put a note at the door that said, Mark has been mentioned with Madonna.
No kidding, you got her? How is she, man?
Shut him up.
Do you hear an echo? Do you hear an echo in there when finally get someone like that? But, seriously, when you were with Madonna, weren't you nervous? Because like, a lot of guys have sort of visited that arena.
No, just...
You got Madonna? You son of a bitch. Look at you. You're the Howard Stern of hockey.
Oh, boy.
How you nail someone like that? How do you get involved in that?
Not even close, but...
I'm not even interested in the Stanley Cup. I'm more interested in how you got Madonna. Hey, by the way, for our TV audience, because we are taping this will be on Saturday night, I have the Stanley Cup here. Let me hold it up to the camera. There it is. Wow. It's green and white.
When are your names going to be added to that?
Oh, I'm sorry, Robin. This is Fred's coffee cup. There it is, right there. Where is the Stanley Cup? You guys don't even know where it is, do you?
It just left...
I had it for one night, but I don't know where it is now.
Explain to me what happens with the Stanley Cup. Each guy's name is written on it.
Yep.
Some of the Polish guys, their names could take 3-4 lines. Is that correct?
Yeah.
But the point is that you got your name written on it, and then each player gets to take it with them for like a night?
That was the, from my experience anyways, that was the whole deal with it, that the captain, and after that, was able to take the cup around and...
Really?
Yeah. So we...
Look how lucky these guys are. They're all soft-spoken. They hardly talk at all, but they get Madonna-caliber women.
Yeah, Madonna's coming to see them play.
So, Mark, what'd you leave the Stanley Cup at some broad's apartment or something?
Losers.
Honey, look at this. Look at my cup.
Yeah, what do you do with the cup on your night?
Yeah.
Howard is the great icebreaker living.
Yeah, it really is. I can't believe both you guys are single, man. You played it smart.
I have a girlfriend.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Who is it? Is it someone related to Madonna?
No.
Is it a famous model?
No.
How'd you meet her?
I met her sister out one night, and
she young?
Things didn't work out, so she introduced me to her sister.
Because look at what's his name got Carol Alt, Greshner.
Yeah, and then that other guy.
What other guy?
Gretzky or...
Oh, the great Gretzky.
Yeah.
Great Gretzky. I met the guy. He looks 2 feet tall, and he's got that beautiful peace wife of his.
His wife introduced me to Madonna.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's how you made the move. Because you used to play with the great Gretzky, huh?
10 years, yeah.
How much did you hate him? Getting all the credit for every great thing you did. Did you hate his guts?
No.
Tell the truth.
We all felt good about it.
No, you hated the great Gretzky because
you felt better when he left.
Don't you feel better now that you won without the great Gretzky? Can you imagine you guys wouldn't be getting any? Don't you hate playing with a guy like that? Seriously, you guys wouldn't be getting any attention now.
The man can play. No,
he can play.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he can play.
I bet you I could kick his ass. Oh, wow. Does he get first choice of the women when you guys go out? Does everyone, oh, Gretzky?
He did okay.
So you mean you're over Gretzky? Okay. You're over Gretzky's house.
Yeah.
And Janet Jones says...
Out in a white bikini.
Oh, ooh. You go over Gretzky's house and Janet Jones comes out in a bikini?
Yeah.
And what do you do? Just punch him in the face?
He never lets him wear clothes. He wears a bikini all the time.
I get my shovel, chop Gretzky in half, and then jump on top of his wife. Of course, I'd leave the mask at my house so the police could find it. You believe that? O.J. Simpson, man. He's something else.
That's the sports move.
What's Gretzky weigh? About 90 pounds? Hey, Gretzky, come here. I'm going to pop you in your face.
105, yeah.
So you're over there, and Janet Jones runs around in a bikini? Oh, God almighty. That can make a man become religious.
So how does Madonna enter the room?
Oh, hold on. Wait a second. No, wait a second. Robin, you're not a guy. I'm working on Janet Jones running around. Is she wearing like a thong?
Yeah, she did. She's
really? Like you can see her ass and everything? Oh, man. That's like a guy's wife coming out naked. You know what I mean? It's weird.
What does Gretzky up to?
I don't know. What I would do is, I'm going to give you guys the move. The move. If you're ever in a situation like that, you put Quaaludes in Gretzky's beer, so he passes out, and you can jump on top of. You guys are jocks. I know about drugs. Yeah, exactly. So wait a second. Now, just wait a second. Everyone, calm down here. This is a good story. Hey, you guys get the parade today. Yeah, that's good. You're going to clog up all the traffic, and I can't do anything.
Ticker tape.
Ticker tape parade.
Down 9th and where's your book opening there? 9th and
somewhere around there. I don't know where it is, but Giuliani got pressured into it. They were going to throw you in with the Knicks. I got news for you. The Knicks ain't going to win. They're not, you know.
Yeah, they are.
No, they. No, they're not. Hakeem.
They had to win the last game. They'll win now.
You think so?
Yep.
No, you're just saying that. You know all the right things to say. You're going after endorsements.
Hey.
You really feel that way, huh?
Are you guys getting any endorsements?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Did you get any endorsements out of this?
No.
I'm too old for endorsements.
Brian, you're MVP. You didn't get an endorsement?
That's how I get to hang out with Mark.
Wheaties hasn't contacted you?
Wheaties hasn't contacted you?
No.
What is it with hockey players? They don't get a lot of endorsements.
Hey, you guys, what is with you guys?
I don't know. What is
You
with
think
that?
white guys who play sports?
It's the one last great white sport. Have you guys ever seen a black hockey player that's done anything, anything big?
Brian's gonna have all the endorsements he can handle. Believe me.
Oh yeah, sure. He got a call from what do you call it? Snapple. They're going to have him tomorrow. Nathan's called. What?
So far, the big endorsement is Tony the Tiger's wearing a Ranger jersey on the cover of Sugar Frosted Flakes.
Yeah, but these guys don't see any of that money.
Oh, hi.
The hockey players are all white. Am I correct? It's exciting to see white guys. You know what the problem is, though?
Majority,
you guys, you guys wear all that padding and stuff. I can't tell you're white.
Nobody can see you.
I can't see your face. What is it?
Mark actually played with one of the better black players.
Who?
Grant Fuhrer.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah,
but that's very rare.
Yeah, he was incredible goalie.
Why aren't white people more excited? You guys should be rolling in endorsement money.
What is wrong with white people, Howard?
I don't know. I don't know why we're not doing this. I'll tell you one thing. If Gretzky's wife was going to be in the parade with Madonna, I'd go. I'll tell you that right now. You're not kidding. So let me get this move down straight. This is exciting. You go over Gretzky's house, and the guy's probably got a big spread, right? Because he's a guy who's made millions.
He's made the bucks.
Are you guys making big bucks, or are you doing okay? I mean, or you guys want us to fill that Stanley Cup with money?
No, we do great.
You do great?
Yeah.
I mean, you guys will get out of hockey and you can retire and then go play golf all day?
You won't have to take jobs at car dealerships or anything?
Yeah, that's the most embarrassing. You ever see athletes who have to go take jobs at car dealerships?
No, we're real fortunate now. It's great.
This car comes in a beautiful maroon, or, it's very, very
We got options.
So you guys are investing all your money and everything?
No.
No? Do you get a bonus and stuff for
winning the cup?
Yeah, I think a lot of guys have bonuses in their contract that it can...
Yeah?
Yeah, so I think that the...
Can you guys make $1 million a year being hockey players, or is that out of the question?
I think Lemieux and Gretzky are up around 6 or 7.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What are you at, about 2, 3? Yeah? All right. Nothing wrong with saying that. It's public record. No kidding. You're kind of handsome.
All of a sudden you heard the figures and you thought to look at him differently.
I like both of you guys. Let me tell you something, Brian. If you marry that woman, you get her to sign a prenup. You understand me?
Is she nervous that he's going to now abandon her with his
You cheat on your girlfriend, Brian?
award?
Absolutely not.
Really? No. You're really in love.
Yep. Yeah, look at Mark. Mark's going to...
Mark, you're going to vomit.
Mark here.
There's no way.
Mark won't make it to the parade.
You seen him cheat on his girlfriend?
No, never.
Really? Is she a real knockout?
She's unbelievable knockout.
How big are her...
Does she wear a bikini, a thong?
Does she ever wear a thong when you come over?
No.
That's how she greets Mark.
Brian, you seem like kind of like a religious guy or something, aren't you?
Yeah, I was raised in a very religious family.
You into my Lord Jesus Christ? I'm with you, pal. Hear ya. Hey, let me tell you, I'm into that myself. Every once in a while, when I'm not with the broads. Then I lose religion. All right, let me get this straight. So you go over to the great Gretzky's house. And Janet Jones, what do you have, like a barbecue or something?
A little barbecue,
really?
Candles on the table. The whole.
Did you bring a date, or were you solo?
Janet seems to help me out a little bit all the time.
So that's the thing. She fixes him up.
I know a great guy. All my model friends want to meet him. So when you went over this night, was it Madonna that was your date?
No.
No. So you go over the first time, and Janet Jones is just like barbecuing with a thong on. And you're supposed to sit there and act all night like it's not like it's no big deal. Yeah, like it's no big deal. Like you're not noticing.
Exactly. So we're paying attention to our meat and potatoes that Wayne served.
Yeah, that's like when I go over Dee Snider's house. You know Dee Snider from Twisted Sister? He's got a piece of ass wife, just like the great Gretzky's got. And she rolls around in a thong and a bikini top, and I'm supposed to sit there like I don't notice what's going on. Meanwhile, I'm completely around.
But a beautiful woman.
Oh, tell me about it.
Beautiful woman.
She's the one who was in that movie.
Oh, goodness. She was in a chorus line.
Yeah.
And what was the other one? Flamingo Kid. That was the one.
All right, so how do you meet?
White bathing suit. I've seen a few times.
So then what she says? She says to you, hey, I know Madonna, and she would like to meet you? I mean, what's
they were
that?
doing that movie, the baseball movie.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, A League of Their Own?
League of Their Own, yeah.
Janet Jones was in that?
Yeah. Yeah, a lot.
Was she?
I don't remember.
Yeah, Janet Jones. She was the pitcher for the one team there. And
really?
Yeah, she did a pretty good role.
You think Gretzky can deliver the goods to her? I mean, I know he's a great hockey player, but do you think he can satisfy a woman like that? He doesn't look like he's that.
They don't call him a great one for him.
Really? You ever seen him naked?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Is he the great one?
Is he the great one?
He is the great one.
Really? No kidding. Are you just saying that? You guys see each other naked all the time, right?
Yeah.
No big deal. You see, that's the only reason I never got into athletics. I'm really very small.
Not that you're not an athlete.
I think I would have been a great athlete. I think I could have been a hockey player.
Oh.
But I, unfortunately, don't have a hockey stick between my legs. I have more of a what do you call that, Robin? A pimple. But, no, seriously, you guys grew up as jocks. I mean, you guys always played sports, and you'd always see other guys naked and stuff, so you have to be hung pretty well, or else guys will make fun of you. Am I correct?
Absolutely, yeah. Otherwise, you wear a towel, into the shower.
It's amazing. I have world champions here, and I'm just finding out about how you handle the locker room. And are any of the guys
important, though?
Are any of the guys real small, and you guys like goof on him behind his back? I won't ask you who it is, but there's some guys who you notice are a little small in the shower?
Absolutely.
Really? See, that's why I could never go into sports.
Yeah.
So what
it
about...
was because of people like Mark.
That's right. I want to finish this story. Wait a second, because this is really fascinating as someone like me. Forget about the fact that you just won the Stanley Cup. I could care less. What I'm interested in is Madonna. So you're there, and Janet Jones says, would you like to meet Madonna? What does she say? Now, don't tell me you forgot.
No, I didn't know.
I mean, like, what does she say? Like, does she say, hey, would you like to meet Madonna?
Yeah, exactly.
And you go, yeah.
Yeah, I'd love to, obviously. I'd love to.
Yeah. And then where do you meet her? At Gretzky's house?
No. We actually didn't really meet for a long time, actually. After we talked, You
talked to her on the phone?
A lot of times.
No kidding. Cool.
What do you talk to her about?
Hey, baby.
She's not going to be happy with me right now.
Oh, screw her. Yeah. Big deal. You got enough of her. You got to go on with it. You'll get better than that. Believe me. Who cares about that?
I like her. She's a great girl.
No, she's a great... Hey, I would like her, too. Why not?
Believe me, she's intelligent.
Really?
Super girl, yeah.
Oh, boy, she must have been hot. Super intelligent.
Crediting her with intelligence.
Yeah, I believe she did brain surgery last week. They said that she's going to be the world's greatest
She is going to find the cure to AIDS.
No, I'm not asking you anything sexual. I just want to know how you meet her. So you talked to her on the phone a couple of times. You seem to have a conversation. Because, you know what I find with her? You got to always be cool. You got to say cool
stuff. At the time, I was playing hockey in Edmonton, Western Canada. And that summer, I got traded to New York. So after I got traded to New York, we had talked a few times. And
you saw her?
Yeah, and then we kind of...
So then after you talked on the phone, she said, hey, let's get together. So where do you go? You take her on a date? Or you just go right up to her apartment and have sex with her?
No.
You skip all that date crap. Because she's maybe too hip for a date. Like, weren't you nervous, though? Like, what do I do, man? This babe is worth a lot of money. She's famous. Yeah, right. Like, when were you more nervous? Here or on your date with Madonna?
The seventh game.
The seventh game, yeah. I even watched... I couldn't stay up to watch the whole seventh game.
Yeah.
Because I'm a big baby and I have to get to sleep. But that was, like, maybe the most exciting hockey I'd ever seen. Even though I'd only seen, like, 10 games. But it was really cool. Yeah. I don't know how you guys... I mean, I was nervous for you.
I was nervous, too.
Were you nervous? Yeah. I mean, do you sit there like... I mean, are you wetting your pants?
Well, it's, the easy part's going out on the ice, but sitting on the bench and waiting for the game. And
man,
that's exactly... The in-between games is the toughest part.
Yeah.
Once the game started, it was okay, but the 2 days in between are...
Well, Mark, weren't you nervous that day you made that big boast about winning the game? And then you had to go out there and deliver?
The next morning when I saw the headlines, I was extremely nervous.
See, evidently in sports, you're not allowed, for some reason in sports, you're not allowed to make a prediction. You're not allowed to say, otherwise you're arrogant. There's like rules, you have to stick to the rules.
Right. Well, Howard, you can, but in New York City, there's been some, Namath and through, though. It's been pretty...
I knew you guys would win. Did I predict they would win?
Yes, you did.
Huh.
I think.
All right, now we had enough hockey. So did Madonna have a face like a Hoover? I mean, was she like really going on there? All right, wait. All right, that's out of line. That's out of line. Even I admit that. Wait a second. Let me ask you this. I think you said yes. That might have been a yes. No, I know. No.
I'm loyal and faithful.
So when it comes down to the seventh game and everything, the little bit I observed, the Canucks. Which isn't that a racial slur against Canadians? Why do they call themselves? Isn't that like saying like the New York niggers or something? I mean, isn't that a racial slur?
Wow.
I mean, seriously, isn't that a racial slur? Canuck? I'm not Canadian. I don't know.
I'm not either.
Yeah. Are you Canadian?
I am. Yeah.
You admit to that? Yeah. So, isn't it bad to call someone a Canuck?
No, that's the Canadian.
That's a compliment.
Canuck.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So.
Slang.
when I was watching the Canucks, they seemed to have a real good control of the puck, like passing it to one another. I mean, like really exceptional.
No, that's our game.
Yeah, but
Did you know who you were watching?
That's our game.
Which jerseys were you guys wearing? No, they were really. They seemed to be more in control, but they couldn't score. You guys were like muscling in there and doing wild things.
Well, our team is generally considered most talented of all the teams in the league anyways.
You guys must have really muscular asses from when I was skating. Can we get into that? Do you guys like, when you guys are naked, are you like really attractive?
No. Well, hockey players known for that.
Yeah, right. I mean, you really have nice bodies here. I mean, with your clothes on, I just wonder what you look like naked. No, seriously, from all that, I'm thinking of taking up that rollerblading so I get my ass in shape.
Brian wants to show you.
Brian, do me a favor. Brian, pull down your pants because I got cameras in here. Show everyone.
I'm taking their clothes off.
Please, Brian, just show us your ass. What's the big deal? Come on, man.
I didn't shave it today. You know?
Oh, that's all right.
Give him a little spanking.
No, wait a second. I got to get back to this. So I'm really curious. You talked to Madonna a couple of times on the phone, right? Mark.
And it's pretty easy to talk to her on the phone?
Yeah, like, I mean, is it an easy conversation? Like, can you talk to her for an hour? I mean, like, what do you talk about? You talk about music or something? I really like your music. Thank you. What's between your legs? I mean, I don't know. Does she know any big words? I mean, you know. No, seriously, I mean, like, you want her over on the phone. But do you take her on a date? Do you go to a restaurant and meet? Or do you, like, go somewhere private?
Restaurant.
Really?
Yep.
And you eat? What did she eat?
Oh, I don't know.
You didn't know? See, I would take no.
I do know, but I mean...
What did she eat? I'm curious.
I don't know.
Big steak? I know. Hey, he's rich. I'll run up the tab. I'm going to get lobster and take surf and turf.
She was really impressed that I bought the meal, though.
Oh, really? That you paid for it?
I guess most people don't pay with Madonna.
Really? Yeah, I wouldn't pay for her meal. She's got more money than me.
How dare you?
Hey, treat me. Yeah, you paid for the meal. And then where do you go? Like Central Park or something?
No, we just kind of...
Hung out? Did you start making out right away?
No, never. No.
You score the first night?
No.
You swear you've never kissed Madonna?
I swear.
What do they... so you never got it on with her? Homo. You got her. You slide devil. Which is better, winning the Stanley Cup or winning her in the sack? Are you sitting there going, oh, man, I'm with a celebrity? I mean, are you going like wild or...
Stanley Cup.
Stanley Cup's better? I don't know. Man.
I think the Stanley Cup.
I've never had a celebrity. Never had one.
You've had yourself.
Well, yeah. I've had myself every night for the past 20 years. It's pretty pathetic, my life. So now you're excited. This is big. You guys don't see any endorsements, Brian? I mean, a big endorsement
on the horizon?
deal? Does your agent talk to you about endorsements?
None of that Disney stuff?
No, he's doing all he can.
What about Disney? You can't do anything. What is it with hockey? Explain this to me.
After the Stanley Cup, there was no Disney person there saying, where you going?
There are no good white athletes around, and you guys are the only ones. I mean, you would think you'd be rolling in dough. I can't believe this.
Howard.
It's unbelievable.
I agree. Wholeheartedly. Yeah.
I mean, after a year like you've had, the Stanley Cup, the Madonna Cup, every cup. I mean, you've had it all. I mean, there's certainly enough there to brag.
What more do advertisers want?
Yeah, really. Who are you going to get next? Rosie O'Donnell? Oh, boy. Hoo-ha.
What, is he working right through the cast of A League of Their Own?
Yeah, he's going to go through the whole cast of A League of Their Own. Gina Davis, everybody.
Janet.
It seems to me if I ever became single, I would just go over to Gretzky's house and meet Janet and let her bring her friends over.
And have her introduce you to her friends.
That seems to be the move.
I think that's what Mark's doing.
You guys have a lot of celebrity friends?
Mark does.
Boy, Mark gets everything. Who's some of your friends, Mark?
That's why I follow him around.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Mark, who are your? Come on. Who are your friends? How do you meet these people?
God, I don't know.
Who do you got? Jackson Brown and Daryl Hannah? John F. Kennedy Jr.
David Foster. I don't know if you know.
David Foster?
Yeah.
Kid from Married with Children?
No, that's Faustino.
Oh, okay. You're hanging out with him?
Music producer.
That guy?
Yeah,
the guy who hit Ben Vereen.
Oh, that's right.
That guy.
The guy who hit Ben Vereen with the car?
He's a bad driver, but he's a great guy, but bad driver.
That's your friend?
That's his claim to fame.
Oh, my God. Oh, yeah, everyone's going, I never heard any of those shows. Oh, no, he hit Ben Vereen with his car. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know him.
Well, thank him for me. I'm not a big Ben Vereen fan.
Stop that.
Oh, please. Oh, gee, we lost Ben Vereen. What a
Why
loss.
was Ben jogging there anyway?
Yeah, he's jogging in the middle of the night. This poor guy, David Foster. I know this guy. He's terrific. He's a great guy. He's a nice guy.
You don't know him.
I spoke to him on the phone.
Did you?
Yes. He happens to be a nice man. Ben Vereen decides to go jogging in the middle of the night.
Is this what he was complaining about?
Well, no, but I was complaining. Because Ben Vereen is dumber than OJ. I mean, he's hide the gloves if you're going to kill someone.
Ben Vereen didn't commit any crime. He was just jogging. Okay?
What? Well, no.
Maybe he was a little reckless to jog at that time of the night in the middle of the street, but he was just jogging.
No, I am saying Ben Vereen should not be out in the middle of the night jogging. You know enough. You barely see him in the daylight, let alone at night. Yeah, at least wear white. All right, look. Listen, you guys, you won the Stanley Cup, obviously. You're euphoric. By the way, I just received word that Brian has been asked to do TV commercials for Italian jewelry design. And we'll be contacting them later in the week.
Oh, that's wonderful. I'm very happy for you.
So what happens after you win the Stanley Cup? Do you guys just party all night, or do you... like, what happens? I saw you drinking from the cup. Then I saw Larry Ratso Sloman drinking from the cup, and I said, boy, what kind of party is this?
Why do you know Larry Ratso Sloman?
Yes, I know. Ratso's a big hockey fan.
I saw him at the Buddy Bar's bar a few times at the
Oh, he hangs out at their bar.
Ratso's a groupie.
I see.
All right. Anyway, so the point is, you win the Stanley Cup, and then what do? You drink, you get drunk, you get S-faced. And then where do you go? Brian, you go home to your girlfriend and you gave it to her like 100 times because you feel like Superman?
Best I could.
Really? Good for you, my friend. What are you going to do all off-season?
Same thing.
What, give it to your girlfriend? All right.
Oh, man.
All right, hey, I'll do that.
Just relax and enjoy it. This is unbelievable.
This is unbelievable, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah. Do you get a ring or something?
Yeah, a ring. And
cool.
Yeah, I think that... this whole experience for everybody in New York, the whole deal has been absolutely incredible, and I think that the 54-year wait for the cup to come here and the people that were involved in the whole deal was, Howard.
Yeah, that's cool.
Did you hear about that curse that was on the team? I just heard about that the other day.
Yeah, well, Ratso took the curse off. He did the special thing.
Is that right?
He did the Ooga Booga on there.
Did you guys believe in that curse?
What kind of curse, Robin?
There was a guy who, remember they were talking about that, the team, the Americans?
Oh, yeah?
That was here
that was,
before.
1940, yeah.
Yeah,
and
well.
the owner, they phoned the owner.
Oh, really?
They phoned the family of the owner who was supposedly put the curse on the team, and the family wouldn't lift the curse.
Really?
Yeah, because something happened supposedly.
Yeah, but the athletes are real superstitious.
Yeah, and what happened was this guy had a franchise here in New York, and then the Rangers came in, and they became more popular, and his franchise sort of died.
Right.
And as a result, they had won a Stanley Cup and everything, and as a result, the guy said, you know what? You guys will never win another Stanley Cup while I'm alive.
Wow.
And he died in like 80-something.
He died, and then they phoned him before Game 7 to lift the curse, and the family wouldn't lift the curse.
Wow.
It's unbelievable. Hey, who's this, Gary?
Mike Richter.
Who's Mike Richter?
He's our star goalie.
You're the goalie?
Oh.
Come here, I'll kick your ass. Who did you have, Madonna, too?
You better have a big shoe.
Hey, congratulations, my friend.
Thank you very much.
Hey, get on this microphone. Get him a chair, for God's sake. There's another big hockey player. Hey, look at you guys. You guys aren't that muscular at all. I'm in better shape. Oh, yeah, you are. You are pretty muscular. Yeah. You're tall? Oh, yeah, I'm sitting down. Hey, anyway, see if that mic works.
Hello, yeah.
All right. Anyway, so you're the goalie, huh? You did a good job.
Yeah, great year.
Yeah, great year. You're all excited, huh? Get that big parade today. Believe me, 2 weeks afterwards, they forget all about you.
Exactly. So we're soaking it up right now.
Yeah. I heard you put John Van Beesbrook out of business, huh? Good for you, the Beezer. Still wondering what happened when you came to town. Poor Beezer, I can't believe it.
Beezer was a nice guy.
Yeah. He had a great year himself. He's down in Florida now, and he did a great job.
Is he?
There, yeah.
The hell with him. Yeah, meanwhile, he never got us a cup. I'm glad you're here. So anyway, I say this Stanley Cup where they put everyone's name on it. They ought to put all the girls you guys get their names on it, too. Like get Madonna's name on there and everything else. It's unbelievable. Wouldn't that be something? The cup would be huge.
The cup would be way too big.
Yeah. It would be. Yeah, so you guys are all excited. You got the big parade today. After you win the Stanley Cup, now, okay, we all know what Brian did. He went home and gave it to his girlfriend. And Mark, you weren't with Madonna that night, were you?
No.
Did you talk to her?
The next night
are you still dating her?
No.
Really?
I saw her the next night of the Knick game, though. She's a big Knick fan.
What did you say?
She's a big Knick fan.
Is she?
Yeah.
So what does she go from athlete to athlete?
No, looks like she's with the season, I guess. I don't know.
You better have worn a rubber when you were with her. I'm telling you, you could be in big trouble, my friend.
And a helmet.
Yeah, and a helmet.
Get into your whole hockey garb.
Yeah, right. Did you wear your whole hockey garb when you...
padding, everything.
The teeth guard, everything. Unbelievable. Hey, you guys all got teeth. Hey, look at that.
Madonna's cool.
Is she?
She's really good.
She was good to you, huh? She's a good girl.
Yeah, she's good.
You spank her? Son of a bitch. I can't believe it. You spanked her with a stick. I'm telling you. Give her the Zamboni. No kidding. Who else did you get that was famous? Who else did you date? Who else did you date that was famous?
Who else is of Janet's friends?
Yeah. Who else you got? I mean, you know, not sexually, but just a date. Anybody else that we know?
I don't think so.
Any models?
Boy, that guy, I don't think.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. He ain't saying, right?
Keeping quiet.
Mike, what about you? You getting anybody, or is it
no,
slim pickings? You married?
That's why we won the cup.
Yeah?
You can help things out.
Yeah, you were, you got to get someone. I can't even tell if your microphone's on.
I can't either. It's probably best that it's off.
Who knows? Yeah, right. We'll get it in trouble. You married or you single, too?
No, I'm single, too.
Boy, everyone's single.
What, is a whole team of single guys?
Yeah, he's married? He is?
What is that?
Are you married?
No, I'm not.
Is he married?
Jeez.
What, is he single when he gets the cup?
Yeah, when you get the cup, all of a sudden you're single. That's like me when I was in Cleveland. I was single. You better tell me. I'll find out anyway.
No, no.
Your wife will call in.
No,
is he single or married?
I have a girlfriend. I'm single, and I've never been married.
Yeah, you got a girlfriend?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah? Everybody's so damn lucky. Everyone's having the time of their life. So what are you going to do in the off season?
I haven't really thought about it too much. We just enjoy this couple of days right now, and it's funny because in one game, all your responsibilities end, and you think you're free. But we've had a series of team functions now, and it's been a little bit tough to keep up with. But it's been very enjoyable, and everybody will probably leave by the weekend. So
one of those sports.
That was a sports rap. Yeah, we got a whole bunch.
Take my microphone's off.
Everybody just fell asleep. Hey, I got ratings to get here. Hey, Mike, who invited you? Who invited you to this? Well, how did he end up in this studio? You sure you play hockey?
A quick hand for the goalie.
I can't believe the goalie. No wonder you're the goalie. You went out on the ice, the other team will fall asleep. Listen, you guys have the life. You won the Stanley Cup. You're getting girls left and right. Do you guys ever have to masturbate? Let's start with Brian. Do you guys ever have to?
It's only natural, isn't it?
Obviously, Mark never has to. Is that true?
He has other people who do it for him.
Yeah, right.
Perk of being captain.
That's right. The perk of being captain. The other players relax you before the game.
A little stress relief.
Yeah. Well, this is really exciting. To have the New York Rangers here with me. A guy who knows everything about sports. Hey, mind if I open the phones? Like maybe some of the fans want to thank you or something, do something goofy like that? All right, let them.
Yeah.
If any of you dopes want to thank these guys, give us a call, and we'll see what happens. All right? Let's see. I'm sure...
Tom should have thanked him on the air.
Yeah. Hey, Tom, you want to come in and kiss the Rangers' ass? Hey, tell me the truth. When our general manager was in there kissing your ass, did you go, what a douche? I mean, did you? Come on, seriously. Tell the truth for once.
What goes through your mind?
It's like worship. What goes through your mind when Tom is kissing your ass? Please, be honest for once. Hey, Tom. Hey, Tom, why don't you get on your knees? The Rangers are here.
To do it again.
Look at Tom. Oh, Tom. Tom, is this your wet dream or what? Go ahead.
Are you having a great time?
What? Go ahead, get on mic. What?
I said, are you having a great time trying to embarrass me?
No, it's just that, like, I don't fawn over athletes every time I meet them. You're like a woman.
I'm sorry, I didn't consider it fawning.
You were fawning.
No, go ahead, give him the speech.
Go ahead, give him the speech. Give it to him. Go ahead, come on, thank your Rangers. Hey, these guys brought you the Stanley Cup. Thank them.
Great, I told him it was a great.
And while you're giving the speech, pull your pants down and bend over. Come on, do what you want to do. You know what you want to do. Express yourself, for God's sake. He's in love with you guys, and I'm embarrassing him in front of you.
I have a lot of respect for what they do.
If you could marry Mark Messier, would you do it?
Madonna.
What?
I'd marry Madonna.
You'd marry Madonna?
I'm already married.
Are you happy to hear that Mark got Madonna? Doesn't that please you?
That's why he'd marry Madonna.
Yeah. Why don't you go kiss Mark on the lips? You know you want to. Go ahead. Kiss Mark Messier on the lips. Go ahead. It'll make your day. You want to touch him? Go ahead. Touch him.
No. I shook his hand.
You want to touch his leg? It's all right.
It was enough.
You want to squeeze his ass? Go ahead. All right, very good. Why don't you make believe you're Madonna?
Want me to run out? Want me to run out and call in on the phone?
Yeah, why don't you call on the phone and think? Go ahead, give your speech. Go ahead. This is Tom thanking the Rangers.
Yes, and we'll pretend we're not here.
Yeah. Gary, get a blonde wig for Tom so he can look like Madonna. Mark will be more impressed. Go ahead. Say to Mark what all fans want to say. Go ahead, Tom. Get close to the microphone and do it.
It was a great moment in New York sports history. It was the greatest moment in New York sports history as far as
What? Do you want to thank?
About seeing him.
What about Brian? Got the MVP.
Brian, the MVP. Mike, the.
Why did he get the MVP?
Because he was the best player for the entire playoffs.
Is he your favorite?
No.
Who's your favorite?
Who's your favorite Ranger?
I would say Mike is because he's a goalie and my son's a goalie. So.
Oh, isn't that sweet,
Well,
Mike?
tell him how you felt.
This guy knows hockey, huh?
Yeah, huh?
Tell him how you felt when you
How did
saw
you
them
feel
lift the cup.
when they lifted the cup? How did you feel?
Euphoric.
What went through your mind?
That I couldn't believe it had actually finally happened. And that I couldn't believe that I was lucky enough to actually be there with my son. How about that?
Oh, that is so sweet.
Yeah. Now, how do you guys feel? Are you sick?
Well, one of the guys just vomited on Tom's show. I won't say which. Oh, man. Unbelievable. Well, Tom, that's very beautiful.
Great.
Let's let a couple of listeners kiss the asses of the Rangers while we have them. Because these guys got to get ready for the parade.
I got to run out on the phone, okay?
This parade... Go ahead, thank you. The parade must have been... Thank you, Tom. That's how a woman feels when she thanks her man for a good job. That's good. You guys get that all day? Do you guys get that all day? Seriously?
Well, you know, New York's pretty happy right now.
At some point, you get embarrassed for the guy saying it, like a Tom, a grown man.
I throw water on you. Will it mess your makeup?
No, don't throw water on me.
This is electronic equipment.
Why don't you send flowers to Mark Matthews? That's right.
I sent a fruit. You didn't get the fruit basket?
All right, get away from them. You're making them nervous. Now, please, these guys are big athletes. Now, this is very exciting. Let a couple of listeners just thank you, and then I'll let you out of here, because I know you got to get to the parade. And that's where Giuliani will kiss your ass. That's going to be really something else. That's going to be good.
Timing's everything.
Timing is everything. It's going to be some parade. And it came on a perfect day with the Long Island Railroad strike. It'll be perfect. The whole streets will be clogged up.
Everything will be closed.
No one will have anywhere to park, and no one will be able to make a living.
New York will be at a standstill.
It certainly will. Hi, you're on the air with the New York Rangers. Hello?
Hello?
Well, if you want to kiss their ass, go ahead quickly. I don't have much time.
Howard.
You guys think you're going to start laughing at Giuliani's speech pattern when he starts talking like this?
Howard, I got a question for Brian.
Okay, go ahead. And make it a good question.
Brian, back in Boston College, there was rumors you guys used to play a game on a cookie. Is that true?
What? What is this about, Brian?
Game on a cookie?
Game on a cookie?
A bunch of hockey players.
That sounds like an embarrassing question.
Must have been rumors.
I don't know. No, he's a religious guy. Stop it.
Natural, right?
That's right. Hello?
Hello?
Yes. You have a question for the Rangers?
Yeah, I just wanted to congratulate them on the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, it's exciting. It's exciting.
Yeah.
Exciting to have a winning team.
Definitely.
All right.
They're not even listening to you.
Yeah, they could care less. They're waiting for Madonna. Has she called you to congratulate you?
I saw the Knicks game the night after.
You saw her at the Knicks game?
Yeah.
No kidding. And she was there with that supposed lesbian relationship of hers.
No.
Right? What's her name? Ingrid.
Ingrid.
She was there with Ingrid?
She was there with Ingrid. You ever get the two of them in the sack? Just tell me. Just wink.
I'm telling you, Madonna's really cool.
I'm still thinking about the game on the cookie. What the hell is that all about? I don't know.
I don't know what that is.
All right. Hi, you're on the air.
Yes, hi. I'd like to say that the Rangers, congratulations, and the Islanders rule! Howard, you're the greatest.
Thank you.
And I'm going to...
You know, and Islanders fans hate the Rangers, and the Rangers fans hate the Islander fans, right? I don't understand any of it.
No, but they said the Islander fans were kind of happy for the Rangers.
You know what was impressive to me, guys? That the fans afterwards didn't riot like basketball fans.
It was great. Yeah, it really was.
Well, they didn't riot here. They rioted in Vancouver.
Yeah, now what do you think of that? Whoever predicted that?
It was New York fans. They took a flight out to Vancouver.
That's what it was. It's unbelievable. All right, one last question, and then I got to let these guys go because they got to get over to the parade.
Oh, can I just touch with the Rangers?
Yes. Turn off your radio.
Okay. No, you can't. You have to turn the radio off. Yes.
All right, we'll talk to the Rangers. Would you like to sleep with the Rangers?
I do not want to sleep with the Rangers. However, I want to tell them that I have two sons that play hockey. And
Well, guys, congratulations on a great game. I knew you'd pull through. Robin, would you like to take the top off for any of the Rangers?
No.
Are you attracted to the Rangers? Do you feel...
They're very attractive men.
Yes, they are. Robin would like to get her hands on you.
No.
Very horny. Congratulations. I don't know what the hell's going on in hockey. I don't have any technical questions.
Yeah, we have no idea how you got to the final.
Yeah. And you guys ever have a black woman? That I could ask you. I can talk sex with you all day. It'd be no problem. But congratulations on a great game. You bring honor to New York. For God's sakes, they pay you guys enough. It's about time you won a game. Will they keep the whole team together next year, do you think? Will it be the same team?
The exact team will be... No, there'll be changes.
You think you three guys are safe?
I hope so.
No, are you three guys safe, seriously?
No, I don't... Yeah,
it certainly helps winning the cup.
It does help, but, remember what they did with the Mets? The Mets had a great year.
They broke them up.
And they broke them up, which made no sense. Don't you think it would make sense to keep you guys together?
Trade Gretzky, we're all...
Yeah. But who do you guys want to see off the team? Who really messed you up this year?
You're the captain, Mark. Who do you want off the team?
Yeah, who are the weakest guys that you complain about in private, and you go, man, we could have won this so much easier if they were off? And what about your coach? I hear you guys hate him, right?
Oh,
he's great. He is great?
Oh, yeah.
But you could really win it with any coach. I don't think your coach is that important.
You guys are the players.
Right.
No, the coach is big.
Who are you sick of besides Ratso?
Ratso was in the dressing room after we won the cup.
He was? Yeah, how does he get in there?
It was incredible with all the families.
Look at this. I got to... Oh, there we go.
Ratso came in as one of the wives.
Yeah. How does Ratso Sloman get it? I turn on the TV and see the Rangers are jubilant. They've won the game. They're drinking out of a cup. And Ratso is like next in line to drink out of the cup.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's like, well, what is this?
Unbelievable.
Yeah, like, why is he drinking out of a cup?
Been a fan for 30 years.
He's a fan for 30 years. So have a lot of people.
Yeah, they're not in the dressing room, the locker room.
Well, this is exciting. Congratulations. Have a big parade today. I won't be there. I'm much too busy. I'll be having meeting after meeting. But, no, all the fans are excited that you guys won, and I want to thank you for coming in here, giving me this world exclusive.
Thanks for having me.
And I hope you get some endorsement deals.
Thank you.
And I hope you guys all nail Madonna. I hope all three of you nail Madonna. What do you think of that? Right, Robin? Do you wish that for them?
Well, they won the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, it's a great accomplishment. At least you can go to your grave and say, hey, we won.
If you can't get endorsements, it's a very...
Now die in peace.
Now you can die in peace. And you guys have a lot of years left in your career, or what?
These guys do.
These guys do?
I'm on my last...
Are you really? You were on your last leg? Well, how old are you, Mark? Seriously. 33. Is that it for a hockey player, guys? 33?
Well, I started when I was 17, yeah.
Mark's he's pretty young for a 33-year-old.
He's young for 30, but will you get another season with the Rangers, or will they throw you out of there?
I hope one more.
They'll give you one more?
At least to build a chance to defend the title.
And Brian, you're assured another season with the Rangers. You won MVP.
I hope so.
Yeah.
It's a great place.
Brian and Mike are the man.
Yeah?
They're the main men.
All right. And so, it's very nice. I can't guarantee that we have another year here, but...
We might be broken up.
Yeah. Well, listen, Mark is 33, youngish-looking 33. I think he's going to have a couple more seasons. He can look forward to 40 years of an aching body right after he retires.
Have you had any of those operations or anything?
The young-looking 33 with my hairline. Thank you, Howard.
Yeah, no, you look good. Have you had any of you guys had any knee operations? Anything removed? No?
A couple broken ankles.
Oh, yeah?
Brian got his shoulder frozen for the...
Had your shoulder frozen for the entire playoffs?
No, the last 2 rounds.
Oh, really?
We were going to have Mark fixed, but...
Don't you guys get scared, like when you get your shoulder frozen, that'll never be the same again and stuff, or you guys just don't care? You're just like, hey, I got to get in there.
It wasn't really that big a deal. It wasn't a risk or anything.
Anybody ever... any big needles?
Oh.
Ever take a slap shot to the nuts? Or does your jock protect that?
I played with a guy that took one and lost one.
Really?
Oh!
A guy lost...
They immediately had to take him to the hospital. Emergency. It swelled up like a bowling ball.
That's not funny, Mark.
Why didn't he just squat down on the ice?
Unbelievable.
I think, he could have froze it.
He actually went to block a shot and his legs came up and opened.
And the stick went right into his nuts?
No, the puck.
The puck?
A puck.
Wow.
A puck hit right under the...
And it broke the jock strap and everything? Right through the cup?
Right underneath.
Oh.
Like, serious, like, they had to remove...
They had to remove it?
Yeah. It was incredible.
I don't think he'll be sleeping with Madonna.
He's actually, I don't want to mention names, but he's from New York.
Is he?
Yeah.
Well, that's a sad story, Robin.
Yeah.
Robin, you might want that guy's name.
Why would I want his name?
Did they freeze it and just have him keep playing the rest of the day? Give him a big needle?
That's right.
Get him in for the rest of the playoffs?
Size of a bowling ball, but they
there you go. Well, it's an honor to meet you guys. And, Robin, this was exciting.
Yes, it was.
We wish the New York Rangers well. Brian Leach, of course, who has the MVP now. Mark Messier, the captain of the Rangers. And from out of the blue came Mike Richter.
Yeah, how did he get here?
The goalie. The great goalie of the Rangers. And thank you for giving us a winning season. New York Rangers and Robin will be back after these words. Thank you. What is it?
We're back with the Howard Stern Show.
What is it, Fa-Fa-Fo-Hi?
I just brought the Rangers down. You know, we had to put them in a couple of cabs and stuff.
Yeah.
In all of my years on the show, the only crowd I've ever seen bigger for a guest after they got off the show was for Rob Lowe.
Really?
There had to be about, I don't know, about 40 or 50 people out there.
Just hanging around the building.
All wearing Ranger jerseys, carrying Sports Illustrated, banners, jerseys, everything.
Yeah, everyone's...
Even in the hall, they generated quite a crowd of people waiting for autographs.
Yeah.
Wow. And we were the first to get them.
That's right.
Were we?
Well, the Today Show.
Yeah, well, how'd that happen that we got them?
They're fans.
Wow.
When you're talented, people like you, Howard.
Thanks. Gee, I haven't heard that. I've always felt that I was talented, but nobody's ever come here.
Nobody's ever liked you.
Wow. Our general manager was... He's gushing.
In a state of euphoria.
Howard, that was a great show.
I'm trying to decide whether to...
Hey, that'll look good on the E! Network, too. Our first show is airing tomorrow night on the E! Network, and I'll probably run the interview with the guys.
Yeah, I think you have to go that way.
Although me yelling at Ralph is always good.
Howard, I'm trying to...
Yeah, but you can get that every day of the year.
That's true.
Ralph will always be here.
That'll be happening a lot.
I'm trying to decide whether we should run the tape of the guys cutting IDs.
Is it good?
Well, after the 9th take, Brian Leach said that's why we play hockey.
Yeah? Oh, I got to hear that. That's great. Oh, they're not professional announcers. Yeah, I want to hear that.
It's very funny.
Is it?
Yeah.
You got it?
We'll get it together, yeah.
Right.
We just have to bleep a few things.
There was a whole big thing in the commercials about whether I should take my shirt off for the next segment. Yeah.
Why is that?
Well, it's very
conventional wisdom.
It's very hot in here because we're taping television shows and we have 6 robot cameras. And I tell you something, the studio looks beautiful.
It does?
It does. I mean,
it never looked beautiful before.
There is no sense of reality in here. They put up these purple lights, they dimmed all the regular lights, and it looks like just pools and pools of light. If you go in and look in the other room at the camera, this looks like the most palatial studio that you have ever seen. I wish they would show reality. I wish they would turn up all the regular lights.
What's going to happen now?
What?
People are going to see this show on TV and think we're in this luxurious, beautiful place, and then they're going to come in here and see it. They're going to be shocked.
They are going to be shocked. I have learned dust is invisible on TV because I'm
looking at this window. This window is absolutely streaked with dirt.
It's filthy.
Robin, you know what your window looks like? I'm telling you, it looks exactly like a mirror on stage at a strip bar.
Yeah.
And everyone touches it and rubs against it.
Yeah, and yet it looks beautiful on TV. They've really lit this thing well.
Amazing what you can do with lighting.
Yeah. But anyway, so there was this big discussion because I said it's really hot in here from the lights. I would like to take off my shirt and just wear my tank top.
And they don't feel your shoulders can stand up?
Well, at first there was a lot of discussion. Ralph goes, "Hey, dude, what's with your shoulders?" So I said, "Well, what do you mean?" He goes, "Have you been working out?" I go, "Yeah, I work out, but I can't work out hard because my eyeball pops out." He goes, "Because there's absolutely no muscle tone." I mean, wait, look at that. Come on, that's not so bad. That's not so bad, Robin.
Let me see. Stand up. I can't see you. Oh, please.
Wait. All right, how's that?
I see the beginnings of a tricep.
Why don't you eat me? I see the beginnings. What am I? I'm 40 years old.
The beginnings.
What am I, a 9-year-old? Yeah, I think if it was going to happen, it would have happened already.
This
I don't
is
think
it, huh?
The beginnings of a tricep. So anyway, I took off my shirt. What the hell? See how it looks.
But you know you're going to have to get used to the idea of being on camera all the time.
Yeah, I know. How did I look, though? Did my arm look developed a little bit?
No.
No? All right, I'll put my shirt back on. What do you want?
Well, we have to decide what we're going to do. We have our gay intern, or we have Melrose Larry, and if you want me to reschedule somebody, tell me how you want to handle it.
Wow, jam-packed show.
What is Melrose Larry Green doing here? Is he moving to New York?
I don't know. He's a weird guy.
He's here an awful lot.
You know what? He was in Cleveland. He went from L.A. to Cleveland to Albany, down in New York, and I don't know when he's going home. And he says, hey, Jackie Mason says hello. Saw him last night.
Melrose Larry Green is just one of those guys who, the thing that amazes me is where does he get his money? And you know, the thing I don't like interviewing him on the air anymore because he's so full of shtick. Mm-hmm. Like when we were in Cleveland and he came up on stage, he was make-believing he was crying and stuff. And that kind, I like honest, real emotion, like an elephant boy. But Larry Green, I don't know what his deal is. I know he's crazy because he stands out in front of our building or he stands out in Los Angeles on Melrose and just holds up signs about Howard Stern. I know he's a fanatic for the show.
Well, the pressure, I guess, of being a fanatic on the show is getting to him because he's been blowing up at John and myself. In other words, if a week goes by and he's here and we don't get to him, he goes, hey, you know, I put those signs up and I stand out in front there, and who the hell do you guys think you are? And then he'll yell at us, and then he'll call me back for 3 days apologizing, leaving notes.
You see, I'd like to hear that on the air when he blows up, but...
Yeah, we can never get that.
Yeah. What is it, Stuttering John?
Do you want him? I can go get him.
Yeah, well, we'll let him stop in. He's been waiting out there since 6 o'clock this morning.
The funniest thing was when we brought in one of the Rangers.
Yeah, I can't hear you.
Sit down.
What?
So we brought in, Mike Richter walked in, right?
So you see, I'm wondering how these cameras are working. I see the shadows all over your face.
All over you, yes.
I'm sorry.
Where is that mic supposed to be?
It's Gary's mic that's shadowing him.
Oh.
No, it's not. He just moved it, and that shadow didn't move at all.
How are people going to see you stutter?
Well, be good.
All right, there you go. It's Gary's mic.
And so I bring Mike Richter in, right?
Yeah.
And Gary goes to him and goes, he just goes,
I said, can I help you?
Oh, can I help you? I gotta go get us Mike Richter.
Wait, Howard, here's the scenario. Just give it to you quick.
Yeah.
The scenario was I said to the guys, where's Mike Richter? They said, I don't know. I guess he's not coming.
Yeah.
And then some guy walks in holding a pair of pants. I thought he was delivering the laundry.
It's Mike Richter, the hockey player. Hockey players don't look like hockey players.
The guy's a goalie. He wears a mask.
Yeah, how would you know him?
In Gary's defense, he never recognizes anyone.
Yeah. So who else did Gary insult today?
That's it.
Yeah. Hey, who are you? Do you deliver pants?
No, I just said, may I help you?
So anyway, why don't you bring Melrose in real quick, because I'll throw him out, because I just feel bad that the guy's been sitting there at 6 in the morning.
He's been, following the band around everywhere now.
Following what band?
John's band.
My band.
Oh.
He's been going up to...
I'm supposed to know what John's talking about.
But he's been flying to Buffalo, into Albany, into Cleveland. I don't know where he's getting the money.
That's what I can't figure out. How does he have...
You swear you think he has some kind of accounting clients.
No.
I don't think anybody would trust him.
I think he has a trust fund. I think he has a trust fund. Hey, Larry. Melrose Larry Green.
Larry and Jackie.
Who's Jackie?
The lesbian ice sculpture.
Miss Albany.
Oh, hi, Miss Albany. Come on in. I heard you hooked up with Melrose.
Sure. Good morning, fellas.
She's a really good-looking girl, and supposedly she spent the night at Melrose Larry Green's house.
I don't think anything happened.
Did you get her?
Huh?
Did you get her?
No.
No?
I'm listening to the show.
I know.
Well, he picked me up at the bus station.
He picked you up at the bus station?
Yeah.
Is he trying to get in your pants?
No, he's not.
No.
Larry's a gentleman.
Howard.
No, Larry's a retard.
He's the only gentleman
Before you
around.
throw me out, I want to say I have gotten hundreds of calls about the Jackie Mason appearance.
All right, good.
And Jackie Mason is dying to come
How
out.
do you make money?
Huh?
I know you say you're an accountant, but there's no way you are.
I just finished 4 days, expenses paid trip from Rochester.
Yeah.
With Rocket 95.
Yeah.
And I just was hanging out there.
But how are you getting the money to fly all over the country and hold up signs about me? I think Melrose is funny when he holds up the signs.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I've seen him. I saw him at the Libertarian Convention, and he was writing signs as people were talking.
He was very funny at the convention.
Interactive sign making, I call it.
It was fun. It was funny, but I'm really curious.
Enough about me, Howard. You.
No, I'm curious. Don't do jokes because you're not funny.
Okay.
You're really not funny.
Okay.
What's funny about you is your life. If you answered the questions, you would be funny.
Okay, I will answer the questions.
What's funny about you is when I ask you how you make your money, the funny thing would be to hear the real answer.
I'm a tax preparer. I prepare people's income taxes.
All right. And you mean to tell me that you stand outside on Melrose Avenue all day and night.
Not all day.
You run around here in New York with signs.
Yes, with signs.
And then people see your appearance. It's a slovenly appearance.
Right.
They trust you with their taxes.
Not only do they trust me with my taxes, but I just came from Cornell, where I went to school and got my MBA, my 20-year anniversary. And there were two kinds of people there. The wives wanted to call security on me, and the husbands all wanted my autographs because you've made me so famous.
All right.
Howard, can I ask him a question?
Yeah.
Anything at all, Gary.
How come you've been acting like such a jerk lately? And then when you come in here, you act so normal. But how come you don't act like, you know how like when you yell at John and I and you say like F Howard and screw you guys and I'm never going to talk to you guys ever again?
No, let's not bring up the past.
No, but even just recently you've been like giving John and I a hard time. Like, you get angry because we don't put you on as often as you'd like.
Well,
what's that about, though?
We in the Whack we in the Whack Pack are all vying for that coveted airtime. When you do the Howard Stern show, basically, you're doing 16 shows at once. You're on in Dallas, El Paso. You're on with.
Who would look at him, a guy who stands out on the street with big signs and looks homeless? Who would let him
do my taxes?
Yeah, who would let the taxes be prepared by him?
Andrew Dice Clay. I did him for 5 years.
Not when he got famous.
No.
When he got famous, who did he dump?
Me.
Right.
But right before he became the Vin Man in Casual Sex, that's when I did it. As soon as he got the Vin Man, that was the last I ever heard from him.
Is a tax preparer an accountant? In other words, do you prepare them or do you actually do the accounting?
No.
Or do you just write the numbers down and hand it to a guy?
I prepare the taxes and then I go to the audits afterwards when the IRS...
After they audit, because after you fill it out, every one of your clients is audited? Is that what you're saying? Here comes the retard.
Can I just say one thing?
Yeah.
Because I do listen two very quick things. Number one, Jackie is a very platonic friend of mine. She has a very... she's attached already.
She's on our New Year's Eve videotape.
1-800-52-STERN. Get the Leroy Neiman poster before Howard decides to pull it off and do a video of the Albany convention. Also, I want to say two things. That thing you did this morning with your Old Man River, with O.J.
Yes.
You should do something with your father's Old Man River, like Natalie Cole and Nat
All right, listen, I got to go. All right, thank you. Thank you for interviewing. You're thinking way too much about the show.
And I went to Hewlett High School also.
All right.
We used to hang out when you went to Southside. I was a friend of Alan Zweibel. He was called Dweeb the Zweeb.
All right, very good. All right, there
that
he
was
is.
my segment.
Melrose Larry Green. You were great. You were incredible.
Want me to kick me out? I'll leave now.
Are you a homo?
Am I a homo?
Yeah.
Are you?
No.
You are not a homo.
No.
So why are you not going out with her?
When I got my MBA.
When's the last time you got a girl?
Oh, come on.
Be honest. When's the last time you got a girl?
2 weeks ago.
Are you lying?
No.
You're lying.
She's in 422 with the Edison, if you want to call her right now.
Really?
Yeah.
You got a girl with you?
Yeah. No, well, she's a friend from
Did
LA.
you see the girl?
Yes, I did.
Is
She's
she
beautiful.
cute? Really?
Yeah.
Why didn't you bring her?
Because I don't want her to take Jackie's airtime.
No, why don't you bring a girl with you the next time? Then I'll put you on.
All right.
Let me see your girlfriend.
All right.
Bring her in.
Okay.
Yeah, we're just friends, Melrose.
We're just friends,
That doesn't count for anything, I guess.
Well, it does, but, you know.
And what are you doing hanging around with Melrose Larry Green?
Because I know Larry Green, not the Melrose character. He does, it is a character.
And why are you hanging around town? What are you looking to do? You're a real
well,
pretty girl. I mean,
well,
you look great on the videotape and everything else.
I have friends that live on Long Island, but of course now they can't make it into the city to see me, but so here I am, hanging out with Melrose
She's
Larry
made me very
Green.
mellow.
Are you stripping at a club, or what are you doing?
No, not here.
Not here?
Just vacationing.
Okay, very good. All right.
I met her through Gorilla. She was trying to get
All right,
upstairs.
thank you. I'm learning. This is boring to me. I'm learning way too much. All right, thank you.
New sign for Howard. Go Rangers. Read this.
All right.
Only Howard Stern is Howard. Howard Stern is God.
Right. Thank you, Melrose Larry Green and the beautiful Albany Ice
Sculptress. Thank you, Gary, Robin.
Thank you.
Fred.
Unbelievable.
Thank you, guys. How was the segment? How was it? Great.
You were great.
152-Stern.
1-852-Stern. Thanks, Melrose. Melrose Larry Green.
Take the headphones off, Melrose. You'll hang yourself.
Good luck with the E thing. I have E.
All right. You have E?
I have E.
But you never go home.
I have E.
How long are you in New York for?
I'm leaving tomorrow. I was going to leave yesterday, but I got bumped, so I'm leaving tomorrow.
Okay.
I'm in the business, right, folks?
All right, got you.
All right. Thanks a lot. Thanks for letting me back in, Howard. You are more God than ever.
Away.
All right.
Away.
I love
All right.
you. I told you nothing, man.
Sad. He lives for the show.
Still can't get a handle on him.
He lives for the show. Why can't Melrose kill someone and go to jail instead of O.J. Simpson?
That would make more sense.
Do you think O.J. did it, Robin, at this point?
Yeah.
No, I do too. I mean, it's hard to still believe. I just realized I was picking my nose.
Oh, stop it. Oh, good. I like that. I hope they got that.
You too, Wolf? Yeah, I was picking my nose, and I've had huge chunks in there since 6 o'clock this morning, and I have nowhere to go pick. There's cameras everywhere.
I'm glad. Now everybody will see what I have to look at every day.
Yeah. I'll have to put that on in slow motion.
The excavation.
Can you tell our gay intern I'd like to do that on Monday?
Okay.
Because
we'll have
there's too much going on. I got to go do the news.
We'll move it to the middle of next week because we have a really good guest on a Monday.
Okay.
I don't want to give it away.
Because I'd like to introduce the gay intern and all the other interns and everybody else to the TV audience that we now have. I meant to do that today, but I never got to it.
Do we have a mystery guest on Monday, or?
No, it's not a mystery guest, but I just don't. I never like to tell who the guests are because someone always gets to them. Although this person's a fan of ours and called himself.
We have a big guest coming in. The problem is, if we announce it on the air, all of the guests' friends will call and tell them not to do the show.
I see.
So we'd like to keep it a secret until the moment happens.
What you're saying is the guests are malleable and they listen to their friends and change their mind.
Like most people, they succumb to peer pressure and agent pressure and all that.
I see. Okay.
Chances are our guest's agent probably doesn't know he's coming on, and then when the agent finds out, he will stop him from coming on.
All right.
And we might as well have the gay guy in here Wednesday.
Okay, we'll work it out.
It's so sad to me because he sits out there every day waiting
I
for
know.
this moment.
He'll still be gay on Wednesday. I hope.
Oh, no.
All right, let me take a break, Robin. We'll do the news when we come back, take a few phone calls. I had the Ku Klux Klan guy all set to go, but we've had such a busy morning, I can't get there.
I had asked Scott if Daniel hadn't put a spin on this O.J. story. I wonder...
No, it's not about O.J.
Okay.
He's on Farrakhan still. He's renamed Louis Farrakhan Louis Farrakhan.
Oh, boy.
And I wanted to play it for you. All right, we'll be back right after these words.
We're back with the Howard Stern Show.
All right, I got to the bottom of it. Melrose Larry Green. I just got a fax from someone who went to school with him. Melrose Larry Green got his... He has a trust fund and rich relatives who send him money. Guy says he was a pecker in college, and he still is. The fax said that you have a trust fund and rich relatives. This guy knows you from college.
It's not true.
Say, I swear to God.
I swear to God, I do not have a trust fund. I've discussed this in previous appearances.
Say, I swear to... Because no way a tax preparer has money. You know what? You're not even an accountant, are you?
I passed the CPA exam.
Are you an accountant?
I'm not called CPA, but I passed the CPA. I don't have the auditing experience to be a CPA. But
All right, so you're a tax preparer.
Right.
That's like going to someone at H&R Block who is a tax preparer.
That's all I do, right. I used to work for H&R Block.
How much money do you get for preparing someone's taxes?
I make about $20,000 a year doing taxes.
Now, a guy who flies from Los Angeles to New York as much as you do...
On the red eye.
And you I don't care, red eye or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I call a guy who makes $20,000 a year grounded.
There is extra money coming in from somewhere.
Okay.
Where is it?
Okay. I do barter. Okay, in some respects. I was at Rocket 95. They gave me a free hotel room for 4 days instead of me having to stay at a hotel.
How are you paying for your hotel here in New York?
That's on my credit card.
Oh, your credit card.
Right.
How does one get
paying for it?
How do you get a credit card on $20,000 a year?
I don't know. I think anybody can get a credit card if they went to Cornell. You're on a mailing list because I was at Cornell. So,
what is it, Bob?
Seriously, if you went over Larry's itinerary for the last 6 months, I'll bet you he's amassed well over $5,000 to $10,000 in plane bills alone.
Plane bills, yeah, I know.
Well.
So why don't you be honest and say you have rich relatives who send you money? Is that true or false?
Taking my notes.
No, I just want Larry to talk like a human.
No, I did. I told you I inherited some money in a previous appearance in August of '92.
So you received money from outside sources?
No, that's not. I don't have a. I had
so tell me how you live on $20,000 a year flying back and forth.
I do auditions. I have an agent. I'm with Cavallari.
Yeah, and you have. When is the last time you got anything from that?
The last thing I got for pay was the Madonna video.
How much did you make?
The Madonna video? Must I say?
Yeah.
In front of the King of Media?
Yeah.
$300.
$300.
2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Yeah, well, wait a minute. I've got money from...
2 years ago, you were in a Madonna video for $300.
Can I get out my agent's phone number? If anybody wants to book Melrose Larry Green, can I do it first, King?
Well, go ahead.
683-1354, area code 213.
And how much did you inherit in your...
683-1354, Ray Cavallari.
How much did you inherit in your trust fund?
It's not a trust fund.
How much did you inherit?
My aunt died and left my cousin.
How much did she leave you? What?
I was left $73,000.
Ooh.
Well, how many years ago?
About after she died 4 years ago, but it took 2 years of arguing among the Jews before they finally probated the will.
All right, get out. You know what? I don't care how you get your money. You're not. There's no way a guy on $20,000 a year.
I want to be.
Can live your lifestyle.
$23,000 and he didn't spend it all, and he's.
No, I have $18,000 left.
Robin, $23,000.
Yeah.
And I assume he pays taxes on it.
Yeah, I do.
So that leaves him with about, I don't know, $18,000, $19,000. I believe that a guy who makes $23,000 a year shouldn't have to pay any taxes. What do you think of
I
that?
got a cellular phone. I agree with you. I shouldn't have
Well,
to pay
Howard, you're getting a little bit jaded by your huge salaries.
No.
You know what the average salary is in this
I know what it is. If a guy makes $23,000 a year, it is tough to live on under any circumstances.
If they don't tax that guy, we won't have a country.
I don't care. I don't need a country.
Can I say one thing?
We don't have a country as it is.
I had to save money the other night from the hotel bill in Rochester stopped, so I took a midnight bus from Rochester, and I got to Albany. I got to Albany at 5:30 in the morning.
You're not telling me something.
Yes.
How do you pay for all these plane tickets, and how do you pay? Be honest. You can't possibly do it on $18,000-$19,000 a year. Yeah,
you know
I do want to bet.
You know what he's doing?
What?
He's running through the $73,000 that he got 2 years ago.
Right.
He got 4 years ago.
No,
2 years.
4 years
I got
ago,
the money 2 years ago.
Oh, you got 2 years ago.
I put $30,000 with Payne Weber. Dick Zillins is my broker.
Right.
And I'm tapping into the $30,000. All right. So the 30's down to about 18. So out of the 73, I went through 55. On going to Howard Stern.
All right. All right. That makes sense.
That's how I did it. But there is no trust fund, and the guy that sent that, nobody knows you from college as Melrose Larry Green. My real name is Lawrence Greenblatt. Whoever sent that fax is a liar and ought to go listen to Brother Weeze. I went into Weeze in Rochester, talked to him for 45 minutes in Rochester. Brother Weeze. Yeah. He is, he said to me that nobody's going to beat you. I said, that's what Lanigan, Imus, Mark and Brian.
They all say.
Or Rick Dees.
Yes.
Peter, whatever his name. I don't want to ruin it.
He gets into. I was reading Prodigy the other night. It's a computer bulletin board service. There's a whole section on Melrose Larry Green, different people who have met him and got into fights with him. They meet him at our various appearances. At the Cleveland funeral, he was holding up signs. People couldn't see, and they started just throwing things at him.
Right. Yeah.
They came all the way down to the funeral and couldn't see because Melrose had to hold up his signs.
And how did you get onto the stage?
Okay, that's interesting. Let me be very, very brief.
Yeah, I want to know how you got through security. How did you get a laminate?
First of all, I went in there, and nobody knew who I was at WNCX, all right? I had called Doug Podell begging for a free ticket.
Just tell me, cut to the chase.
I cut to the running late. I know, Ranger Parade, New York, long road, strike. So what it is, definitely strike. Definitely Howard Stern. What... I got on stage.
All right, I had enough. I don't care how you got it.
I showed them the pass. And I said,
all right, thank you.
Andrew kept keeping me.
All right, take him out of here. Take him out of here.
I just was going to say, I figure that if he ran through $55,000 in 2 years, we probably won't see him in about another 6 months.
I think 6 months is up.
No, you know something? It's great to be back in the studio. I made a major pro bono boner by calling Ratso. Ratso, I'm going to buy another lobster tonight.
All right. Thank you. Okay, goodbye. You're out. Your segment was great.
Okay. Good luck on these. How much am I paying my cable bill next month?
All right. Thank you. All right, there he goes, Melrose Larry Green. Melrose. Retard. He's a retard. Like he's a retard. Why don't we take a break and do the news?
All right.
We're not going to get to the Ku Klux Klan message. We're not going to get to our gay intern. We're not going to get to introduce everyone to the E audience because we're now taping our E show.
It's Friday already.
Yeah. But we should do the news because there's a lot of O.J. Simpson stuff.
You got to keep up on that.
I have gotten a million things from Cleveland. Everyone knows.
I was going to ask you about that, too. We have a little bit more information. I wondered if you wanted to disclose anything.
There's so much damaging evidence against this other radio station. And some of it seems to indicate that management could have possibly been involved. I'm not saying they were, but they could have been. There's so many different things, but I'm trying to sort out fact from fiction. So on Monday, I'll do a whole rap on what went on in Cleveland and what's going on.
You're going to spend the weekend with this information.
Well, if anyone believes that management didn't know what this engineer was up to, it's a lot of baloney. I don't buy it for 2 seconds. My gut feeling is they're as guilty as O.J. If the media was looking into this case as much as they're looking into the O.J. Simpson one, it would have been finished already.
Well, I don't know how much we really know about O.J. Nothing has been confirmed.
They found hunks of flesh.
But these are reports from unidentified sources. This is the only kind of information you can get on this case, and I understand the police are upset because they don't want to know. They don't know who this source is. They say nobody in the police department's name is source, so they want to know who's talking.
Well, we had a guy who called in yesterday who said his brother was in the FBI or something, but I don't know if I believe him.
But everybody seems to be talking.
Everyone's talking.
There's so much information out in the street now.
Yeah.
OJ's already mounting a defense.
I know. I know the cops are upset about it, but it's fun to get O.J. information.
Yes.
But I like your style. You think that O.J. might be innocent. I'm willing to bet you money that O.J. is guilty.
Did I say O.J. might be innocent?
Yes.
I mean, there's a hair of a chance.
A hair?
Because they haven't found one yet.
Must be one of those short hairs. Yeah.
Even odds?
All right, we will... no one is going to bet that O.J. is innocent. Let's be serious. All right, we'll take a break. Do you want to bet?
If you give him odds.
Well, what do you mean odds? What kind of odds do you want?
Well, it's looking pretty grim.
For O.J.?
Yeah.
So you're willing to bet?
That he's innocent?
Want to bet 10 to 1?
I'd take a lot more than that.
I see. Oh, you want like $1 million to 1, so you'll bet $1 and I'll have to give you $1 million. That's a pretty good bet.
My $10 to your $250.
Really? But why do I want to win $10?
Yeah, that's not worth it.
Right. That's stupid. All right. You didn't think that through,
You think the man's innocent, even money.
Even money. Bet on your man. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll do all the news for you, give you all the O.J. news. Maybe I'll slip in a few Cleveland thoughts and various other things right after these words.
We're back with the Howard Stern Show.
All right. The only thing I'll tell you that the only facts I got out of Cleveland that I thought was kind of interesting was someone told me that the guy who allegedly cut the wires to our broadcast had hired a law firm to represent him, and it's a very expensive law firm. It's a criminal trial law firm. And
so he didn't call one of those law firms that advertises on TV.
Rumor is it costs like $25,000 up front even to get anyone from their office, involved. Now that's just a rumor. I don't know. I don't know this law firm from a hole in the head. But I estimate an engineer's salary, assistant engineer at, help me out with this, what?
20, 25 maybe?
40, 50?
At the most?
At the most. At the most.
I mean, you're talking about Cleveland. You're saying 40, 50.
I'm giving you the high end. I'm giving you like what would be an astronomical salary. There's no way a guy can afford, no way a guy making $40,000 a year is going to have 20, 25,000. Scott, our engineer here in New York, makes $15,000, but he's not very good. Anyway, so I just wonder who is paying for the law firm to represent this guy. Well, maybe he's got some money tucked away, or the family has money, but it could also be the radio station.
Maybe O.J. feeling for all people who are accused.
Maybe. I don't know. And there's all kinds of rumors flying around that certain people involved at that company had put out a $30,000 bounty for anyone who could knock me off the air, but that's just rumor and hearsay.
Nothing can be proved.
Oh, well, some things can be proved. I was reading a great article out of Cleveland about this whole thing, what happened to us, Robin.
Who wrote this great article?
The guy who wrote it is one of the writers that I like in Cleveland is this guy who writes for the magazine The Scene. It's a weekly newspaper in Cleveland. It is the same magazine that featured me on the cover. And WMMS, the station accused, or at least the engineer is accused from WMMS of sabotaging me. They were on the air asking their listeners to grab up copies of The Scene.
Yeah, with your picture on the cover.
Yeah, which is basically the same as knocking someone off the air when you think about it. Freedom of the press is maintained by distributing a newspaper and letting people read it. If you could steal all the magazines, you could essentially knock them off the air. True?
Basically, yes, you can prevent them from circulating information.
So why then, the article goes on to say, is it hard to believe that management was behind knocking me off the air when they would sit and steal magazines, and they say they were behind it. They openly admit it.
Interesting.
That they were, hey, you're yanking magazines off the street. Why wouldn't you yank a signal? Why is that so hard to believe that you think you find one illegal and one is not illegal?
Who knows where you'd stop?
Stealing magazines, as far as I'm concerned, is illegal. True, it's a free news. I think it's a free newspaper, but still.
But it's there for, you take one, you leave the rest for somebody else.
People who advertise in it are guaranteed a certain distribution, and you're taking that away from them. Well, as if that wasn't bad enough, they say they went to the Omni America Group, which is, I guess, who owns this radio station.
Yes, that's what they call themselves.
They said, listen, can we have our magazines back? Because evidently they agreed to return them.
They say the winner of this contest to collect all these magazines had 2,800 copies. And as a result, the loss of approximately 4,000 issues out of the whole contest were lost. 4,000 issues of the Scene. A group of Scene people went to retrieve the papers at WMMS, but fewer than 1,500 papers were returned. The station agreed to return them, but only 1,500, fewer than 1,500 were returned. Are you following me?
Where'd the rest go? Because they said there were 4,000 off the street.
When Scene asked where the remaining papers were, a smug John Gorman, operations director for both MMS and MJI, denied that any more papers were collected. The station's denials persisted despite a Tower City Center security officer's claim that he helped the winner load at least 50 bundles of papers onto a dolly and take them to the WMMS offices. Scene ordered another 6,000 papers, which will be printed, while making one final plea to the promotion director of WMJI, Mark Munch Bishop, who probably thought he was done defending such third-grade shenanigans when Michael Luzak, who was candid. It goes on and on and on. All of this, I won't bore you with this whole article. It's actually quite interesting. Says here, Gorman, Munch, and Omni America Group VP Dean Thacker laughed about their promotion and offered up that it was just a funny little thing. But the intent of the promotion was the equivalent of knocking their station signal off the air for a week. Scene has one chance a week to speak to its readers.
That's absolutely true. It's much different than knocking us off for a few minutes.
Yeah. Well, it turns out that MMS Morning Zoo offered up $5,000 in prizes to the listener bringing in the most copies of the current magazine Scene, with Howard Stern on the cover. So what do you mean? Management wouldn't be involved in the cutting of our wires? They were involved in trying to hire a helicopter to fly over and disrupt our broadcast. For a moment, I don't think... I don't think there's a minute in my day I don't think that management was involved. But all I know is I go to Cleveland for one trip, and I've got every radio station in town running around, cutting my wires, and doing everything else in the world. And now, I don't know, this guy has an attorney for $20,000 if this latest report that someone sent me is true. And you tell
wonder where the money comes from.
You wonder where it all comes from. But again, this is all hearsay, the $20,000 figure. I don't know what they charge as a law firm for. I just keep getting faxes. Thing is, what are they going to do with this guy? They got to throw him in prison for 10 years. They got to really threaten him with it so that he'll come clean and tell who was involved in what, That's what they got to do. Because we were sabotaged, there's no question about it.
Well, let's hope everybody's staying on the case.
Yeah, and in other news, we broke up another radio duo. Walton and Johnson were our competition in Las Vegas.
I thought that name sounded familiar.
Or is it New Orleans?
Walton and Johnson. I think that's Las Vegas.
No, we're wrong. New Orleans.
New Orleans?
Yes, they were together for much of the 1980s, and now they've decided to split and do separate shows. So one guy's on in the morning and the other guy's on in the afternoon. That's out of New Orleans.
Why did they have to break up?
They had to break up because they said, well, here we got two bad guys. Let's maybe water them down and put one in the morning, one in the afternoon.
Cut our losses.
Right. Just thought I'd share that with you.
Well, I'm always sorry to hear about the breakup of a team.
Yeah. A team that used to do impressions of us. It's hard to do. I told you, it's hard to do an impression of us when we're in town.
When you're right there.
Yeah, sometimes you got to think up your own ideas. All of a sudden, it puts pressure on you.
You start to crack.
Yeah. You start to crack, little by little. Well, certainly there's a lot of news. Here in New York, we've got this Long Island Railroad strike.
Yes, and they say they have contingency plans in order for all the people who will be stranded as a result of this strike. They want you to somehow either drive your car to some parking lot close to the city or inside the city and take
walk.
a subway into town.
Yeah.
Or take one of these buses that they've arranged for but can't tell you where they are. And they say they think 65,000 people will board these buses and be driven to subway stops inside the city.
This is criminal action. What the Long Island Railroad workers...
I see nothing about what the governor is going to do or
I'll call him.
The president is going to do.
I got a number for the governor.
For thousands, tens of thousands of people being inconvenienced.
There's a number where I think you can leave a message for the governor of New York. I want to give him advice on what to do.
You know, it'll be interesting to see what happens when they hear a message from Howard Stern.
The candidate. And I'm not doing this as a political thing. I'm doing this as a concerned citizen.
Executive Chamber.
Yeah, hi. This is the Howard Stern radio show. Can I talk to you for a second? I have advice on what to do on the Long Island Railroad strike.
1 moment, please.
Thank you.
The Executive Chamber.
Yeah, I've got a special number.
I like that. Someday that could be referring to you, Howard.
Press office.
Yes, hi. It's Howard Stern. I mean, from the radio. I'm live on the air. I'm looking to talk to someone. I have an idea of what the governor can do in the Long Island Railroad strike. Can you talk to me for a second?
Hold on 1 second.
Thank you. They're looking for someone to talk
well,
to.
They're certainly not throwing you off.
The governor himself should come on. I would tell him what to do.
You think Mario's there's a weekend?
I'm not a great intellectual. I'm not a speech maker, but I know how people suffer during a strike like this. And railroad workers will have you believe that you can get to New York City by wagon train, and somehow you have an alternative way of getting here. If I was the governor, and this is what I plan to tell the governor when he gets on the phone. If I was the governor, and I don't claim to be any great genius, this, to me, is the most painful thing that people in his state can go through. He hasn't commuted in years. He's a guy who can get up at any time, any day of the week.
He doesn't know about the traffic.
Doesn't know about it.
He doesn't know about anything.
That's it. He's a very bright guy. Lives in an ivory tower.
He's lucky.
But
Sorry, no one's available right now. I could have somebody get back to you.
Can I leave a message?
Or?
Can I leave a message?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Here's my message, if I may.
Okay.
Tell the governor
Is the governor in today?
He's not in. That's what she's saying.
But will he be in today?
He might not want to talk to me because I'm a candidate.
You have his press office. I'm just a secretary. I don't know if he's in or not.
All right.
I was going to connect you to one of our press officers, but they're busy.
All right, let me give you the message. And I think the governor. Well, they are busy. They have to listen. I'm running against the governor. He's got to be nervous. Here's what I suggest he does. Let me just put it to you simply. You take this president of ours. You contact him. And you say, look, we have a national emergency. Not a national, a state emergency.
If you don't know where the president is, the president, while you can't get to work, will be at the opening game of the World Cup.
Of course. Of course he will be.
And he won't have any trouble getting there.
No, he won't. He'll fly. And then they'll wagon train him off. Here's what the governor's got to do. He's got to get in touch with his buddy Bill Clinton, and Clinton owes him something because he supported Clinton in the campaign. He should say to Bill Clinton the following. Am I talking too fast?
No, it's all right.
Okay, thank you. You take dictation, obviously. Very talented. In fact, I'd like to talk to you about working for me when I take over.
You might be able to keep your job.
You are going to keep your job. You're very.
Hold on 1 second.
Yes.
Oh.
She's very pleasant and has a nice way about her.
I hope she's writing this down.
Yeah, she had to go get another pencil.
Off.
The opening statement blew out one pencil.
You're going to have her read this back, aren't
Hello?
you?
Yes.
The governor has contacted the press officer, or has contacted the president, and one of the press officers is going to have to get back to you, okay?
Can I leave the rest of my message?
I guess.
Okay, thank you. What I would like to see the governor do is say it's a little late to be contacting the president. You should have done it already, but here's the thing. You get on and you say with force, I need the Army or the National Guard to run these trains. There are people suffering. They can't get to work. There's nowhere to park in Manhattan. There's nowhere to you can't find these buses that are running. They're hot and steamy. These railroad workers are breaking the law. It's the same way the great Ronald Reagan took those air traffic controllers and banged their heads against the wall. They don't even know what hit them, those air traffic controllers. Those air traffic controllers, they showed up, they're going to go on strike. He says, well, that's okay, go on strike. But guess what? Here's your replacement. Because they are holding people hostage. I don't say, listen, maybe the Long Island Railroad workers deserve
maybe they have a valid beef.
But you cannot hold the people of New York hostage while you negotiate. We rely on these trains. These trains are only valuable because the people of New York need them. We cannot be held hostage. The governor has got to do something immediately. Please. This is laughable what's going on. Nobody cares anymore. This is what makes people suffer. These are hardworking people. Read that back to me.
Well, you should contact the Army or the National Guard to run the trains.
Right.
I couldn't take the rest of it. He knows the rest.
Did I talk too fast?
How does he know so much?
How's he going to know?
He's been in contact with the president. I'm sure a press officer can get back to you and give you more information.
Want me to repeat what I said? I'll talk slower. I don't know. It's up to you. Do you want me to? It's important. I'm telling you, he's going to save everyone. Let me repeat again.
Well, you can probably repeat it to a press officer. How's that?
All right, get them on the phone.
They're not there right now.
No, they're off the phone now.
Is that right?
Yeah, go ahead. I'll wait. He's the governor. I'm going to tell him to govern. Put go back in governor. G-O-V-E, et cetera, et cetera.
Go.
I knew she wasn't getting that done.
I told you. Make sure they repeat it back.
You got to understand something. The governor doesn't understand what a hardship this is. If he had to get up for a month and commute to work from Long Island to New York City and see the kinds of problems we have. You know, people are calling my campaign a joke. It's no joke.
I have had a lot of people tell me on the death penalty issue and the traffic issue alone, you have their vote.
Well, people laugh off the traffic issue as if it's something funny. This is what affects people. Listen, we all work for a living. We have to get into Manhattan. That's a reality. They are making it increasingly difficult. I can't go on the Long Island Expressway anymore at 5 o'clock in the morning because they're still doing construction because they're so arrogant they don't care when they work.
I had to move because of the traffic.
Yeah, you can't. You cannot take it.
I couldn't take the commuting anymore.
Yeah. And then you
Hello?
Yes, hi.
I'm sorry, I'm just trying to answer the phones here while I'm listening to you.
Oh, that's okay.
Is the press officer coming?
They'll have to get back to you. It'd be really a lot easier.
The one is they'll never get back to me, though. But
Yes,
just please, all right, I tell you what, just tell him this.
Okay.
Not only to contact the president about bringing in the Army or the National Guard,
Okay.
but he's got to understand, he doesn't commute listen, the governor...
Do you really, let me ask you as a candidate now, do you really think it's realistic to say you're going to take some Army guys or some National Guard guys?
It is absolutely...
And run trains when they don't know how to do it?
They first of all, as soon as this strike talk started, which was a couple of weeks ago, you start training these guys. Robin, I guarantee you train a monkey.
Late.
Exactly, it's late.
Yeah.
But who knows how long we're going to be held hostage? What am I supposed to do to get to work?
Well, after 11 days a couple of years ago...
Wait, I'm leaving a message.
All right.
Let me, please, this woman doesn't have all day. She has a job to do.
I'm sorry for bringing up...
You're going to get her in trouble. Ma'am, just lead this. SOS. It's a war.
High-powered meeting room.
Tell him, please, SOS. It's a war. It's Transit D-Day. Transit D-Day. Please, just read that part back to me.
SOS, it's a war. Transit D-Day.
Transit D-Day. That's it. And I guarantee you, when I become governor, you have a job with me. I like your style. I like the way you treated me on the phone. You're very sweet.
Well, thank you very much.
You're nice. You sound familiar to me. Do I know you?
No,
this
you
isn't
don't.
Meg Griffin, is it? All right. Very nice. Thank you.
All righty.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye. No one will get back to me from the governor's office.
Of course not, because your plan is not workable at this time. It would take longer to train those guys, and the strike will probably last.
It's workable. You know what? Get a bunch of apes from the zoo.
The
and put them in
president
there.
right now can order the Long Island Railroad workers back to work.
That's right. They're breaking the law, these guys. This is like, if I held a gun to someone's head, you would put me in jail. These guys are wise guys. They got great jobs. Maybe they're working at below cost of living. I don't say no, but you can't tell me you're going to negotiate now because you run the trains. You're going to stop all of New York from functioning. How long is this going to go on? How long are we going to allow it? We're all suckers. I see the people on the news. It's like you used to march the Jews into Auschwitz.
They just observe
They just observe and they go along with it. There should be rioting in the streets today.
It's like a snowstorm. They act as if there's nothing you can do about it, so you just do the best you can.
Organizing a parade for the Rangers, they can get done. That they seem to have no problem with. That's what politicians are good for. In terms of organizing an all-out effort when we're at war, because we are at war right now. We're being held hostage.
We're under siege.
This is a hostage negotiation going on right now. Listen, I was 2 years old. My parents got me toy trains. You know how you run them? You turn them on. Anybody can do it.
With the remote control.
It's the same
I thought
thing.
you were going to say.
Yeah, it's the same thing with these big trains. You don't have to steer. There's no steering involved. Running your car is harder than running one of these trains. Give me a soldier's uniform. Get me the same one I wore in Cleveland and put me behind the wheel of a train, and I'll do it. It's an outrage. Robin and I will run the trains. It's symbolic. Do you realize how big Long Island is? It is the 11th largest market in the country. This is just one little part of New York. And people who live there are now stranded because the Long Island Railroad workers feel so arrogant that they can just walk out and leave everyone stranded.
But let me just say, as governor, if you become governor, you're going to have to worry about things like state liability and the decisions you make.
Who cares? Hey, somebody else's problem. Let me tell you something. I don't even know what that means. What I am saying is the following, Robin. What kind of negotiation is it going to be?
Yes.
While you hold people hostage?
Well,
that's not a negotiation. That's an illegal negotiation.
It certainly is, but the workers on the train obviously know there's a lot of pressure that comes to bear when you have thousands and thousands of people inconvenienced.
Oh, I know. They know exactly what they're doing. But Jesse James himself was more reasonable than these people have been. What do you think? How am I supposed to go to work? Sitting there. And what do you think? When someone drives their car now into Manhattan, people who used to take the train, where do you think they're going to find parking? All the parking spots are taken up already. People have them reserved. You wait till you see what goes on today. Now we got the Rangers parading around because they put a puck in a net, and we got this traffic situation. Today I got to go.
It'll be a nightmare today.
I have a meeting today about about my book and stuff.
You may not be able to go.
Probably I'll never get there. I got to actually do work. What is it?
Do you know how crazy the city is? My cab driver told me that it's the most people he's ever seen in the city because there's also the gay games.
That's another thing.
And World Cup soccer.
This gay game. You know what? I got nothing against gay people. I love gay people. I think they're wonderful people. But this is such an outrage. Gay games. Hold them out somewhere near a river where they could boat people in.
Well, it's very funny. How many places can you have gay games? You know that you can't take them to the Pacific Northwest. They're not going to have them there.
Because they will take a shovel and chop you up.
You got to have them in New York or San Francisco or Houston, I think.
Yeah. God forbid the Knicks win. We'll have another parade.
Well, that'll be the riot.
And spend millions of dollars that we don't have cleaning up. Listen, this is a joke. Everything's a joke. There's nothing funny going on anymore. No one cares. Why can't they have the gay games someplace where there's a chance of an earthquake? Gay games. As if that's reasonable. Gay games.
What's not reasonable about that? You think gays don't make good athletes?
This is New York. No, they don't. New York City. How many gay guys you know who can play
sports? Do you know who's giving an exhibition?
Who?
Greg Louganis. The great diver, the great Olympic diving champion, will be giving an exhibition during the gay games.
Oh, wow.
He will dive again.
Skin dive. Here's the thing. You got to understand something, Robin. We can't have a gay games in New York only because we are so crowded. This is where commerce goes on. The average guy who pays taxes here, there's no gay game taxes.
This isn't even a one-day event. This is a whole week.
It's a joke. This is not the place for games. Go out to somewhere where there's room for games. There's no room here. Where are these games?
All over the city.
What game you know that there's room for here? I'd say I'm not looking to be a part of any game. My game is feeding my family. What is this? Games. Why does everyone have to have a game? And not to mention the HIV that is being brought into New York.
Here we go with the HIV. HIV is contained unless you open up the canister it's in.
Well, do you think that people are keeping their canisters closed around here? I don't see anybody looking to keep their canisters. I don't even see anyone putting a rubber on their canister. I got nothing. I say gay people shouldn't be bothered. They should be allowed to live. They should be allowed to be citizens. But I don't need games here. What kind of game do I need? I'm not playing a game.
Well, if everybody was as open as you, they wouldn't need it, I suppose. But they say the young people, the young gays and lesbians need to see role models.
You know who started all this is Mayor Dinkins. He was looking for the gay vote. Even the blacks had already turned their back on him. The whites had given up. The Jews had given up on him. So he said, well, maybe I'll get the gays. So he allowed gay games. That's all this is. This is a joke.
It does bring revenue into the city, something we do sorely need.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. We don't need more traffic. Why do you think all the big business is leaving New York? Because of games.
Taxes.
That's right, taxes and games. What are you going to play, gay hockey? Who ever heard of such? Gay hockey, they are?
Yeah.
I can't believe that. Are they going to televise that?
I don't know if any of the games are televised.
Gay hockey?
Yeah.
Oh, I hope that's televised.
Gay swimming, gay hockey.
Swimming, gay hockey.
Gay aerobics.
Gay aerobics?
Yeah.
Are you crazy? Gay aerobics? What would that be? I didn't know that kind of activity was aerobic.
One, step two.
Oh, it's outrageous. Gay aerobics. High jump. That's where you get high and then you jump each other. right, you know what I'm going to do, Robin? Let me take a break and you can do the rest of the news.
All right, we got to update you on the latest O.J. Simpson news.
Right. Yeah, I want to hear everything.
More stuff.
Oh, good.
Found.
Oh, more stuff? This guy's unbelievable. Let me talk about this when we get back.
The Howard Stern Show.
Uh-oh. Bulletin coming into the room.
You probably didn't believe it would happen, but on the phone is the director of the governor's New York press office. Her name is Arda.
Oh.
And she's returning calls. She said she lives the strike every day, and she wants to discuss it with you.
Hi, Arda. Hello?
Hi.
Hi, how are you? How are you?
Fine, how are you?
This is the governor's press secretary.
This
is almost a preliminary debate.
This is the director of the New York press office. I'm not as high as the press secretary, but I live in New York. I work
Are
in
you
New
saying
York.
the press secretary is high?
No, higher.
Oh,
Higher than me.
I see.
Higher than I.
All right, so let me just say something.
Sure.
You should be driving a train as we speak. Because let me tell you something. Listen, this is, by the way, this is not politically motivated. It's not a debate. This is merely a citizen calling up, concerned about what's going on.
I understand that, and I'm glad you're doing it.
All right. Here's what I feel should be done. I guess you heard what I felt should be done. I consider this a state emergency. There is no bigger emergency than people not being able to feed their families and get to work.
You're absolutely right, which is the only reason I wanted to call back right away is because you should know the ideas you came up with were excellent, are excellent, and the governor's been doing it for days,
All right,
even before it became news.
You know, I don't know
He did what?
What did he do?
Well, I mean, he's been in touch with the White House already.
Yeah.
He has talked to Senator D'Amato, John Dingell, who heads the Energy Committee, the key players in Washington who have to be spoken to.
So where is everyone?
Well, I mean, right now they're talking. I mean, they're talking.
Why talk? I mean, seriously.
Well, he's told me, look, the governor. Wait, let me just. The governor has been talking with the intent of getting action, and that's
the Army trains. You know who trains Long Island Railroad workers?
Who?
Army personnel.
Is that right?
That's correct.
Is that true?
There are people in place who know how to run the trains as we speak. There should be no interruption of service.
Right. Well,
I know. Listen, I am qualified to be governor. In fact, I'm going to keep you around. Don't you be nervous about me winning.
I'm not nervous at all.
I like your energy. I like your style. I'm not anti-you.
I know that, and fortunate for us, this is not a political issue. This is something that is very.
No, this is the only issue. This is
right.
the most political of all issues.
And I have to tell you, Howard, I listen to you.
Thank you.
I know how many people listen to you, how many people like you and respect you, and will do what you say. So when the time comes to put more pressure on the president to get involved, because it is going to take his involvement if it goes to the federal level.
Well, of course, this is something that the president must respond to. This is we are at war right now. We are being held hostage. If there was,
but
David
how
Koresh.
long do people have to be inconvenienced before these people?
That's my problem. That's my problem. You know, listen, Governor Cuomo has a lot of weight at that White House. He's going to need Governor Cuomo for re-election, Bill Clinton. And you know, if Governor Cuomo gets on the phone,
he doesn't have to turn to you, Howard.
Right. If Governor Cuomo gets on the phone and picks up the phone and says, "Hey, listen, Clinton, I was there for you. I could have run against you, and I could have been the president right now." He's got to do it, and it's got to be done quickly. This is war. People should be using manholes for foxholes. Can I
just say one thing, Howard and Robin?
I'll drive the train. Ask the governor if he wants me to drive the train.
He has been, one of the most important things here to know is that this is all federal. So your listeners, and you have listeners on a national level, right?
Yes.
This is nationally syndicated. So you've got people all over. And it's not just a local issue. This is going to hurt an economy. And
everybody call the White House right now, immediately, and say, anyone who lives on Long Island should call and say, Mr. President, we want
the trains
running under any circumstance. Would that help you?
That would help. And also
if I was governor, it would help.
To tell your Long Island listeners and everyone else that the governor has been coordinating with, not just speaking, but coordinating with the county executives on Long Island, with the Long Island delegation in Congress.
Good, because
to get them actively involved, and they have been. It's
tell
been an extremely cooperative effort, and everyone's been working together.
Tell the governor that these kinds of things must be prepared in advance.
And it has been.
When you hear about a strike, you get on the phone a couple of weeks in advance and take care of it. Listen, come on. This should be done. There should be a contingency plan. We are being held hostage. Listen, when David Koresh was holed up in Texas, and they sent the FBI and everybody else over there to find out what the heck was going on. There was a hostage situation, we were afraid. At first we thought it was a hostage situation.
Well, there were reports of a lot of children being inside.
That's right. We think of us as children. We need to get to work. The only service I'm concerned with is getting to work. The roads are a mess. I'm driving into work the other day, There are 5 guys standing around the middle. This is driving home now. Middle of the day, middle of the afternoon, working on the roads. Why?
You said you drive in this every day. Do you speak to the governor?
Yes, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Who, me?
Yes.
I take the trains most of the time. I drive.
You're
also.
lucky you're not on the roads. Tell the governor, night construction. It should be the law, mandatory across the state.
Okay, but getting back to the strike.
All right.
Okay. You mentioned it's an emergency.
Yes.
So you're correct. I mean, that's why the governor has already gotten a state emergency.
Listen, you know the
management
governor. The governor could pick up the phone to Clinton tomorrow and get this done. You know it.
Well, the governor is
a very influential man with that Clinton White House. They need him right now.
Well, I appreciate the fact that you have all these people who are now on board with you.
All right, very good. We're working with you.
And Howard, we will continue to work with you also, and we'll talk to you, and we'll keep you posted on what happens.
Thank you very much.
You stay in touch with us, too.
I certainly will, and I appreciate your call back.
No problem. I'm glad to speak to you.
Very
Thanks,
nice.
Robin. Okay.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Cuomo should have that woman put a choo-choo train hat on and go drive the trains. This is a state emergency. There is no greater emergency in this state right now than this train strike. Now, personally, I would go take care of this weekend, but I will be in writing sessions for my movie, which takes precedent. Thank you. I'm not to be disturbed, Robin.
For any reason. No train, no nothing.
I heard a lot of lip service there from that woman. I want to see action. Lip service is very nice.
The most important thing you said was these things have to be planned for before they happen.
That's right, Robin.
There should never be any interruption in the lives of people trying to get to and from work.
We should never have known there was a strike.
That's why we have a government.
We should have read in the paper on page 37 of Newsday there was a strike. That's right.
But the trains had been taken over and everything was running fine.
Right. Right on. Just took care of another problem.
Problem solved.
Problem solved. I'm like the Ross Perot of radio.
Problem solved.
Problem solved. Took care of it. Problem solved. Nothing was solved. It's all lip service, ladies and gentlemen. Lip service.
We want you to know that the governor has been in touch.
It's great to hear, but wait till you see people trying to get home from work tonight.
Where is he relaxing this weekend?
While the governor is relaxing, probably on Shelter Island, you are going to spend 4 hours getting home today. In fact, most people will begin leaving for work for about 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Traffic will be going all day and night. So while you're spending 4 hours in a car, the governor and everyone else will be resting comfortably. Trust me on that. None of them will be in this traffic. If they were in this traffic for one night, there would be such action. On top of it all, there'll be Hamptons traffic. Wait till you see what's doing on the roads. And you know something, Robin? This weekend, on a Saturday, if you want to go, or Friday, someone who lives on Long Island just wants to travel to go see a friend, they'll just say, I can't go see my friend. There's too much traffic.
Yes.
That's what it's going to be like. Well, don't vote for me. Keep voting for the same guys over and over again. What do you think, the Republicans going to do any better? Same crap. Me, I've got a small agenda. Put me in office, it's taken care of. Problem solved. Road construction, nighttime. Death penalty, problem solved. O.J. Simpson would have been in the gas chamber already. We would have skipped the whole trial.
Now, stop that.
Give me the facts as you know them, Robin.
All right. AP is reporting now that O.J. is going to be arrested soon.
Yeah, well, I would say it's a good idea. I'd arrest him very soon. How he had nerve to go to that funeral, that's the question I cannot figure out.
They're saying that the cops have basically finished the investigation.
Right.
They have collected all of the evidence. The investigation has taken them all the way to the hotel room in Chicago where O.J. flew the night of Nicole's death. And there they found a bloody towel. According to today's Los Angeles Times, a woman who jogged by Nicole Simpson's condo at about the time the killing was occurring saw a vehicle resembling O.J. Simpson's parked nearby.
Oh, really?
The Daily News says police believe they found the murder weapon, a sharp military-style digging tool.
Hey, that's what you keep in the back of your trunk, right, Fred? Military digging tool.
Don't bring that up.
Military digging tool.
They don't say where they found it, though.
The only theory I have on that, the military digging tool, is that supposedly O.J. had just finished shooting a series where he played a Navy SEAL.
Yes.
And he was trained by the Navy SEALs. I got a feeling like,
he collected some memorabilia.
Yeah.
And that's probably... Because that was my first... What is he doing with this? My first reaction.
Maybe
He's
he wigged
not
out.
Gardner.
Maybe he wigged out and thought he was a real Navy SEAL.
I doubt if he's camping. Still in the role, you think? He brought that home with him?
Because don't you think that if he was wearing a black ski mask and stuff like that...
Don't the SEALs do all of that stuff?
Yeah.
Camouflage and...
Do you think his plan... Let's say he did it, if this is correct. We don't know. Again, let's remind everyone.
Theory.
Yeah, let's go on a theory. I think that he figured, hey, I'll dress up in this black ski outfit and try and make it look like someone broke into the house and murdered. And then that guy came by with the glasses, interrupted the whole thing. I don't know. I just can't figure out the whole thing. I can't figure out the whole thing. What was going on in O.J.'s head?
I wish he would tell us.
O.J., give us a call. Come on, the cops are coming any minute. Give us an exclusive, please. Damn. We know him. Don't you have any loyalty to this radio station? You sit on the board of directors.
That's right. Aren't you interested in our ratings? Wouldn't you like to see the stock increase?
Right now, I think he'd just like to see daylight.
Well, as you said, one of the shocking things that O.J. has done over the last several days since the murder was discovered is to go to his wife's funeral yesterday with his 2 young children.
Right.
Now, I read in the paper that he was embraced by her family. Tearfully.
Really?
Yes. That was interesting. I'm sure everybody was watching that.
Wow. He was embraced.
Yeah. So that just leads me to believe that they don't believe he did it.
My theory on that was they were just holding his arms down so that he wouldn't kill them. Maybe he was carrying a shovel.
There are also reports that O.J. looked very tired.
You'd be exhausted, too.
It's
exhausting killing 2 people.
And appeared to be showing the effects of the medication he's reportedly on because he is so depressed and shocked by this whole episode.
He's the last person who should be shocked. Who knows? Maybe we still got to say he might not have done it. It looks bad for old O.J.
Well, earlier this morning we said there are reports that there was skin, O.J. Simpson's skin, found at the scene.
And I want it back.
You want it back?
I want it back.
O.J. Simpson's skin was found there. A bloody ski mask was found in his apartment.
A bloody ski mask was found in the apartment. Blood stains that match his blood type found at the scene.
But does
there's
have any
blood
significant evidence
in his car, at his house, in the Chicago hotel room.
There was a picture of him posing next to the dead bodies
now stop
in his room.
You make me forget facts when you do things like
yeah, right.
There was one other thing I wanted to point out that they've said about O.J. in terms of the evidence. And I'm not going to be able to think of what it is now.
Well, at least that was funny.
If you're going to interrupt me, it might as well be funny.
O.J. also, there was some wet cement near the apartment, and O.J. left his handprints and footprints.
And signed.
and autographed the wet cement. Just like in Grumman's.
That's right, so everybody would know who it was.
Isn't that right, O.J.?
I am be immortal. Ooh, all that slashing makes me weary.
I should try my song again. Should I try it again?
Yes. Oh, wait a minute. I know what it was.
What?
When O.J. heard the news, now, everybody's talked about these scratches. The police have reported that there were scratches on O.J.'s body. The attorney, his original attorney, said the only scratches he knew about were scratches on his hand.
Right.
Now, those scratches were explained away by O.J. He says, I was standing in the hotel room when I got this phone call about my wife's death, and I smashed my hand down on a piece of glass.
And then the Easter Bunny ran in the room.
And then Santa Claus took the shovel away from me.
Yeah.
But the police don't believe that that's true. They believe that those are knife cuts, not glass.
Black rage.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
So that's their theory, that O.J. cut himself, got his hands all scarred up in the commission of the crime.
Right.
There are forensic experts being brought in by the new attorneys handling O.J. Simpson already. Now, O.J. hasn't been charged with anything. But forensic experts have been hired to analyze any data. They won't be allowed to touch any evidence that's been collected, however, unless O.J. is charged with something.
Yeah.
So we don't know what that's all about, but he has brought on 2 people who are expert at analyzing this DNA data and so forth and reconstructing the scene of a crime.
Should I try my song again?
Go ahead.
No,
I understand that people found it very funny.
Really?
She understands.
I understand. Did you do a survey?
I do. I do know that the survey showed.
I did a quick poll.
Let me see. Me. Simpson, that O.J. Simpson. Your wife ain't walking, and you ain't talking. You go slashing her ass and bones. I'll never get through this whole song. Your wife was something, the way she dumped ya. She found a waiter and was they humping when you came shuffling, when O.J. came shuffling along. They found blood on your towel, in your pocket, a piece of bowel. If this were the South, they'd string you up with rope. I don't know where I am, you big dumb jerk, ain't you heard of so? It seems so funny, you got big money. Go buy some new gash with all that first cash. Did you go slashing her ass and bones? Thank you. Bones. I hope I wins the Grammy for that. I'll take it home and beats my white wife. You know, why would the guy have the nerve to return to the funeral, even based on the beating allegations? You know what I mean?
That's a good question. And why is the family embracing him, knowing that he beat their daughter?
Now, how do I know that, Robin?
I found that very odd.
Yeah, that is odd.
They say in the paper today as well that during the marriage, the police had to be called to the home at least 8 times.
Yeah.
Because of brutality,
sounds like
battering. And in the past year, when they were trying to effect a reconciliation, there continued to be problems, and the police were called often.
Sounds like the police saw O.J.'s kids more than O.J. saw them.
That's what I read as well, that he was sort of an absentee father after a certain point in the marriage. But still no arrest.
Hey, if O.J. had just killed someone in my family, even if they had just beaten someone in my family, I would have taken O.J., pushed him into the hole at the funeral. Pushed him right in there with his wife.
They did
Cover him
say
with
that
dirt.
These new forensic experts that they've brought in would have liked to have seen Nicole's body.
So would I.
You want to join the forensic
You're
team.
not kidding.
Yeah. They would have liked to have seen her body, but they backed off on an idea of exhuming it so that they could have that opportunity.
Man, I'd like to see that
In
body.
deference to the family's concern.
I noticed O.J.'s wife must have gotten breast implants because a picture of her in 1980 shows her extremely flat-chested. If you turn to page, I believe it is 18?
18 Post?
Yeah, New York Post. See that picture of her dancing with O.J. in 1980?
Yes.
I rest my case. Yeah, she's only 18, but your breasts are developed.
We're going to develop more, Fred?
Robin, your breasts were fully developed at 18, right?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. When did you realize your breasts were as big as they were going to be?
6.
How old were you, seriously?
I think at around...
Hold on, let me loosen my pants.
I think it was about 14 or 15.
So you had the body of a woman. At 14 or 15. I mean, that was not a girl's body. You had a little girl's mind, but you had a body that could basically perform like a woman's.
I wouldn't know what this body could do as a woman at that age.
Would your classmates, your lucky classmates, would they just like look at you and marvel?
Well, I constantly, at a certain point, people stop looking at my face.
Right. I know. I stopped looking at your face like 10 years ago. I haven't seen your face.
People used to address me to my face, and then...
Let me look at your face. You have a very pretty face. Look at that.
Look at that, Fred.
You're a person, aren't you?
I have a head.
You're a human being.
How can you stand up?
You're saying, in other words, that Nicole Simpson's breasts would have been fully developed by the age of 18, as I proposed from the beginning.
Very true. I agree with you on that count.
And then you see later pictures with a full rack. You know that implantation must have been inserted.
Have occurred. Yes.
Exactly. That leads me to believe one thing, Robin.
What?
That I am the most shallow, frivolous person in the world. That this is what I concentrate on. This is what I am busy with in the O.J. Simpson case.
It is really sad that you could look at a woman who's dead, start analyzing her figure.
I'm a forensic breast expert. I need to exhume the body and examine. Were her breasts harmed in the attack?
I don't know, Howard. They haven't described to me where the wounds were. But I do know that one time when police were called to the house because of a wife abuse charge, she had a split lip, a black eye. How could you hit that face? How could you punch that face and split that lip?
You beat her in the thighs with your shoes like Ike Turner did.
It just seems odd.
You think any of the cops posed with the body? Cops do that, you know. We know a guy. Oh, man.
Do you really know this?
Yeah, I do know this. I better not even say what I know. But sometimes cops like to, they show up at a murder scene, or they show up at like where someone dies who's of prominence.
That would be so sick.
Sometimes the cops will take Polaroids of each other next to the body. Yeah. It's just a cop thing. You don't understand.
And where do these pictures turn up? In the family album?
No, they just, it happens. Hey,
that's horrid.
What would you rather do? A cop go and take cocaine money, or just pose with a couple of dead bodies?
Isn't it enough that these people have been murdered?
You don't understand what it is to be a cop. You make $30,000 a year. Risking your life all day and night. You finally meet a celebrity.
You're not justified.
You meet a celebrity. You want to pose next to it.
So all the celebrities you meet are dead.
Hey, you open their eyes up, no one can tell. It's like Weekend at Bernie's.
Put a beer in their hand.
Right.
Oh,
put a beer in their hand. Move their mouths.
Hey.
That's one of the sorriest, saddest stories I've ever heard.
Well, then let me tell you about my dating history. You want to hear sorry stories?
Sometime you and Garbo.
Oh, no.
If that's the saddest story you've heard, man, you're in for a treat. Let's begin with my penis size. And then segue into the various girls that got to see it.
All right.
Now, obviously, that story isn't that sad. All right, go ahead, Rob.
I'm looking for the story of that young boy who went on a school outing and never made it back.
Oh, stop that today, will you?
Yeah, really.
Goodness sakes, have some decorum.
This little kid from the Bronx went with his whole class to Pennsylvania to, I think it's Downey, Pennsylvania, or Dorney, that's what it is.
Dorney.
Dorney Park, Pennsylvania, to the Wild Water Kingdom.
Duty
Park.
Duty Park?
Duty Park.
Dorney
Park.
Duty.
Out there at the water park, enjoying the ride. There's this one place called the Wave. See, I'm not a water park person.
Oh, I am.
So I don't know what the wave pool is from anything else.
That's a place you go with a bunch of white trash, and all their kids swim in a giant pool. And
there were like 10 billion people in that pool when I saw pictures of it.
And all the kids have diarrhea.
Go to Pennsylvania to be in there.
People drive and get all hot and sweaty, and then you're in there with everybody else's feet and dirty bodies. In one of these giant places.
Inviting?
Oh, it's the waves, Robin. You could get a disease looking at a picture of those places. I personally, I'm not a big fan of water parks, but some people are. Whee! Hey, Robin, go to the bathroom in the water so I can swim around it. I enjoy that.
Don't you want to be in a pool with thousands of people.
Yeah.
Papa Pohai.
Well, anyway, this one little kid, remember the school trip? Guess he was in the wave pool having a good time like everybody else. And then he just slipped under the water for some unknown reason, and nobody found him.
But that happens. Oh, the swimming accident.
They say, one of the kids says that he told the lifeguard that it looked like one of the kids was under the water and not coming up, but the lifeguard looked and said he didn't see anything. They even had a training session in the wave pool that night, and none of the lifeguards found him. It wasn't until 1 o'clock in the morning. And the people from the school got on the bus and went home. They just said to the park people, you know, one of our kids is missing, so if you find him, send him back to New York.
Well, it's a sad story.
Dead. It seems to me, though, that people forget how to handle themselves around water from season to season. And
I know Fred does. Every year he comes to my pool, we open it, he hardly remembers how to swim.
Yeah, he dives off the short end, you know, shallow end, and hurts his neck. But you do. You get these swimming pool accidents happening right at the beginning of the summer, and they're starting now. You know, you've heard, I think it was last weekend, I heard about another drowning, and then I get a story in the on the wire today. In Huntington, Long Island, a woman babysitting for a 10-month-old girl was found dead in a backyard pool in Huntington.
Where was O.J.? Was there a shovel and hunks of flesh found?
No, stop it.
It's good to leave your flesh after you finish it. Good move.
They believe that it was an accident.
Oops.
So, you know, just bone up on water safety and safety around pools before you start up the pool for the season. Remind everybody of how to act around your backyard pool. Seems it takes a couple of weeks for people to realize you can drown in water.
Wow. That's true, Robin. It's a very serious message.
No, it's not a serious message, but it's one that has to be given.
It's very beautiful.
The people who collect welfare in the state of New York are suing. Actually, it's the city of New York.
They're suing who?
The city. They've gotten a couple of lawyers. I love these people.
Yeah, let me hear what these ingrates are doing.
A coalition of lawyers in 3 separate suits are asking the federal courts to step in and stop Mayor Giuliani's plan to cut the staff of the Human Resources Administration by 15,000 employees.
Can you imagine this?
They feel that people will be
They might be
unfairly
detained,
denied benefits.
Yeah, they might be delayed
if there aren't these numbers and numbers of workers there to file their claims.
They might not get their welfare fast enough.
That's right.
I say let them wait all day for it.
Essentially what they're saying.
Let them wait all year for it.
They say that the city Human Resources Department is overburdened already.
Mm-hmm.
And they regularly exceed time limits for processing benefits and applications.
Oh, for goodness sake.
The benefits dry up.
Oh, come
when their
on.
Clients challenged aid reductions or cutoffs.
Give me the governor's phone.
And the administration fails to let clients resolve problems at their local assistance areas. They have to travel all the way to some main branch, which is time-consuming. So they want to stop the mayor from invoking that plan where he would cut the rolls, the employment rolls at the Human Resources Administration.
Welfare. There's nothing fair about it, and it doesn't make me feel well. So they ought to change the name. Welfare. Welfare.
It's always interesting to me that the people can't get a job and support themselves, but they can get lawyers.
Oh, yeah. Lawyers they can get. They can organize. They'll have all day to sit there and analyze the court case.
And they're complaining about it taking too much time to go stand in these lines.
Yeah,
what else are they doing?
Nothing. Someone gives you a gift. Don't scream about it, stupid.
So you have to go someplace special. What's the big deal? Bert and Lonnie.
Bert. There's a screw up for you.
Have ended their marriage legally now.
He got off cheap.
$2 million was all he had to pay her.
Doesn't he have a lot of money?
Over the next 5 years. No, didn't he just say he was
Broke?
Broke, and
no,
he was
but he's got
screaming about the sale of that TV show because he's not going to get as much money as he expected.
I don't know. I don't know anything about that, but I'll tell you, Burt Reynolds must have a lot of money. I mean, he made a lot of big movies and stuff.
But you fail to realize the lifestyle these people get into.
Really?
As if that money's going to roll in like that forever.
Really?
So they wind up having 10 million people on staff and the Learjet kind of lifestyle.
Oh, really?
Reading that O.J. Simpson story in the paper the other day, I meant to point out to you, and the reason he was so attracted to Hollywood was because when he was making The Klansman with Richard Burton, he happened to sit at a table one evening with Richard and Elizabeth Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
And they started talking about this restaurant in Los Angeles. They were down south somewhere. They started talking about this restaurant in Los Angeles that had the best chili.
Yeah.
The next thing he knew, the Learjet was dispatched to Los Angeles to go pick up some chili, and they were eating it that night.
That's for me. Where's my movie hits?
And he said, if that's what making movies is all about,
let me in.
Let me do it.
And I don't remember one good movie Liz Taylor was ever in.
Well, there was Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf.
Yeah, gee, that was a real winner.
A real lighthearted, fun, frolicking movie.
I can't get rice cakes from 59th Street. I got to send 27 interns, and they got chili from Los Angeles.
Chili, of all things.
Yeah, so, okay. So anyway, Burt Reynolds has to pay her $2 million.
$2 million over 5 years. She also walked off with a $500,000 vacation house in North Carolina and $15,000 in child support for their son, Quentin.
$15,000
a month, I'm sure.
A month, yeah.
Burt also gets... Now, what kid needs $15,000 a month?
Jackie Jokeman.
What? What did he say?
Jackie Jokeman.
Well, Burt gets to keep the $4 million ranch in Jupiter and a $2 million...
Hey, Fred Jupiter. Where you live?
Next door.
A $2 million waterfront mansion. The custody of the child will be decided in a California court.
Too bad Burt can't find gardening tools. Military gardening tools.
The settlement also changes Lonnie's name back to Anderson legally.
Ooh.
She's dropping the Reynolds name.
I'm Lonnie Anderson now.
Yeah. She had originally asked for $13 million. And I think anybody who could stand to be with Burt that long deserves it.
Yeah, just staring at that too. But you think you ever saw him without his hair, or is he the kind of guy that like wanted to keep the romance going with, I don't want... Lonnie, I'm going to change my hair. I don't want you to even... I bet you he doesn't even acknowledge to her that he has a piece.
Well, I remember in some of the things that were written, some of the things that were written
yeah.
at the time of the divorce, they said Lonnie was never seen without her makeup.
Really?
Yes, he was always done up to the hilt every time he saw her.
That's a lot of pressure in a marriage. I wish my wife would do herself up once in a while. My wife's just the opposite. She never lets me see her with makeup. I come home, she's au natural. I saw her yesterday. I don't know. I put a little lip thing on, rouge, something. Dial yourself up for me. Your man's coming home.
Does she always know what time you're going to be there? Maybe you're surprised.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I only got home 4 in the afternoon.
She meant to be made up.
Honey, put on a little bass. Anything. Surprise me. But Lonnie, I can see, like, what a pressure marriage. You know, like, Burt always with his toupee, looking dashing.
She has to always be done up to the nines in the right dress and the right makeup and the hair completely done.
You know, all dolled up like she's in a beauty pageant. It's funny.
And he was angry about her shopping.
Yeah.
But she was trying to stay beautiful for her man.
I guess. Obviously it didn't work.
No.
She was starting to look like a Lonnie Anderson puppet.
She looks like Madam.
Yeah, Madam. Wayland Flowers and Madam.
Got those big cheeks sitting up.
Yeah, right. Big rosy red cheeks.
With the lashes batting at you.
Big breasts.
Katie Beers was spared the ordeal of having to go into a courtroom and talk about those days she spent in an underground bunker on Long Island yesterday when her accused kidnapper, John Esposito, stood up in court and pleaded guilty.
Hey, Jackie Beers.
Nah.
Beers. She's what, 6 years old, 7 years old? She was kidnapped by that guy?
How old is Katie?
He had a bunker in his backyard.
11 years old.
The neighborhood should have been suspicious when a guy is a pal, like a 50-year-old guy is a pal to all the neighborhood kids and has, like, arcade. His whole house is set up so kids can enjoy it.
It sort of sounded like Michael Jackson's house, only on a smaller scale.
Yeah. A guy with not as many record deals.
So he just had arcade video games in his home instead of a whole zoo and an amusement park.
Right.
John told the judge yesterday that he built the bunker specifically for Katie.
Cool.
And had been planning the abduction for over a year.
Nice man. Bye, Ma. I'll be back in a week. I'll be buried in a hole for a week. He fell in love with a little kid.
Isn't that horrible?
Yeah.
And then locks her up for it. Nice love. Anyway.
You got to be suspicious of a guy with a nude Girl Scout calendar on his desk. The girls of Troop 1.
16 days he kept her down there.
I built a beautiful bunker for you, Katie. You're going to love it. Shh, no, stop your crying. Stop. Look, I have cookies. Cookies, Katie. Be nice to me. Did he ever do anything to her, or was it established?
No, he just kept her down there, and he had to hide her. You know, everybody was looking for her, so he didn't have time, I guess.
He didn't have time to enjoy her.
Yeah.
Thank God.
He gave the plea in exchange for a reduced sentence of 15 years to life.
Yeah.
But Katie won't escape court completely. Her other nemesis was the husband of her godmother, actually, Sal Ingalleri, who is accused of sexually abusing her.
She was around a lot of good role models.
Yeah, he has decided that he wants to take the case to trial. He continues to plead his innocence. So she may have to testify in court against him, and those around her say she's ready and willing. The new movie Wolf with Jack Nicholson opens today. Good reviews. 4 stars in USA Today, 3.5 in some of the other papers.
You said it was no good.
Well, it wasn't my cup of tea.
Really?
Obviously, I'm out of step.
I love werewolf movies. I can't imagine not liking it.
I love them, too. I'm heavily into vampires, werewolves, werewolves, all that stuff. But
that's the only thing that wasn't surrounding Katie Beers. Werewolves and vampires. You know, they should make sure she goes to an all-gay community so no guys will bother her anymore. Where even your bus driver's a homo.
Well, she got herself into a nice foster care situation there with seems a good family. So her life has turned around.
Wish mine would turn around.
She actually gets to go to school now.
Wow. She'll grow up normal.
Well, she has a shot at it.
Really?
I see here that Tanya Harding may appear in the pages of Penthouse magazine.
Yeah,
Looks
but
like she signed a contract.
No, I don't get that impression.
You don't?
I get the impression that somebody got a hold of that wedding video of hers where she whips her top off.
And they're going to put that in Penthouse?
That's what I read.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think she's really going to pose.
But I heard on Entertainment Tonight yesterday.
Oh, really?
She's supposed to be posing, yeah.
I thought they said it was from that wedding video.
Well, I wasn't listening that intently. Is that what they said?
When I hear naked stuff, I listen pretty intently.
Oh, I see.
So we'll get to see that flat chest and big ass on display, Robin? Is that what you're saying?
Well, you've been wondering what was under that costume.
Yeah, I think I can wait. Show me what's-her-name's body. The other one. Kerrigan.
All I see when I look at that girl is Rose Kennedy.
Who?
Kerrigan.
No.
She looks like Rose Kennedy to me.
Oh, you act like that's not attractive. I like a 100-year-old woman in a wheelchair.
And I just imagine she's going to age like
But Tanya Harding doesn't do it for me. I'd rather see Fred nude.
That's next month.
Yeah. Anything else, Robin?
Well, the Knicks play tonight. It's Game 5 between the Knicks and the Rockets.
I'll be watching that. I get to sleep late tomorrow. I get to sleep till 6 o'clock in the morning so I can go off and write my movie.
So we'll have to see how the Knicks do there. You have a big bet riding on that. Gloria Estefan has announced that she and her husband are expecting a baby girl. Who would have ever thought Gloria would be having another baby? She got a metal rod in her back.
You hear what they want to name the baby?
What?
Rod.
Isn't that going to be uncomfortable? Don't you need to be a little flexible when you're giving birth?
Here, honey, rub my back. Oh, OJ's coming in the room. Put down that shovel, OJ. See. Doctor, hit me on the back. The baby's coming out. Actually, I understand the baby's doing gymnastics with that steel rod.
Doing it.
Chin-up bar.
Uneven parallel bars.
I have no idea what that is, but it's funny. Something is going on.
The cops have decided there's not enough evidence to file any charges in that incident between Joey Buttafuoco and Amy Fisher's father. A couple of weeks ago, they got into some kind of a war of words.
Right.
Threats were exchanged somehow. Each man filed a complaint with the police.
Right.
But not enough evidence to pursue a case.
What is it, Papa Fohana?
Papa Floli.
What?
Your agent called to tell you that you have an appointment that you need to be at.
Oh, dear. Well, that was the last
I got to leave, Robin.
That was the last story.
Monkey.
All right, everyone, if you want to see today's show on TV, tune in tomorrow night on E!
I'll be tuned in. I want to see what this looks like.
Yeah, me too.
I want to see what the studio looks like on TV.
Yeah. If you see our studio on TV, believe me, it don't look like this. This is all dialed up for television. And that'll be airing also, that's the sneak preview. I think it's running at 8 and 11. They're running 2 separate half hours. And then the actual show starts on Monday through Friday, 8 to 9 and 11. What is it?
Well, I'll ask you later. I was going to say, will the show on Monday be different than the show on Saturday?
Of course.
So this will be great.
Papa Flunky.
Well, what do you think we're doing? You think we can show the same show over and over again?
Show the same show?
Well, that would mean that you'd have to get 2 shows out of today's show. And right. That's great.
Don't you think there are 2 shows?
I think there's 4 shows.
All right, there you go.
This is one of them.
And you answered your own question. Jackie Platinum, Joe Page Martling tonight at the Comedy Cabaret in the Dover, Delaware, Sheridan Inn next Friday, June 24th at the Comedy Loft in Nanuet, New York. Now, for tonight's show, there's only a few tickets left. Hurry up to the Comedy Cabaret in Dover. To order Jackie's Wild Comedy CD, $10 plus free shipping and handling. Call 1-800-323-5464. Gary, you look great on TV. You really do. You look really good. No, seriously. You look extra stupid today. Tomorrow night, June 18th, the Fred Norris Band at Downtime in Manhattan. His teeth have such a weird glow in the purple lights. They are unbelievable.
They're almost fluorescent, aren't they?
You ever see Earl the Pearl Monroe's teeth on TV? Yes. Your teeth look as odd as Earl the Pearl Monroe's.
I doubt that.
I swear.
I doubt it.
Jackie, Fred, Robin, look right now. Just stay like that.
They're the same teeth.
Look, Earl the Pearl's teeth is the same as Gary's.
Yeah, glistening with color.
What would you rather have?
The purple is
giant teeth that you could fix, or pencil arms that you can't do anything about?
You know what,
I could always lift weights.
But why don't you?
Well, I'm lazy.
You might consider sunblock.
You're fat and still have pencil thin arms.
You might.
And you have bad teeth.
Look at that.
Your arms are thinner than mine.
Liar.
Oh, bull.
You have no more developed shoulders than he does. Now, forget about it.
Gary, I can keep working out. You've got refrigerator doors for teeth. I don't think you can change that. Don't miss Stuttering John this Saturday, June 18th at Raw in Bayside, New York. And don't forget, for more information, call 609-546-STUPID. Also, if you're planning a wedding or summer party and you need a great disc jockey, call Scott the Engineer's Rocket Entertainment. New York tri-state area, call 718-BAG-5040.
Howard, what I was trying to say was his teeth are reflecting so much light.
Yeah.
You might want to consider sunblock.
No, but what's weird is, I know what you mean.
You gotta go.
I'm worried about UV rays.
You have to go.
No, what I'm saying is, seriously, Gary, I know you don't believe me and you think I'm making this up for TV. We have purple light shining down in your teeth. So you look kind of, do you have makeup on?
No.
I guess you look tan from the sun.
Right.
And your teeth now, like the lights hit them and they sparkle, but there's a dull matte to them because they're so fake.
Right.
And then the gums are like purplish in color, so it's very unusual. The white, you're a rainbow. You really are something to watch.
Thank you.
I see a spinoff off of this show. Not you, Robin, not Fred, not Jackie. I see Gary as a spinoff.
We have to go. I have to go kick the leprechauns out of the bottom of my mouth. The big rainbow.
Oh, okay. Pot of gold at the end of your mouth?
Go.
All right.
Filling a gold at the end of my mouth.
Hey, don't blame me, man. I'm not your dentist.
No, you're just the good friend that has to point it out to 16 million fans every day.
You think they don't notice on their own?
Some of them never even saw me.
Well, now they will. Saturday night, those teeth are making their debut.
No, they're not.
I think that means that we'll be getting more Gary cartoons from all over the country.
Yeah, by the way, for our friends watching on TV, send your Gary cartoons to Gary Cartoons, 600 Madison Avenue, New York, New York.
But most importantly, be tuned in Monday morning when Howard has to fork over $500 to me.
Why would I have to?
Well, the Knicks will win tonight and they'll win Sunday night in Houston. Then you'll have to pay me.
Yeah, okay.
And also,
you're that confident?
Tune in when Howard starts repeating. You will repeat, correct?
You think it's not going to go to 7 games?
No, you're right. It won't go to 7 games, and the Knicks will win. I mean, the Knicks won't win.
If it goes to 7 games, the Knicks lose. The Knicks have to win these two.
Hakeem Olajuwon will beat the Knicks.
They have to win these two.
Yep. Tonight at home.
The Knicks are losers. They are. They're just losers. The Rangers are winners.
Prepare to repeat. After me.
Just give me my $500. I'll take it in cash if you don't mind.
I better make a trip to the bank.
Yeah.
Be ready.
Trust me, you better, since you're bankrolling.
Just give us the bank card, and I'll send one of the interns down.
By the way, when you send your cartoons to us, we'll show them on TV every week. Hey, Gary, Monday morning, make sure all of your Gary cartoons are here. I want to show them on TV.
You know, it's a very sad story. There was a fire in the office.
Oh, that'll be good, won't that, guys?
Starting now.
Yes.
It's wonderful. Wonderful.
All right, you got to go.
All right.
You do.
Your teeth look amazing in this light.
I know.
They're hypnotizing.
Is that like love talk? Like they look at you, you say your teeth look amazing.
Yeah, usually it's your eyes look amazing. Well, your teeth look amazing.
Come on.
I've never seen teeth like that.
Well, get out more often.
He can't even cover them up.
I don't.
Like
why would I try?
In the dentist's office, you know when you walk in and there's just a set of teeth sitting there.
Right. Let me see if you can put your lips completely over your teeth.
That's too funny. Hold on a second.
Show the audience at home. What do you think?
Hold on, I'm preparing them.
Show the audience at home how you lick your teeth when they get dry.
I can't. That's why I need. Hold on. All right, I'm ready.
Go ahead. All right, I love them. I really do. That's all right. We won't show your teeth on TV.
Yeah, not much.
Crazy glue could keep those lips shut over those teeth.
Why don't we try it on you first to see what happens?
You look great. Believe me. A lot of people should look as handsome as you.
That's true.
All right, very good.
All my limbs.
Gary Fafafui Delabate. And we'll see you on Monday.
All right.
And tune us in Saturday night.
97.1 The Eagle, The Eagle, The Eagle, The Eagle, The Eagle.